Tonight, before you go to bed, make an inspection tour of your ice box. How's that Pabst Blue Ribbon supply holding out? Tomorrow morning when your dealer says, "What did you have?" say, "Pabst Blue Ribbon." What else?
Alright, we're rolling.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Hello Harem podcast. I'm your host Alex Luby and I'm joined as always by the horniest of homies to sail the seven seas, Mr. Anthony Luby, Luke Farnsworth. We do have our good pal Neil right up front because we are in person today, and we are joined by a special guest who you might remember from last time. Quite a bit ago, actually.
Last time?
Yeah,
Quite a bit ago.
Quite a bit ago. We're joined with Amanda, a.k.a. the xNuclearShark. How you doing, everybody?
I wish I was better.
Yeah, don't all speak at once.
I was going to say poggers.
Okay, that's cool. She's poggers. Luke, how are you?
I wish I could say I was better.
Luke's not poggers. Anthony, are you poggers or not poggers?
Never poggers.
Dude, I want to say it's a little offensive. It's more than just a binary scale of poggers, not poggers. You can have a little not poggers. You can have a little poggers.
Slightly less than poggers.
What
It's a
about poggers
spectrum.
Keck W?
Yeah, see, it's a spectrum. Even Amanda's on par with it.
The poggers spectrum.
It is not binary of poggers and not poggers, dude.
Well, we are here today. It's a lovely Saturday. Luke is in town, as you guys, for the audio listeners, we are in person again, getting back to our homegrown roots, up down here in Ohio, with the homies at the
Why is
table.
your voice changing?
It's like fluctuating up and
It's
down.
because so this morning, Anthony, I, and Jonathan went to cut some logs. We went to get a little manly, a little less liberal, and we went to cut some logs. So
Put these hands to work.
yeah,
a
these
little
hands
bit.
are no longer soft and liberal-like.
Soft level.
They're extreme.
They're calloused and Republican.
They're calloused Republican, and they did vote red. So we went to cut some logs for I'll just say the landlord's daughter,
Sarah.
Sarah. I don't know if
use
people
her
want to
name.
mention her.
Just it's
Yeah,
Sarah.
her name's Sarah.
The landlord's daughter.
So we went to cut some logs this morning. Man, it was hard work. Like, it was actually very, very difficult. And we saw some gross bugs.
Bro, they are like these like beetle larvae. I swear to God, they were like 3 inches big and like probably an inch and a half in diameter. That's too much. They were probably a half inch in diameter.
Yeah.
But they were big and absolutely disgusting. I had
Like,
never seen them before.
long
they were like,
and skinny?
They were like this.
No.
They weren't skinny. They were fat as fuck.
They were fat. They looked like shrimp.
Like a Slim Jim.
Yeah, they looked like shrimp.
They looked like shrimp.
They were thicker than the Slim Jim.
Oh yeah, they were the thick Jim. They were the thick Jim, and they were fucking.
They were disgusting.
gross. I don't usually get grossed out by bugs. They don't really do anything to me. These things made me feel really, really weird, and I literally wanted to just catch them on fire. Like when people say, "Oh, I want to catch that spider on fire. I hate spiders." Like I get that now.
I
don't want
spiders.
I don't want to do it to spiders. I want to do it to those thick gems.
Yeah, you save spiders.
Spiders
are
dope.
good.
Spiders are cool.
I hate them in my house. They don't pay rent. Why would I want them?
They eat
Because
the
they
bugs.
eat the bugs.
Well, the one that we caught last night was
I pay the
this
rent.
big.
I eat the bugs, so I don't see how these freeloaders get away with it.
When actually, speaking of logs, I'm gonna get in the lumber business because this weekend I cut logs, and last weekend I also cut logs. But last weekend when I was cutting logs, there was a spider who was. I swear, I know I exaggerated the larva, but this is not an exaggeration.
No.
This motherfucker was what do you say this is? 5 inches in diameter.
Probably.
It was the size of a drink coaster.
It was big as fuck. It
That's
was
the
biggest,
body?
Or the
it
legs.
was the legs
the
too.
legs too. The whole
But it was the
thing.
biggest spider I've ever seen in Ohio.
And it was thick too, wasn't it?
He was not like a daddy long leg. He
He
didn't
was a
have a
thickums.
He was
Well,
like
his
a
legs
real
were thick.
genuine spider.
He doesn't skip leg day.
No,
No,
Shouldn't-
this
he was huge.
Yeah, legit the biggest spider. He was the size of a tarantula. Easy.
Was
Like
it
a-
your first time swinging an axe to cut logs?
No, we used a
Tippy?
log splitter.
Hydraulic
A hydraulic
press.
Was that
log
today
splitter.
or
That
yeah,
was both
Both.
times.
both times? What was who was talking about swinging an axe?
I thought we were using an axe today, and then we roll up and the log splitter's there.
Have you ever used an axe to split logs before?
No.
One time.
It fucking sucks.
I know it does.
It sucks bad.
This would have sucked so bad because the logs were kind of wet, so they acted kind of like a sponge. So the log splitter would go down, and the wood would just compress, and it wouldn't break.
And then decompress when you put the thing out, so it's like there was no like original indentation from the log splitter. It was a lot.
My dad bought a gas-powered log splitter for some reason.
That's how
This
this
one was
this
gas,
one's
yeah.
gas
It's
too.
fucking massive.
They're
Yeah,
huge.
It's like an I-beam with a hydraulic press on it with a blade.
My dad had to hook it up to his tow hook on the
Mm-hmm.
back of his truck. Dude. I was like, what the fuck did you
They're
buy this
fucking
for?
cool. They're fun to use, but
Do you just rent them usually? Or
You
do you
can.
buy
this
them?
one was rented.
Generally, you'd probably rent them. Like,
If you just want to cut a few logs.
Yeah.
But if you're like Luke's dad and the other guy, then you just buy a log splitter.
My dad.
Yeah, I just have a few $1,000 just laying around for a log splitter.
Well,
I'm curious
a
how
lot
much
of the
they are.
times my dad will go out and like in summers they know a lot of people will get their trees cut down and they don't know what to do with the logs with the wood, so they ask my dad if he wants it. He said yes, and then he takes it home and splits it and then takes it up to the camper for fires.
I was gonna say, your dad has a camper, doesn't he?
Yeah, that-
So like
yeah.
his makes sense actually. Like it makes sense to have a log
Yeah,
splitter.
he uses a shit ton of wood.
Oh, there's I mean, I don't know the quality of these ones. Like this one looks pretty good. It's got the wheels and the trailer hitch. This one's $1,300.
I don't know how much his
I feel like
was.
that's not bad.
This one's like $600 or
I think
$700 at
he has that
Walmart.
Craftsman or something akin to
Is
it.
it smaller?
Have you
They
seen one
kinda look
before?
like this.
No.
Let me pull. up a
Sure. They look pretty
picture. Oh, we're
cool.
loading Google Ad
For,
services.
like-
Home
They-
Depot.
they
I don't know,
look
like only
pretty
a couple
cool.
hundred. That's not
Like
bad.
that.
Mm-mm.
That's not bad for like under 1,000.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
I was thinking like
Um,
3K.
I'm sure if you got like a really nice one, you could probably get up to 3 to 4K.
It'd be pretty hard. You'd have to do a super fancy one for that.
Yeah.
Like the highest they usually goes around 16 to 1800.
Yeah, it's just a regular ball splitter, but it has a ball massager.
You know what you can also
So-
spend 16K on? 1,600, sorry. A new PC.
Actually, that's not enough to build my current PC.
How much was yours?
Like 2,080.
Mine was 2800.
Mine
And
was
that
like
was like when it
1,800.
wasn't super inflated. Like that was at pretty normal prices.
My
That's
first
why I
PC
got
was
pre-built.
1600.
My first was 900.
My first was about 1,100.
I think my PC itself, like the desk, the whatever, was 1,200 at Best Buy because I didn't build it. It was too
you got
expensive.
pre-built.
It was too expensive. The parts were like skyrocketed at that time. So
Yeah, this was COVID.
Yeah.
It was COVID.
Yeah, it ruined the PC market.
Yeah, it did. It literally ruined. And it's recovered.
It's recovered
it's-
pretty dramatically.
Yeah, but it's still overinflated.
Not really.
I think it is.
The
No.
only like 4090s are so expensive because MSRP from like Nvidia is expensive.
But like if you look at 30, like the 30 series, they're being sold at sold at almost MSRP right now.
Really?
I think I got mine like pretty much at MSRP.
I think his was only like a couple dollars off. Mine was only it was like maybe $100 off.
Are the 40 series still catching on fire?
No,
No, I think a big issue with that was people were not seating them correctly.
Oh, you're
it's a
probably
mix of
right.
seating, and I think it was a lack of proper power supply.
That's probably what it was.
That was a funny meme though.
It was hilarious.
It was like, remember when those cell phones would catch on fire on planes?
It was the,
The Samsung ones?
it was
or
the
something?
Samsung Galaxy Note 8
Yeah, they would
that
just.
the batteries would explode.
Yeah, they
God,
would just
that would
catch on
suck so
fire.
bad.
So
Imagine-
you weren't allowed to take them on planes at some
Your
point.
pocket just getting really hot. You're like, hey, oh, that's kind of warm. And then it starts burning. You're like, oh, fuck.
It would happen when people were on the phone.
what
Yeah.
caused it though? Just the battery itself?
The faulty battery.
Probably the pressurization of the cabin. And
No, when it was on a plane.
But I think it happened when they weren't on planes too. It was literally just random, like
No, it was just the phone itself.
Yeah.
The lithium in the battery
just
was
fucked.
yeah, they fucked up the batteries.
Yeah, it was
so
just
the
like
lithium was expanding.
spontaneous cell phone combustion.
you remember when those hoverboards, when those started
oh
blowing
god,
up?
yeah.
That was awesome.
Those were fun to ride though.
Yeah, we go.
Have you ridden one?
Yeah, I've ridden them a few times.
I've wanted one since like 2016.
They were so expensive when they like started dropping. Every kid wanted one for Christmas.
Yeah.
They're pretty cheap and affordable now. That's like most of this stuff. Like, if you think about like 3D printers, all affordable now.
You just wait for
See,
like if it's like a new technology, you just wait a little bit and it'll go down.
Yeah.
I
Like
want to get
even
a 3D
like
printer still.
I want a 3D printer bad.
I have no reason for it, but it's only like $300 maybe, and you can get a decent one.
Yeah, they're cool.
Same thing with like flat screen TVs. Like I remember when those were like $1,200, and now they're like $500.
I went down to help Matt move in Columbus, and I remember for Christmas like 2 years prior, his parents had gotten him like I think it was a 70-inch TV or 77-inch, and I was like, wow, that's a big. I mean, this is a big fucking TV. You've seen it.
Yeah, it's massive.
It's huge. So he got another one to put in like his gaming room when he moved, and it was like $850. I'm like, that's fucking cheap for that
It's
size
not
of
bad.
TV.
Because I have I want to say it's a 65-inch, and that was like maybe 650 or
Yeah,
700.
TV prices have come down so much.
They're so
Well,
cheap.
for like UHDs and stuff, I'm looking at a 65-inch OLED smart TV
Oh,
to
it's
put out
probably
in my living room,
OLED.
and they're still like $2,000.
Yeah,
OLEDs are a lot.
I don't know why they've been out for like years now,
Yeah.
so I don't know why they're still so high.
probably just because they're like, the company will have the UHD and they'll market it a little cheaper, and then they're like, someone who wants to spend a little more get the OLED, and they'll just jack the price up on the OLED
I
so they
don't
can compensate
understand
costs.
because I know QLEDs are newer than OLEDs, but they're cheaper than OLEDs, and I don't know why.
It is weird.
Is OLED just a brand?
OLED is organic light emitting diode, and QLED is quantum light emitting diode. I don't know what the fuck the difference is. I've actually looked it up and stared at like several different picture comparisons. I cannot tell you the difference between the
That's
two.
what I don't
Quantum
understand
sounds
with all
cooler.
these fancy TVs. It's like, this one has higher quality. And I'm like, they look the same to me. They do the same shit.
Like, I don't know if it's different quality or if it's color contrast on the pictures either, because like it just looks like the colors are slightly different. I'm like, I don't know which one is right.
No, I like going into like a Best Buy or a Walmart where they have all the TVs hooked up playing the same thing. I'm like, this one looks slightly different. This one looks a little different.
This one looked kind of like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
this
Because
why-
is
they
really
always have
bright.
one.
Yeah, there's one that looks
I
like
always
dog
like
shit.
what's on the TV. It's like always a nature documentary. Like
always
waves
like-
crashing
or
and
deep sea
frogs.
fish
Yeah.
It's usually
shit.
fish I see. Like in
Yeah.
flowers.
Yeah, it's like fish and flowers.
Anemones.
Anemones.
Anemone.
Sea anemone.
There's a ton of birds. Sorry.
There are a lot of
I
birds.
just saw the birds.
Dude, did you see all the groundhogs coming up here? We counted 8.
8. And
I
one
counted,
fat one.
counted 3.
I saw one.
We saw
We saw 8. We won.
It was insane.
Congratulations.
Did you see what's being grown right outside this entrance door over here?
There's a good
Did
amount
you
of.
see the strawberries?
Green peppers.
Oh, I saw the strawberries.
I love green peppers.
Yeah, all of us know green pepper. We all
Cows.
watched Oshinoko.
Except Amanda.
Which
I did watch
You know
it.
what? Which
you sure?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know.
Quick.
Yeah.
You remember the green pepper
Do
song?
the peon dance.
I don't. Oh. I could.
Do it.
And then the like the kick. And then wait, what's his like the?
Do it.
That's the best
It
part of the
goes
song.
way harder than it has to.
It's
Yeah.
so funny. I
Speaking
want to
of-
just do a cosplay of him.
It's not that hard. You just don't wear a shirt
And
put
a
a
bird
bird mask on.
That would be funny.
Yeah, I'm cosplaying Peon John.
Pyon, pyon, pyon.
Speaking of Oshinoko, I don't think we really all talked about it together because we did all watch it. I feel like I could start a fight right now,
Oh no.
Why?
but I'm not the victim. Person to my left would be the victim.
What's the problem?
She didn't like Arima.
Oh man.
Wait, the redhead?
The
Yeah,
green
no.
pepper.
You
I-
didn't like Best Girl.
I hate her.
Why?
Best girl is Ruby.
Yeah, so the reason I brought this up.
Taters likes Ruby more too. but
Taters
she
and me would
doesn't-
get along
She
quite
doesn't
well.
dislike Arima Kana.
So
I
like
think
I
Arima's-
wanted to say this so we could have an adultly debate.
No, because
You know.
everybody's gonna attack
Now hold
me.
on.
I'm not the
You
No,
guys
expert.
are
we're
men.
not.
You guys are men, and I'm the one female
That
here.
might actually be like
That it-
maybe the perspective we see
Right,
different
yeah,
perspective of Arima than you do. So maybe
Yeah.
that's why.
So
we
I
like
wanted
her
to
more.
have this debate because like when you would say you don't like her, I'm like, oh, I really like her, but like I almost was like, maybe there's a reason for that.
I think it's because she's a tsundere.
Maybe,
Tsundere.
maybe
It's like a girl who says, "Okay, like
it's her.
I don't
It's
know.
Nina.
who she- I don't
so
know
like
her.
say you had a crush on Alex and you like you wanted him to know but you didn't at the
I
same
don't have
time.
a crush on him, by the way.
I wouldn't either. But
don't
like
blame
you hand him a donut. You're like, it's not like I wanted you to have these donuts.
Yeah.
I had extras.
Yeah.
Like you like him, but you act kind of like an ass to him.
Yeah.
That's not why I don't like her.
Oh, why don't you like her?
She's a bitch.
Because she's a tsundere. She kind of comes off like that.
She reminds me. She just has an attitude. Every single time I saw her on screen, she had an attitude. She was always so depressing. She was always like, "Oh, my life is so hard. I didn't get the roles as a kid, and I'm just a washed-up actress."
Okay.
It's like, then work fucking harder. If you are such a washed-up actress, work harder.
Why don't you try doing the green pepper calisthenics dance and tell me how easy life
She
is?
shouldn't have been center.
All right, it sounds like you missed the whole fucking point of the show at
She
this
was just
point.
so depressing to listen to every time she came up on screen.
'Cause the
Everybody's gonna hate me for that, but I think she was just so annoying.
The whole point of the show is how terrible the entertainment industry in Japan is in general, and that she was an example of someone who was super popular, and then as she grew older, no one wanted to have her around because she wasn't a child actor anymore.
But then she still cries about it every single time she was on screen.
because there's nothing she could have done.
But then, okay,
It's not
then
like she couldn't
change
have
it.
worked harder. The whole point of the show is that no matter how hard she worked, she wouldn't succeed because she
She
wasn't a
wasn't
child
working
actor.
very hard every time she was on screen. I'm saying.
While I can agree, Ruby's epic. She's always in a good mood. She's always
I
in a
love
good mood.
Ruby. She's
Right,
so
she's
Always,
happy.
yeah, she's very happy.
Yeah. Ruby's
I
very
like the
epic.
happy girl,
I
and then
like
the one
the
girl, the
happy.
blue-haired, the one who started dating. I don't remember her name.
She starts with an A again.
Dating in quotes.
It's like A.
Yeah, the
Akane.
fake dating.
Akane. Yeah, I know.
I
it's like
liked
A.
her.
But I
Yeah,
liked
I
how
like
they
her.
started fighting at the end, like
Oh.
Akane and
Have you
Arima?
seen that
Yeah.
meme? It's like a blood and a crip, and they're looking down at each other. And it's like PC Mac. They recreated that with those two.
Mario
It is
Luigi.
actually hilarious.
Mario Luigi.
Yeah, it
I haven't
was.
seen that.
Or it's like
It's fucking
they made a
funny.
Hell Let Loose one. It's like Hot Dog 7 or what was the other one?
It was probably something real.
Real?
It's probably like whatever the real thing is they're saying that isn't. Hot
No, it
Dogs.
was because like on the radio you hear two different ones.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like-
It's probably Hot Dog 7 versus whatever else.
whatever
Oh.
they're supposed to actually be saying that isn't Hot
yeah,
Dog 7.
that is a funny meme. That's a very funny meme. But see, like I like low key, kind of felt the same. Like I think she was my favorite out of like female characters in the show. But I low key, I totally like can see why someone would find that really really annoying.
Because I
know
like
what I
the
mean?
one blue-haired girl, even though she like went through her phase of like depressing.
I mean
stuff.
that was like
that was
like
awful.
She was just being bullied.
harassment.
Yeah, but
That wa-
then like I hate listening to like just like
You're very,
one girl
you're very
complain.
unsympathetic.
No, I'm sympathetic towards people who deserve it. Like I was sympathetic towards the blue-haired girl. I'm not sympathetic towards someone who's like crying about it every day. Like, oh, my life just this and that. Like I'm washed up.
in your opinion, would she be a pick-me girl?
Yes.
What's a pick-me girl?
I don't know how to describe them.
Well, I described a tsundere.
A pick-me would basically be like, what's a good way to describe them?
All right.
Basically, she wants the male
You know?
attention.
Yeah.
What is it?
So Thorpe, what are the first two words of "pick me girl"?
Well, pick me, but like,
Yeah,
give me
so
some,
if you
some
have-
a
if you
broader
have a
perspective
guy-
here.
If there's a guy
Yeah.
and there are several girls,
Okay.
you would want him to pick me.
Yeah.
Pick me girl.
Like,
she does
what
anything
are,
for attention
okay, so,
of
like, that's
a
the thing.
specific person.
I was gonna say,
It's-
like, what are some characteristics of a
They
pick-me
called
girl?
me a pick-me girl.
'Cause you are.
Online. No, I'm not. They're like, because I used to be friends with guys in high school. Like, my best friends were guys. And so I didn't want their attention, though, like that. They were just my friends. But everybody who saw it on the outside was like, oh, she's only friends with guys because she wants their attention and she wants them to like her and stuff. And
Anything for the male attention.
yeah, for the male
Okay,
gaze, it's
okay.
really, yeah.
See, I didn't know that before I started like
I didn't know what a
dating
pick-me
you
girl
either.
was.
You said like pick me girl. I'm like, what the fuck is a pick me girl? Like I'd never heard that word before.
I feel like
It's
I
very
just know
common.
too many weird things now.
I know why
'cause
you
I mean,
know
that's
weird
that's
things.
good because then like, you know, I have two people to go to for weird things.
See, I'm like, I feel like this is stuff
Yeah,
everyone
you
knows,
do
and
know,
you guys are
you
like,
know a lot of shit.
and you guys
about
are like,
things that
I didn't know what this meant. I was like, oh, am I like the weirdo for knowing what this
Yeah,
means?
you two are like way more connected to.
Maybe like you have Taters. You're pretty close with Taters, and she's your younger sister. The only sister I have is older by like I wouldn't say a significant margin, but like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, but
something
she's
like
not.
that.
She's not involved in.
Yeah,
things
so like they have a first hand. It's more like second hand perspective from this. Well, hers is
Females.
hers is
No,
first.
I feel like
This is
Luke
Taters
just
never-
knows it.
I
Yeah,
just
Luke just
know it,
knows
like-
it.
No,
You spend
Yeah,
a lot of
doesn't
time on the
know.
internet, so that's
he's
probably why.
he's on the TikTok.
Yeah, you guys are on the TikTok.
I saw.
Picnic Girls were
Yeah,
way
that was
before
way
that,
before
way.
TikTok.
Okay, yeah, whatever. But you fucking
A little
TikTokers.
sassy.
I saw this. I was watching the UAP hearing today in Congress, and was it is it Senator Burchett, whatever his name? I don't know. He was.
He's
on,
not the guy that froze.
that was Mitch McConnell.
Froze on stage.
that was hilarious to see.
I thought it was so funny.
bad.
Burchett was up.
He's an old piece of
And
shit.
he was asking, he's getting ready to ask a question. He was like prefacing it. And he's like, yeah, what the fuck did he say exactly? He's like, we're talking about a Tic Tac, the candy, not the TikTok, the communist regime app. But it doesn't stop there. He's like, yeah, my daughter called me a boomer when I said that. He's like, and he was like, I'm not a boomer. It's a Tic Tac, not a TikTok. He said that in the hearing. And I was like, dog.
My daughter called me a boomer. I'm not a boomer.
I saved it, so I'll show you guys after the podcast.
Such a boomer thing to say.
I didn't watch it, but I heard that like one of the things that and it annoys me about it is that you had the pilots, the F-18 pilots
Yeah.
from what is it, the Pill incident?
There was the Go Fast, Ryan Graves, and the Tic Tac with
Commander David Fravor.
Yeah, David Fravor.
Yeah, and then you had like the intelligence agency dudes or whatever. The we love aliens.
The other guy who was there was Grush. He's the whistleblower who kind of brought this all to light.
But my problem with the whole thing is that you have like people that are trying to give you actual accounts of an unidentified aerial phenomenon, whether it's aliens or not, up to disclosure. But then you have the crazy guy in the middle. It's like, dude, the aliens.
No.
That's what I heard. I didn't watch it, so I'm just saying this is what I've understood.
I'll just explain it. So, like, Ryan Graves is the one of the F-18 pilots who was in the same squad that filmed the Go Fast, which were out of Virginia. Mm-hmm. So he was in like the Virginia area. Fravor was in San Diego, and he was flying with another F-18. There were 4 of them, and they filmed the Tic Tac, which I'm assuming you've seen.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the guy in the middle, what's his name? David? I can't remember
It's
his
like
first name.
Matthew or something.
Something Grush. He has worked in like, I think, was he in the military?
I thought he was.
He has very high standings in a lot of like government
Agencies.
Yeah, agencies. He's like a pretty high-ranking dude.
Now, is this confirmed? Like, do we have are we for certain that this guy Grush was like as high up as he says he is?
Because it doesn't sound like he should be if he's coming out and saying shit just in general.
I mean, I have no reason not to believe it.
Unless it's all unclassified, he is basically committing treason of classified
Well, the
information.
thing is about this is like these can't really be classified things because they're under the radar of the government. Like when he was in Congress, doing the hearing, they would ask him questions, and he would say things like, "I can't say that like unless I'm in a closed setting." And then they were like, "Well, like why not?" He's like, "There is like an access level thing, but the people, like Congress can't even know about these things." He would say things like, "The government has no idea like what's going on. Like they are rerouting past the government in terms of funds, knowledge, and just general whereabouts of these things. So it's like it's an offshoot of the government that is the government, but keeps the standard government out of it."
So is it like the military that's kind of heading this?
Military contractors. What he did say a lot was when he would say, like, "I can't talk about this in this setting," they would talk about this thing called a skiff. I don't know what that is. If anyone knows, enlighten me. But Congress is like, yeah, if we can get a skiff together, and they were previously denied, I think. So if they get a skiff, it's more closed doors, where he can tell them like names of people, names of companies, where things are at, and what exactly is there. He just said he couldn't get into too many specifics.
So could they, if he can't say it in the normal hearings now, if say they did get a skiff, they probably couldn't even release that information if they did get it.
Then I think from that point is when they go and they kind of like query the government. They're like, "Hey, we heard these things. We're going to investigate this." And then the cat's kind of out of the bag at that point. Mm-hmm. Because right now, they don't know who to talk to. They don't know where to look or anything like that. They really have almost no information on it since it's kind of being routed around them altogether.
It's just all so odd.
I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, it's odd.
I have a hard time believing it all.
My issue is I want to believe it, so I'm very like keen on like, yep,
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm the same way.
And I'm trying to look at it from like a mild skeptic thing, but like I don't know with those videos, man.
Like with
Like
the
what else could it
videos,
be? And he said they have like crash retrieval projects dating back to the 1930s, and Roswell happened in 47. Who knows what was happening before that? And just throughout since the 30s and Roswell, everyone has known like the UFO thing, and it hasn't been like a big secret. You were either in it or not, but everyone knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most people believe that there is something out there.
I think another thing to mention about the whole UFO thing is that, say the craze started in the 30s, it hasn't gone away. It's only grown. It's never been like, when Sasquatch, when the Patterson film came out, everyone was crazy, and then it goes through these eras of where like it's popular and then it dies down. But the UFOs are the one that has maintained its popularity throughout its whole timeline.
Yeah, it only gotten bigger because like our technology, like the big thing about Ryan Graves was they weren't seeing these things off the coast of Virginia until they upgraded their radar.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they upgraded the radar, they're like, oh, these are just out there like all the time, constantly.
So weird. That's so close to where you live, Luke.
Mm.
Like
That is really
so
fucking
close to
close.
you. That's crazy. Like you got to go on the beach one night and just kind of take a camera.
I think he said they were like 40, 50 miles out. I don't
gotta
think
buy
he's
a
gonna
boat.
see shit.
You got to buy a boat.
I think 40, 50 miles out is international waters. So
You got to go international.
Luke's gonna get arrested.
I'm going to get arrested for being out in international waters.
You can get arrested for that.
If I don't have a passport or anything, how am I supposed to get back into the
I
country?
heard you
I've left the country and went into international
Yeah,
waters.
but they won't know. They'll have no idea.
Coast Guard is
The
out
Coast Guard is
they're
right
flying,
there.
They're flying F-18s out there.
F-18s and the Coast Guard are right there.
Ocean's real big.
You can just go around.
Touche.
So it's the government.
You know.
Why don't I just get on a cruise and go out from?
Why don't you just
leave
take
from
Seagate? Get
It
on
did.
the sub.
It's not there anymore.
It's a shame. What happened to Seagate?
It's not even called Seagate.
No.
That's the best part.
I want to believe aliens, but my whole problem is that you have the people that have seen shit, you have the footage, but then you just have some guy who says he has all of these standings and rankings and everything, and he knows all this shit, but he just so happens can't tell you it.
That's kind of
What-
where I'm at.
Like you want, I get what
know,
you're saying,
I know exactly where you're coming
but
from.
it's like, let's say I came back and I said, "Oh, there's all this cool stuff," and I could tell you. But we'd have to go into a closet and turn off the lights and spend 7 minutes in there. And so, it's that level of how am I supposed to believe you when you're just saying bullshit that anyone can say? Anyone can say that.
He did say he knows people or people his colleagues have been silenced, and he said there were very disturbing things. So he's trying to be careful with what he says because I think in 2019 a new law was passed where whistleblowers are protected, and what they're trying to do to him is get around that. So he's like, currently I'm protected, but if I say certain things, then they can get around that and attack me. 'Cause he said he's seen his colleagues get attacked. He didn't specifically say attacked. He said very disturbing things that happened to them, like he has said. But this is just taking his word for it.
Right.
What I'm hoping for is this skiff does happen. He tells the members of Congress everything that he claims to know, and then they go from there, and then we find out about it.
I think until then, I just have such a hard time believing him. He's my problem.
But what made him come out now, all randomly? Is there anything specific where it was initiated that he came out, or is it just out of the blue?
I wouldn't say it's out of the blue. Over the past couple years, the Tic Tac videos blew up. They just got popular within the last couple years, and they were filmed in 2014.
2004 was
Oh
David
yeah,
Fravor.
so they're old and they're just now coming to the light. So maybe, and the big thing why Fravor and Graves were there was because they were if a pilot sees these, they don't want to report it because fear of losing their job or credibility. And they said it poses like an actual safety threat to pilots, commercial and military, because these things are just out there. And they said they were like buzzing by their planes sometimes, and they are doing things currently out of our material science can do. He's like, we don't know what these are. This thing just goes up to 80,000 feet in space and then down to 20 in the snap of a finger. So their perspective is more like protection of pilots and helping pilots be able to report these so they don't feel like they're going to lose their jobs.
Didn't NASA come out like a couple years ago and confirm UFOs? So why is this different now too? Because they sent those videos, posted them.
I think with Grush, he's more. I think he's like, the government has these. We know about them. They're doing things, try to reverse engineer them, and they're working on them. I guess with NASA, it's just like, yeah, these things are there. With him, it's like the government is actively keeping this from you, and they know a lot more than they say.
And like NASA's, I think, was just UFOs or UAPs. With Grush, it's like aside from the technology, I think I heard the claim that like there's beings, like beings are being kept somewhere. So I think that like it's not just like, oh, this is just like a drone or something. Like there's literally physical life or something like that. There's just a lot more weighing with this Grush guy than there ever has been, I think, in the UFO world.
Well, we know if he gets whacked, he was kind of telling the truth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Like the
Yeah.
second he goes bye is the second we know that he was on the
When he falls out of a hospital window.
So they can't really do anything about it. It's like if they do shut it down, if something happens to him,
I mean,
it's kind of confirming.
they could.
I guess there's other threatening things they
Like,
could do.
say they did whack him. It's be like, oh, so he was telling the truth, but nobody's gonna come out again. So it's like, okay, yeah, you were telling the truth, but like,
What
you
are
have
you
no, you have no evidence.
But you're
still.
gonna have
Let's
more
see the
pissed
next
off
person
people.
tell the truth.
Yeah.
You're gonna have pissed off people, citizens.
Everyone's always pissed.
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything.
Well,
I
they,
mean, they
they
might.
also don't have to do anything to him specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could do, like, they could threaten his family.
His like wife or kids or something, or like his parents or anyone.
Anyone around him, they could just threaten them.
And they'll do it. They will do it 100%.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
If they want to keep this under wraps, then yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to know, before I kick the bucket, I want to know if there's other shit out there.
I think we will.
I hope.
I think we will within our lifetime.
just before I kick the bucket. I don't want to die not knowing.
Yeah. I'd be pissed.
I'd be pretty angry.
I'd be a ghost and I'd be mad.
I don't believe in ghosts, but I'd be mad.
What? What kind of end was that to this whole thing?
I mean, it was
was-
supernatural.
That was
It
me
works.
being angry.
I don't even believe in ghosts, and I'd still be mad.
I'd be a mad.
Well, maybe I'm wrong about ghosts, and I'd come back and be like, well, I was wrong about that, but I'm still mad about the alien thing.
Ghosts, ghouls, and goblins all
Goblins.
Ghost ghouls, goblins, gazoobas.
out there. Gazoombas, Galoombas, Goombas.
Galoombas. Speaking of ghosts, man,
Goombas.
I know her and I wanted to bring up Dark Gathering.
What about it?
It's just fucking awesome.
It's a fucking anime
about
podcast. What are we supposed to talk about?
Why would we talk about
Well,
anime
Alex,
here?
it's Alex's anime of the week first before
Oh,
we get into
shit.
too many topics.
He
And
doesn't
he
have
said he
one.
had one last
Oh
week.
yeah, I do. Yeah, let me just get the name for it.
He said, I
actually. Let
have
me
one
search that.
last week because he thought it was
Yeah.
his when it was yours. And he's like, I got it just in case. And then
Good podcast host. Very good.
I need to find it real quick so you guys can continue.
I'm going to talk about Dark Gathering. What about
it?
I guess we can talk about it after.
I
Maybe.
guess.
I guess it's an anime podcast. So.
I mean, yeah, but we have the second stinkiest thing in the world here. You. The
How?
first
First.
stinkiest is all those viewers out there
Anthony.
that haven't liked, commented, and subscribed or hit that bell button.
I hate you so much.
I like how they're stinky.
They are stinky. If you're not a follower of the Hello Harem podcast, you are stinky.
And we're coming out with a book.
Is there a way to search history on High Dive?
No.
Fuck.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to find it through like the genre it was in.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This could take 20 minutes.
This could take so much longer than 20 minutes.
Other fun things.
Did you guys hear about the new ruins?
New ruins?
came out?
FNAF Freddy's.
Oh, god damn it.
It was really good.
Freddy FNAF Bears.
It's really good.
I'm
What
gonna
is
say,
the
I think the
Fazbear lore?
biggest crime of Freddy FNAF Bear is that the movie is not rated R. It's rated PG-13.
I told my coworker this. I told him today. I will gatekeep the fuck out of that movie with
I'm going
those
to
kids.
see it.
Fuck those kids who want to go and see this movie because ones like me who have been there.
The real
since day
FNAF
one,
fans.
These kids know nothing.
Freddy FNAF
don't.
Bear knows me.
All right, I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. There would be no Freddy Fazbear movie without those kids buying all
Yeah.
that. No, there would not.
I would support them fully. I would buy all their dogs.
Those kids buy, like, the Freddy Fazbear mask and Halloween costumes and all that shit.
Have you seen the cosplays people do?
Yeah, they're fucking
Fucking
amazing.
I saw
amazing.
Springtrap hitting the Doinky Splinky.
Like a cosplay or
Yeah, and he was in the Doinky Splinky. It was awesome.
I saw somebody make a Glamrock Chica that was amazing. Like plastic, it was 3D printed, fucking
He
awesome.
was
That's the one you
God's
showed me today.
Doinky
Right?
Yeah.
Splinker.
Are you guys going to see the movie?
I'll go see
Oh,
it.
I'm going to go see the movie, dude. You gotta.
Should we all go as a group and then cosplay the FNAF?
No,
I will
no.
not.
We gotta be the security guards because that's who we were in the game.
Yeah, we have to
Why
gatekeep
can't we
the
be
kids.
Freddy though?
We have to
Because
be
we
the
weren't
player.
him.
But then we could
Yeah.
walk in and be like, horror, 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 horror,
I'm gonna be
horror,
Glamrock
horror,
Chica.
horror.
Alex, are you a child? That's the real question.
Is Freddy a child?
Yes.
Is he?
Freddy's a
No,
child.
he's not. Oh well, I mean he's haunted by a child.
Yeah.
Technically.
So this kid's killing fucking security guards just because he's pissed off.
He's
about
pissed off
what?
because he was killed.
So they say two wrongs don't make a right.
Oh, they're angry little spirits.
no.
Two
fuck
lefts,
that little
two
kid.
lefts eventually make a right.
If you make two lefts enough, it's a right.
If you make enough lefts, you'll make a right.
If you make enough rights, you'll make a left.
Right. So
Wrong.
therefore the kids are justified in killing.
No, I say fuck that kid.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I just said that.
We
Gatekeeping.
stand the marionette.
No, but we were
all
talking
of the
the kids that died.
Oh yeah, no, but also fuck them kids.
Fuck them
Yeah,
kids.
I'm
Gatekeep it.
talking. No, not that.
No,
I'm talking
not
about
them
that
kids.
damn
Keep it.
that damn
The FNAF kid.
Gen Zer, the Zoomer, who took over
I-
Fred Fazbear and is now murdering
He wasn't-
hardworking security
He's
guards.
dead.
He's a millennial.
He's dead.
He's not a zoomer. He's a millennial.
He was burned. I think. I don't know. I
Okay,
forget.
so what? He's just like, well,
He's not alive.
well, they killed me, so I'm gonna go kill these people.
So don't
now.
you want to see the FNAF community grow?
No,
Why? You
Because-
want to keep it
I want to keep it to myself.
behind closed doors?
Yep.
All right. How do you feel about all these people finding out about Baby Metal through a Lil Uzi Vert album?
Fine. That's cool.
He's lying to everybody
You're lying
currently.
directly to my face.
What do you mean? I don't give a shit. I think, dude, they featured on a Lil Uzi Vert. They were like, no, it brought up their monthly listeners by 1 million.
I'm gonna be honest.
That's
that was the
crazy.
only good song on his whole album.
I didn't
listened
really-
to the
I
whole
heard-
thing.
I did
It
not
is-
listen
I
to
didn't
it.
listen to it because
It is so
I frankly feel like it's gonna be shit.
That's how I feel about when they collabed with Bring Me the Horizon.
That
I don't
one-
like Bring Me the Horizon, but I liked that song featuring Baby Metal.
That was a good
just because it's
song.
more,
Kingslayer?
yeah, it's more
Yeah.
catered toward Baby Metal, obviously.
Yeah.
But
That one was good. I think.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, Baby Metal's been my favorite band for a very long time, so it's like the bigger they get, I'm cool with that. I mean, 1 million monthly listeners.
that's a
in,
lot.
like,
I remember
in like a week.
it was last year they were like 300,000.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I said last year, not last month.
Oh. It might have gone down because COVID, because they didn't do anything for like 3 years. Literally nothing.
It was
Yeah.
like,
They posted a stairway.
yeah, that's what we got.
So for one of the members in the band, it was her birthday, and instead of they've been known for having like the worst PR team on earth,
Like genuinely.
just
Oh my God.
terrible,
Oh, it's
just
terrible. It is
awful.
the worst PR ever.
So it was her birthday, and instead of posting a picture of like her and saying like, "Oh, happy birthday, Sue Metal," they put a picture of a staircase and said, "Happy birthday." It was a staircase.
It was the dumbest shit.
It
Was there any reason?
Because they suck.
I feel like there had to be a reason.
There's lore behind Baby Metal, but like this, it was just a staircase.
I still miss you, tomato.
Ripping away tomato.
You know, this is the Baby Metal subreddit still has Yui Wednesdays.
I know.
Jesus
They still have
fucking
Yui Metal
Christ,
Wednesdays,
dude.
or no, it's like Yui Metal Monday.
It's like Sue Metal Saturday.
Moa
Is it
Monday.
Sue
would be
Sunday?
Monday.
Yeah, why is
I
it
don't know.
all
Yui
Monday?
Metal's on one of the days, and I'm like, dude, she hasn't been in the band for 4 years. Like, grow up.
Get over it.
I miss my little tomato.
So you know they're Freddy Fazbear fans because they're gatekeeping Baby Metal, so they really want to gatekeep Freddy Fazbear too.
Yeah, so that they're
nice.
actually the same.
Freddy
I just
FNAF
gatekeep because
bears.
it's funny, but also I deserve the ticket more than those children. So.
Would you?
them kids.
Okay, here. Let me paint you a scenario. So you're at the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
You get up to the booth.
I'm booting the 12-year-old.
You
I'm
bop
wrong.
him. So he buys. He
doesn't have to do
He's in.
anything, though.
He's
He's
in,
just
so he's in front of
12.
you. He's in
Yeah.
front of you.
Yeah.
And he buys a ticket. You get up to line. You're like, 1 ticket for 5 nights at Freddy's, please. And the lady's like, you know that? Okay, it'll be $13. So you get it. Actually, and she's like, we're out. And the
I
little,
go and tackle that
the
kid.
little 11-year-old in front of you. He's so excited, man. He's so
don't give a
excited.
shit.
He's
He-
Fortnite dancing.
I have been excited for this movie.
He's plug walking.
I go and body that kid.
He's
gets
hitting the
bodied.
Dougie the whole way up.
So he has like his shirt on, you know, he's got his like his popsicle stick with a Fazbear face on it, and he's just so
I want
he's
the
so
popsicle
excited.
stick with a Fazbear
Yeah, I body
face.
him.
I'd
I
rather
body
have
him
that.
just for the popsicle.
I'd rather just have that. I don't give a fuck if I don't get the ticket. I want that.
You got to play the long con with him though. Not even the long con. You got to do the quick switcheroo. Say, hey, you want popcorn, right? And he'll probably say yes. You go. I just walk up there and get it. I'll hold your ticket for you real quick. And then you're like,
And then run to
you
the
read
theater.
it. You wait. He's still there. You read it. You go, oh, your movie's in over that way. Give him the wrong theater. And he goes to buy his popcorn. You dip. You run.
You know what I would do? You
They
know,
wouldn't even let you in without a ticket.
You have his ticket because
Right.
you
Yeah,
held it
but
so
how'd
he
you
could
get
go.
in?
You
Like,
told him to go away.
Yeah, you
went to the
he went to
other
go
side.
buy the popcorn. That
you
he
know what
really
I would
wanted.
do? Here's what I would do. So like, say I find out the ticket is like they're all out. I get on my phone, and then I exclaim really loud, like, "Oh my God, Freddy Fazbear! No way!" And then I go up to the kid. I'm like, "Hey, Freddy needs your help. He needs you to hand me the ticket. I'm gonna go run it to him right now. He needs to get in the theater, but they sold out." He'll be like, "Freddy needs my help." Like, yeah, I'll have you meet Freddy once the movie's over.
He said you're his superstar.
He said you're his superstar.
There's one big problem with all of these situations. This movie's PG-13, and you're talking to 9-year-olds that are in the theater by themselves to see a PG-13 movie.
You know what Freddy kind of reminds me of? Is like Santa Claus.
Yeah, Freddie.
It reminds me of Pennywise.
No,
like
he's
in
nicer.
The, like he's in the sewer.
Pennywise can like cross his eyes opposite ways. All Freddy Fazbear can do is eat children.
Wait, the security guard's a children? A child?
He doesn't eat a child. Well,
Security guards on children.
English is not my first language.
It's Portuguese.
I forgot.
cool.
He's not a child.
That'd be
the
sweet.
Security guard.
Mr. Security Guard.
He just wants to give you a hug.
Yeah.
Mr. Security Guard.
So I learned some new things about Fred Fazbear today. It's a kid who's just killing people just because he's angry.
Because Purple Guy
There's
shoved
5 of
him in
them.
the suit
Five.
Why
ghost
doesn't he go
kids.
find Purple Guy and fuck up Purple
They
Guy?
did.
and killed him.
So after he got his revenge, he's still
You know,
They're
salty
mad.
about it.
actually, the first bite, say the bite of what?
The bite of
Was it
87.
87? There's 2.
87.
There's 83 and 87.
What happened in 83?
That
I
kid got
believe
bit.
another kid got bit. I believe it was
But
from
it wasn't.
Mangle.
But it wasn't from a ghost, right? It was just because the Springlock suit's like.
The kid was crying
stop.
inside the Springlock suit because his brother put him in, and then he started crying, so the Springlock suit like jammed and crushed his.
That was 83.
I think that was 87. I could be wrong.
But he
though.
didn't get
But
bitten.
that's not a bite.
That was the bite. Yeah, his head was inside Freddy's mouth.
Why was he crawling? Why was he crawling in
His
Bear's
brother
mouth?
threw him in. His brother was an ass, and he threw him inside of like as a joke,
So
and then he started crying.
Is that the first Fazbear?
That was the first, I think, pizzeria.
Is
they
that the
opened.
one? Is that like the Freddy Fazbear who murders security guards because he's
I-
angry?
I think that's how it started.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Fred Bear Faz.
Okay.
Unless that was 83. I forget 83 or
So
87.
this kid gets put into a bear suit in 1983.
Yeah, the mouth of a bear suit.
He
Yeah.
gets put into the mouth of a bear suit,
Yeah.
and the spring goes kaploink, and he dies.
collapses
So
on him.
he is angry at the security guard being paid
No.
minimum wage to watch this place at night.
They're mad at everybody who's an adult.
It's not the adult's fault. His brother put
His
him
dad
in.
made this suit though.
So like what I think happened, like
Accidents happen.
he was just an angry spirit ghost kid.
No, this kid just
And-
sounds like an asshole.
No, because his brother killed him, and then his dad was the one who made it, and then his sister ended up dying too to baby.
If my dad built a big animatronic suit and Alex puts me in the suit and I die, I'm not gonna go, fuck you, Dad, you made this suit. I'm gonna go, fuck Alex for putting me in this goddamn suit.
No frontal lobe.
And then I'm not gonna go to some security. I'm not gonna murder security guard.
They can't leave there though. Like, who is he gonna? He can't just walk out of the fucking pizza thing and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go and hunt down Alex now."
Oh, he brings
You
it
can't.
in. You gotta lure him in.
Well, Alex is never gonna go back because you're traumatized because you just killed your brother.
He'll come back.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
I can't get over the fact that this
There's-
kid's such a jackass.
There's
That
the other
bothers me.
kid that got his frontal lobe bitten off.
Lost
Was
his
that
frontal
Mangle?
lobe.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mangle did that.
That was 83.
That was
He
83.
lost his frontal lobe and then had nightmares.
Did his
And
brother
that
put him
caused
in
4.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what 4 is. 4 is a kid after his frontal lobe got bitten off and he had nightmares of the
So,
animatronics.
so Mangle was already a possessed asshole bear. What is Mangle?
Mangle is like, think of Foxy but white and also crawls on the ceiling and shit. It's
So
mangled.
And isn't finished.
How did
Yeah.
Mangle become a murderer?
Right. If that happened in '83, how did Mangle become a serial murderer, frontal lobe eater?
Purple guy, I don't really remember, but I know that purple guy basically just went on a killing spree. and
I've been
started
hearing this
doing
purple
stuff.
guy name thrown a lot. What's his
Michael
deal?
Afton.
What did Michael Afton go into the suit and get crushed as well?
He went in Springtrap.
Yeah, he was
that's
in
towards the
Springtrap.
end.
Springtrap
no,
was
that's in 2.
yeah,
No.
yes, 2.
2, yeah.
That's the game. That's not the timeline.
I forget timeline, but he was in Springtrap suit, and he would basically go into Springtrap suit and lure these kids into the back rooms. In the
Where
back
he
room.
would
Jingle,
murder
jangle,
them.
jangle.
One of my favorite
Jingle, jangle.
videos. Markiplier
Mention the back
going.
rooms.
I said your favorite
It's
words.
the back rooms.
I'm sorry, I was gonna quote that. Okay, so he lures them into like the back rooms and basically kills them all. They get pissed, and then they do this thing in 2. I forget how they do it, but they basically like all 5 of them like group the fuck up, and they corner him into a room, and
They run a fade on him.
Yeah,
They run him for so they run him for his foams.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
run him for his foams. He gets into the Springtrap suit, and the Springtrap suit goes ka-chunky, and then it crushes his body.
because I
Okay,
think he started
and-
sweating or something, water was dripping, and so the spring just.
Okay. So the first casualty of the Fazbear series is young man whose brother puts him in the bear,
I want to say yes.
and then from there he's just so. I'm kind of picturing these two as like two separate
Is that the bite of
entities.
87?
I heard that was the bite of 83.
That was 87, or it might have been 8. I always mix them up.
And
It's
then,
either
I
way.
gotta clarify what
I
87
think it was
83
83 specifically because timeline, because
Okay.
at the time they thought it was 83.
And is that first casualty the Freddy Fazbear?
I believe yes.
Okay,
That
and
he
then-
went into into his soul.
Okay, and then after
body.
that, this Michael Afton guy. gets it.
83 was the kid in
It was the
Fred
kid.
in FNAF.
That would make sense.
Okay, so
'Cause-
that's Freddy, and then Michael
Yes.
Afton is killing these kids, and then he gets got,
Yes.
and then he becomes Purple Man, and the kids are Mangle.
I don't know really how Mangle falls in the storyline.
Mangle was the bite. Well, I just read on
87.
this. I don't know if it was Mangle. It says
So, I don't know.
it was
That one's
So here's the...
Toy
Hate that we're
Bonnie.
doing this right now.
Toy
Jesus
Bonnie?
Christ.
Bitten by
So-
Toy
Oh,
Bonnie.
did Toy Bonnie bite and not Freddy?
That was the bite of 87.
So
The bite of
But then
83
how
was
would-
Freddy FNAF Bear.
Yeah.
okay.
83 was OG
Oh, so
Fazbear.
Mangle
It was
didn't
Fred
bite.
Bear's Family Diner before it was.
Yeah, that was the
Fred
original.
Bear's Pizza.
So 83 was how it started. 83 was the kid that died.
83 was the kid that.
87 was Toy Bonnie bit frontal lobe.
I thought it was Mangle.
Fitzgerald
Oh, I
kid.
think because originally everybody thought it was Mangle who did this. but
So the
I
kids
got
turned
it.
into Toy Bonnie.
Or Toy Bonnie was already probably possessed at that point. There's multiple, so you have like generations of these things.
I
You
know
have
there are 4 main antagonists in the game. Freddy
So in
Fazbear.
Five Nights at Freddy's 4,
5.
in 4 it's Fred Bear, but then in the first one it's Freddy Fazbear, and they're two different animatronics. And then
You also have Golden.
Freddy.
You have
and
Glam Rock now.
Glamrock, and then
I know Chica the Chicken.
You have Glamrock
Foxy the
Chica.
Pirate,
Bonnie to Bonnie.
Bonnie
Toy
to Bonnie.
Chica.
You have you have like the toy. You have like 4 or 5 generations of each animatronic, but they are separately possessed by
Because
different people.
here's what I think. I think this is how it went down. So we've 83, the first casualty in the Five Nights at Fredbear's thing. The dad of that guy, I think, is William Afton, right?
Oh, did I
William
say
Afton.
Michael? Yeah, I meant to say William.
It's William Afton.
Michael is
Afton
the
is the son.
But
Okay.
Michael is the one that orchestrated the bite of 83.
Yes. So
It's the
Yes,
kid's
yes,
brother.
he's the older
Michael
brother.
is the brother.
yes,
Yeah.
Michael's the brother that put his other brother in.
He becomes a
Fazbear.
security guard.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happens? If I recall correctly from one of the videos we watched, after the bite of 83 or the death, whatever you want to call it, William Afton, who was the owner of Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, he goes like crazy because his son died to like his creation. So he starts killing kids because he's going crazy.
So he's purple guy.
Yes.
He's purple guy.
Yeah.
So that's why there's so many more animatronics that are possessed, because he takes the kids into the back rooms, jingle, jangle, jangle, and he kills the kids
he
and put them in the
murders and then he
suits.
throws them in the suits to hide
Yeah.
the
To hide the
bodies.
body.
So in
yes.
'83, the reason it was Bonnie that bit, because he
No,
killed
it's
And
somebody.
Fred.
Freddy.
Bear.
Fred.
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 87, I meant 87.
Is that the bite of 87?
the freaking bite of 87.
So in '87, it was actually a kid that he killed prior, and put someone
Who
in
was
the
in
box.
Bonnie to Bonnie.
In Bonnie, yeah.
And then he bit the frontal lobe off of another
But then
kid.
Yeah.
the whole thing too started, like the animatronic creations, was because there was a competition between Afton and some other dude that I don't remember the name of,
I don't
and
remember
that's
his name.
I don't
yeah.
either.
There was like another competitor, but then they became friends and they teamed up because the one dude was really good at like making the animatronics, but then Afton took it a sinister route.
So
to do this
in the
stuff.
first Freddy Fazbear game, when you just start your job, and the guy calls and goes, "Hello, hello," is that Afton?
No, I think that's just a random
Who is
dude.
that
That's just
really?
phone guy.
Phone guy.
Just phone guy.
So they don't make like, they put all this detail into this fucking thing, and they can't remember the most iconic
Well,
I
line
will
in
give-
the whole thing.
Is phone guy just like the GM, the manager of the
Kinda,
restaurant?
yeah.
I think
He's like the hiring manager.
Matt Pat like made most of this lore. I don't think the creator ever had this idea of making this lore. I think
Yeah,
Matt Pat
I'm
made
gonna
it what
be honest.
it is.
I think all Freddy Fazbear lore is made up by the community.
Yeah, I think so
There's
too.
a single thing this guy meant to make in this.
No, because
Isn't that fucking insane?
how crazy
Yeah.
it was. This dude's massively rich now because that was his. I've talked about this, but like that was his last game. This dude is
Last ditch effort
Scott
to try to.
Cawthorn.
So I'm on it's the evil wiki on fandom looking up the bite of 83. And I just want you guys, so you know how like when you're on wikis they have like cause of death, like alignment, and all that?
Yeah.
They have that for the bite of 83. Full name, bite of 1983. Alias, bite of 83. The bite of 87, commonly mistaken for. Origin, FNAF 4. Location, Fredbear's Family Diner. Orchestrators, Michael Afton and his friends. Known factions, none.
No factions involved.
Purposes, scare the crying child as well as more frightened children. Type of villainous event, terrible event.
Really specific.
Yeah, it's just a terrible event. Is that
Yeah,
the bite of
I just think it's so crazy that the community has made up such an elaborate fucking backstory.
Yeah.
And
From
here-
nothing,
here-
quite literally.
Yeah, from Phone Guy and the first game.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are talking about the bite of 83 and 87 and how they're commonly
From
mistaken.
2012.
Purple guy and Aftons and
It's fucking crazy.
frontal lobe biting.
I feel like you can just do that with anything. If you get Matt Pat on that shit,
Yeah.
Matt Pat will make something out of nothing.
But like,
That's why people make fun of him so much.
He's awesome.
this
He's
has to be
it's
the
fascinating.
first, like this has to be like the first time in like a gaming community where there was no backstory until the community chimed in, and they have made not just like their own little backstory, like, oh, that's cool, that's what I think happened. Like, it's like canon. Mm-hmm. And like, if
Well-
someone gets like, no, it actually happened. This was the bite of 87. Like, it's
Animation.
a fuck. Like, it's insane. This is like canon information
'Cause
made up by the community.
There's also
Dark
books.
Souls does that too.
Do they really?
I haven't seen much of Dark
So
Souls.
Dark Souls, like canonically, a lot of the lore is basically just believed by Vati Vidya. He's a super huge Souls fan. He's like he is what everyone believes is canon lore for Dark Souls.
Really?
No one from Dark Souls has ever come out. They sprinkle lore in through items, and you're just left to fill in the gaps. So he fills in the gaps, and everyone just takes that as what it is.
Wow, that's so cool. Like, that's so fucking weird. Like, everybody who plays these games and is so, like, actually, like, in them believes what, these people made up.
Yeah, well, I mean, in Vati Vidya's case, he spent, like, hundreds of hours compiling the information of every single item in Dark Souls.
That's wild.
Because you have to read all of the notes that are just scattered around randomly. All item descriptions have a flavor text that just describes like some weird random lore for an item. And then you have to take the bosses themselves, and then you have to take the locations themselves, whatever history you can glean from them, and then try to make a story out of it.
I think it's crazy how people, like, because I can't even think that way. Like, piece things together like that. Like, where do you even start is how I'm, like, fascinated. It's fascinating.
You probably
to
just
listen
start
to.
with the information you do have. Like, there's a story of somewhat in the campaign, and you just maybe branch out like that. Like, you start with, this is going to be a perfect analogy because we were cutting that tree down today. You like a tree, right? You have the trunk, which is the main thing, and then you have like these big events that happen with the big branches, and you have the little baby twigs off of the branches that people make up, and there's always new little branches coming off here made by this guy over in Arkansas,
And then it gets cut down and all burned in the same
right?
fire.
Which will eventually happen.
Well, the fire's insinuating it all comes together.
Yeah,
burns down into-
it'll eventually be split
not
by
the-
two
the
jackasses
fall
who
of-
have an anime podcast. Who wants anime of the week?
Yeah, give it
You,
to
it's
us.
you.
All right.
Who wants it?
No
I was
one.
about to say me.
$19
I'll
Fortnite
conjure
card.
something
Who
up.
wants? Y'all want it? Y'all want it? All right, let me
Who
see.
wants it?
And yes, I'm giving it away.
For free?
So share. And trolls, don't get blocked.
All right. So, I guess if he ever sees this podcast, he's gonna be mad.
Who?
The guy who made that. 'cause
Fortnite.
He doesn't do that
he
anymore.
doesn't like that
No,
Yeah, he hates it.
he hates the bit.
Oh,
gonna
he
send
can
it
cry
to him.
about it. It's famous.
Yeah. All right. So my anime of the week is called Iroduku: The World in Colors. It's actually, I might be able to remember the plot just pretty much based off like watching it, so I don't even need to read this.
Oh, I doubt it.
But I will get the person's name.
Got it.
Our main and protagonist is Hitomi Tsukishido, and she lives in the future. It's like 2060. It's like 2060 or 2070 something. And she is a magic mage kind of thing, where basically normal life kind of, but like there are select people who have kind of magical powers and can do nothing really crazy, but just kind of have like some sort of magic to them. And she is the granddaughter of a really good magician, whatever you want to call her. But she can only see in monochrome. She cannot see color. At some point in her life, she could only see monochrome. So she's at these fireworks, and her grandma comes up. She's like, "Hey, I mastered time travel magic. I'm going to send you back." She's like, "What? When?" She's like, "Right now." So she sends her back to 2013, which is when her grandma's in high school. And she sends her back to where she lives in Nagasaki. And she just kind of sends her back and says like, "Oh, you'll figure out why I sent you back." She doesn't really explain anything. So she ends up transported under this one dude's room that was her grandma's friend. And she's like, "What the fuck am I doing here? Where am I?" So she climbs out the window, and some other people see her climb out the window. She's like, "Yo, there's some person climbing out like our friend's window." And she eventually meets up with those people, and they eventually become all friends. And eventually her grandma comes and meets her, and she was like studying in England or something, and all these kids are friends, and they don't really know why she's there. She doesn't really know why she's there. Her main goal is to basically get better at magic and get back to the future, to where she is. And she stumbles across this one kid in the friend group's art. It's the only thing she can see colors in, is this kid's artwork. So she's like, "Oh, I want to see your artwork because it makes me see colors. Everything else is still monochrome." So basically, it's just like their daily life. They like making photography. They throw in a little bit of drama. There's like a love triangle that's actually pretty interesting. And then she finally figures it out. She's like, "Okay, we know how to get back to the future." But she's like faced with, should I go back or stay here? But if she stays, she might disappear forever because, it's one of those things where it's like, here's the double-edged sword. If you stay here, you might pass out and disappear. So you're basically forced with the decision to go back in time. And throughout the whole show, it kind of leads you. You're like, "Wow, man, I think Like, I think everything's just going to work out and everyone's going to be big, happy friends and family. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but the show did not end how I thought it would. And I was really, like, happy it didn't. Because it was a solid ending, and it wasn't, like, what I was expecting.
Obama shows up, and he's
I'm
like,
just
he's
like,
not.
does I don't know if you can say this without spoiling too much, but like, why did her grandma send her back?
Because she was, like, kind of depressed. Like, she didn't really have a lot of friends in the future because she was still, like, really upset that she couldn't see colors,
So
I guess.
she
And
sent
she
her-
wasn't really all that good at magic. But people really liked her. She never got bullied. I don't know why she was so, like, yeah.
I'm just like kind of curious because, I mean, I guess I should watch the show and find out for myself. But she went back. She still couldn't see color besides this one person's artwork. Is that like the one thing that made her happy, or did she just
And-
like form a really good bond with these people?
And it was that and making friends. Like, in the world before, she didn't have friends, and now she's starting to make, like, really genuine friends. And she became really good friends with her grandmother while they were her age. Like, it was like time travel fucking weird.
So you said it was in 2013 is where she got, like,
Transported back to.
so then when is the show actually based in?
You said it
It's
was
like 2063 or something like that.
So futuristic kind
Yeah.
of show.
Yeah. But it doesn't look too different, honestly. It's like 2063 when she was alive. And when she goes back, I just kind of spoiled it. So never mind. Forget I said anything.
What?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
I'm so lost. I
I
don't know.
caught it.
Yeah, Luke caught it. But it was actually a pretty good show. It definitely was not like the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it was entertaining, very captivating. Animated by PA Works. It has a 7.5 on my anime list right now.
What are you giving it?
You have to
Probably a
give it an option.
7.5. I'd probably give it a 7.5 as well. It was a good show. It was
How
fun to
many
watch.
seasons?
Just one 12 episode
12
banger.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
bad.
I need to think of a scale for it.
Those are all.
Yeah, I
really
was gonna
good
say you have to
we've
think
done.
of
That's
an
fucking
object
crazy.
to
Yeah.
scale.
Yep. You were both at 36 each. I'm at 37 right now.
I give it like out of like blind grandchildren, I probably give it a 7.5. A 7.5 blind
Blind.
She's
grandchildren.
not blind. She's just colorblind.
She's colorblind.
Colorblind grandchildren.
Give her something.
Calling her blind out of blind grandchildren. All right.
Pretty good show.
Fuck.
Pretty good show.
I'm gonna kill myself. This chair's pissing me off.
I know.
Yeah,
I just keep
um,
hearing it.
Even remember our old chairs. One of our biggest gripes was they're too fucking squeaky. We get these new ones.
Oh, these sound great.
They're too fucking squeaky.
they
1 year
weren't
later.
They were
just, like-
good. They were good for a while.
They were, and then when I'm in here by myself and I'm like studying in the squeaky one, I'm all right. Squeak, squeak. I'm like, fuck this
Do you
stupid
remember,
ass chair.
Luke, do you remember we were buying these Anthony wanted to get the orange ones?
Yeah, the orange ones wouldn't have squeaked.
Dude, let's get the orange ones.
They were
Like,
cool as
fuck
fuck.
no.
The orange ones were
Why
sick.
would you get an orange chairs for this room?
They looked awesome. They looked
This
so
is a
cool.
darker room with darker
It
accents.
like had absolutely no theme for the
Yeah.
rest
No,
of it, and he's like,
it
"I
was
want
like
the
a-
orange chair."
It was like an orange cream.
Carbon fiber looks so much nicer.
I like
Yeah, I
the
agree.
orange.
so much nicer.
still mess
it
with the
fits
orange.
with the theme of everything else in
Yeah.
the fucking.
I wasn't theming it. I was like, those are hard.
I like how these ones kind of hug your hips.
Oh,
I-
the other ones.
You
were
like your
ugly.
hips being hugged?
Yeah, it's
like my
nice.
hips being
It's
hugged.
very nice.
I'd
I
feel.
like my hips being hugged.
I don't know.
Like, oh wow, that's nice.
All right, what was your point of Dark Gathering now?
Oh yeah, bring it
No, we
up.
just wanted to talk about it. It's a good show. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
I think I said this
Um,
before when the first episode came out before anyone watched it. I didn't say it on the podcast, I don't think, but I was surprised with the tags. I'm just repeating myself, but the tags being what they were,
I'm
like
pretty sure you did
What
say
are
this
they?
on the podcast.
I don't
I think I
I
did.
don't-
I said well, the tags for the show. Someone pull this up, Jamie.
Jamie,
pull up
can
the
you pull this
tags.
up? Can you search like what are the tags for dark? Search like what are the tags for dark gathering?
Could you
Just,
no,
No, they're there. I know they are.
Are they just like weird for the show?
Joe Rogan.
No,
Jamie,
they
you got
fit.
those, Jamie.
Oh,
horror supernatural is on live chart.
Yeah, so like
Horror
just the tags are
Supernatural?
horror supernatural, and the show
Jamie,
kind of
Jamie,
gave
could
off
you-
like a slice of lifey kind of comedy type beat in a way.
you know what I
A
told
little bit of comedy, but
I don't-
I know, but like with just those tags, I expected like Higurashi type vibe.
yeah, I did too. Yeah,
You know what it
Jimmy.
reminded me of? What I told him is, in a way, she reminds me of Sleepy Princess.
Oh, low key.
Yeah,
Low,
she-
like,
Small terror.
and she's just so dry. And her specific
Yeah.
tagline of
Let's
go. I'm
Her eyes are
obsessed.
sick as
Her
fuck.
I know.
I like, okay, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the animation style, it's like older for all the other people.
It does kind of
It's
look older.
It looks like an older kind of anime.
Yeah.
But with her specifically, her design is so, it doesn't fit, but it works.
Yeah, like
perfectly.
if you look at like main guy, it looks like he jumped right from like a 2009
Same
anime.
With the girl
Yeah.
too, because like if you see like side profiles, like the shape of their whole head is.
And like his eyes remind me of like early 2000s. I think it's really cool because I just for some reason
I
have a
do.
soft spot for those
Mm-hmm.
animes.
Anyone notice how like young ladies dripped the fuck out?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Her
Did
drip
her
is her
shoes?
drip is off the
her
charts.
shoes are fucking sick.
She is next level dripped
Uh-huh.
up.
Yeah.
She
She's not
knows.
drowning.
No, she's dripping, not
She,
drowning.
drip or
She's cool.
drown, and honey, she's swimming.
She's the Michael
They
Phelps.
used to call her Ranch because she'd be dressing.
Let's go.
That's my. I told him the first episode. I'm like, I really hope she keeps saying that, and she did every single
episode so
episode.
far.
Let's go.
Let's go. What do you? Let's make some predictions here. So with orange hair girl, I don't really know names yet. So I'm just gonna by that color of
remember
their
their
There's
fucking
names.
orange
hair.
hair girl, young drippy.
I feel like we have all been in the same boat of every single show. We don't know any of their names. We just describe
Yeah.
them by like the most minimal
But
characteristic.
it works.
Yeah.
So like, what do you think is going on with her? Because she has a dark side to her.
Well, she has
She's
two
seen it
gloves
twice.
She's
too.
cursed as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 2 hands though, instead of just one. So, but
Yeah, she wears 2 gloves.
So her and main homie are cursed.
Yeah, but like,
But she wasn't.
she did something weird in episode 2 right at the end.
She gives off
in
some
the
strange
kitchen.
vibes
Episode one,
sometimes.
too.
Yeah.
Was it episode 1?
Episode 1 where they were at the telephone thing and like she gets that. I like that animation where it was just creepy, like her creepy smile and it was all dark in the back. It.
I don't know. I
What if-
wonder like what, because it almost seems like there's a motive.
She's the friend that got attacked.
Is she the friend who got
Yeah.
attacked?
Yeah.
For sure?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's
even
why
said
she's
that
cursed.
in 4.
Okay, because I was trying to
to.
pin him like, is she the one or was it somebody else? And then she was also a third person.
Yeah, she's the friend that got attacked when he was young and why he was afraid of his curse.
And did show flashbacks to her like
Laying on the ground.
yeah, like Chica style or like Honk style.
Honk fall.
You know exactly the pose I'm talking about too.
Yeah.
I'll explain it to me.
I-
like
I
when
don't
an
know
anime
it.
girl falls, her arms like this. And
Just
they're
show honk fall.
Yeah,
Just literally just.
Jamie, can you pull up
Yeah,
Honk
Jamie,
fall?
Q.
Jamie, Q.
Yeah, just
Honk
look up
fall.
like honk fall in the rain. Love
Love
Live
Live.
season 1.
just look up Honk
Yeah,
fall.
it's there. Yeah, it's there. Just look it up. Luke, are you looking it up?
Yes, I'm on it. What is this? Before I go any further, what is? I don't know what's
Honk
going
fall
on.
is just a very like
Don't
huge
A
meme
funny
in the
meme.
community.
I
For the
just
Love
want
Livers?
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
Love
Okay.
Live.
I just want the pose because that's like the iconic
Jamie, just look
fall
up like
pose.
Jamie, just look up like honk fall.
There it is.
rain.
There it is.
like that.
Oh, okay. Why are they so mean? It's just her like falling
It's
down.
just it's just a funny bit.
I don't get
She
it.
Oh, it's
passed out
fucking
because she
funny.
was in the rain.
No, she was working too hard. It was raining during their live, and she
And then
passed
she
out.
passed out in Honk Fall.
Anyway,
Love Livers
yeah,
are
her,
crazy.
Honk Fall 98, you know.
The fall of
Fall
2000.
98.
even though she came out what 2013.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think yeah.
Yeah.
The fall of 2013.
And then Sunshine was like 2016, and then it wasn't until like 2021 that we got
No.
another season.
Yeah. Now we're getting an isekai.
Stupid Niji. It's not even an isekai.
So what are all the shows you're watching this season?
Just well, we could talk about Zom 100 and Dark Gathering.
Well, like the most depressing show that I've seen in a long time.
What or
No,
Zom
Zom
100?
100.
Dude, I was.
It's too real. It's too real.
It's way too real.
If they would have killed off Homeboy that he just found, I would have been really upset.
I was
Oh,
so
yeah, no, he was fucking sick.
scared.
He was
I thought he
awesome.
was
the
dead.
whole end.
I thought he was fucking
I was-
dead. I'm
wait,
like, no,
what-
don't do this. The guy that
Big
got
guy?
naked.
Naked
His
guy.
his
Dude,
homie who wanted
I
to be the
was
comedian.
not expecting him just to strip naked.
That was fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
That was
That was really fun.
unexpected. And then they both got naked together.
Yeah, and just drank some beers.
Yeah.
You could describe like and somebody who's never seen the show and just be like, oh, the two guys got naked.
They just get
Anime
naked.
moment.
You know, I wanted to be mad, but that's like the most guy comedy I've ever
Yeah,
seen a
I
show
know.
do.
And he scratched his nuts.
I could.
That was funny as shit.
I could easily see myself laughing my ass off if someone just got naked in front of
Yeah,
me.
that's
Like, that'd
funny
be
as fuck.
fucking hilarious.
I would just laugh. I'd be like, oh, that's funny.
Like if we were all hanging out and then all of a sudden like Devin comes out.
Hey,
butt ass
guys.
naked, I would laugh so fucking hard.
He just sat like crisscross applesauce with a Miller.
beer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
like a
just sitting there
Miller.
drinking it.
Like
That would be
that-
funny as fuck.
That'd be so fucking funny.
See, I didn't like the colors at first of that show too, but I'm like.
I like that blood is anything but red,
There's some.
That
There's
is
some
cool.
red. There's a
but
little
it's not
bit.
like
It's-
blood red. It's
Yeah,
like
it's supposed to be like.
it's like
colorful.
bright reds
It
or
is-
crimsons.
it is
not,
cool.
not
I was-
blood red.
hoping it would be more like my high school or High School of the Dead, but
It's
I,
not.
no. I was kind of disappointed at first, but now it's growing on me. Like watching that show.
I remember watching the first episode. And I think Luke said something in the chat. He was like, "I finished the first episode, and I am just sad because the first like 15 minutes were just this guy being so depressed from work. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, that's hitting me.
And
I
then
know.
the turnaround of the show is that he was so depressed from work that he doesn't have to go. He'd rather be near death.
And the girl he loved was fucking the ugly bastard boss.
God, he was so ugly.
And then they both die. And then the friends he meets die.
Wait, who?
When he
The-
was
on the
leaving his
balcony.
apartment, he
Oh,
saw
those
those
two people.
They
Well, I mean,
died.
they were. He should have known.
They were
yeah,
dead as
but
They were-
but
they
still,
were
it's
dead.
like
But
the only people he's talked to since.
We're
being
a
out.
bitch that he met at the
she's cool.
convenience
She's
store.
cool as shit. She's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome.
Yeah, she's gonna be based.
It was a
And
bitch he
when-
met at the convenience store and his friend who's naked now.
But I was like wondering too, why if like in the first episode those two people died because of those zombies obviously getting into his house, why hasn't they tried to get into his
He said
door?
he was in a different building, so maybe they're not on like
his level?
his floor. Or
But he
something.
mentioned like
They're not
they
on
were
his
blocking
level.
the stairwell. So it's like
I don't know.
Yeah, he,
Maybe they
he
just haven't
jumped
come-
across and climbed
Yeah.
down from the show. Maybe he's just quiet and they don't know
Yeah.
he's in there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
Maybe.
because he lives alone. Yeah.
I mean, what he spent the whole day off that he had after everybody literally died cleaning his apartment
Yeah.
and having
Yeah.
a
It
couple
was
of beers.
Kind of awful.
I'm like, this is so sad to watch.
I know.
Yeah,
Imagine
like,
your life being
man.
so shitty you'd rather be in danger every day of your life because you don't have to go to work and you're happy about that.
Not even just in danger. Like society has collapsed. You can't just go to the store and
Right.
go to a
Loved ones are
restaurant.
probably dead.
Yeah, like the world is literally falling apart, and you're like, I don't have to go to work
I am
anymore.
scared for next episode because he did mention he wanted to go see his family up
Yeah.
in the
Did he
country.
say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He
like,
was worried about his family up
yeah,
north.
he's like, oh, I can go finally see them after 3 years, and I was like, oh no,
No, they're not going to be alive.
I know.
They're totally not
they're
alive.
dead as fuck, dude.
But I want to see that one, the blonde girl.
In the
come in.
samurai suit.
Yeah.
That being said, when he like rugby slammed the fat bastard out of that
That was
window
awesome.
and he
Yeah.
exploded, that was
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, that was a good
What
redemption.
what
arc right
blonde
there.
girl?
There's 4 characters in his little
In
group.
the like EDOP.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
type
she's
thing.
the blonde girl with the samurai suit,
She's
Okay.
probably gonna be a
like
dumb.
a dunce,
Yeah,
Okay.
something
but
like that.
I'm.
It's the ding dong of the group.
The
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be cool to see like all of them together because if you think about it, like
It's like Left 4 Dead.
yeah, like
It
the main
is.
character, the main character guy, like you wouldn't
Coke.
picture him being best friends with the dude who almost died in a BDSM room.
No.
that was
dude's
crazy.
cool.
when I noticed that. I was like,
Yeah, I'm like, this dude's getting freaky as fuck.
I was not expecting that at first, and I saw her, I'm like,
You know, my question
what the
is,
fuck?
they were in the.
chained in the Twitter.
It was just. it was
she
just
was
the
in the
two of
Twitter.
them in that room. Mm-hmm. How the fuck did she become a zombie?
Maybe she.
She might have got bit.
Bit
You know, we
prior.
don't.
beforehand.
Yeah, we don't
And then
know.
he hid in the room.
Maybe my
Maybe.
theory is like maybe she got bit. I don't know how long it takes to become
Mm-hmm.
a zombie, so maybe it takes a while. She got bit. They went to go doodle around.
but why would you doodle during a zombie apocalypse? Is the
They
first
might have
thing.
not known.
Maybe it was on a. I don't know. Like the circumstances are a bit
Just say
strange.
it. Just say the word.
I don't think they went. It's like, oh, it's the zombie apocalypse. Let's go doodle. Like I think like she might have got infected somehow. It might have taken a little bit to kind of like
Set in.
set in,
And then-
and then
changing
Then
what
they chained her
doodle
up to the
yeah,
wall.
and she became Twitter. And then everything kind of went down. He's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
You know, she was acting sus when she was in the Twitter.
Yeah.
She didn't get out of it. She's still there to this day.
She's in the Twitter.
Yeah.
She will be stuck there for the rest
She's
of her
stuck
dead
in-
life.
She's stuck in the Twitterverse.
Make it stop. Make it stop.
You have to talk to Elon Musk about that.
Do you think we could make a new website called Twitter?
Well,
Copywritten.
Mark,
already still.
Big Zuck made a joke about that. He was like, we're going to rebrand Threads to Twitter now.
What if he did? What if he fucking
That'd be the
that would
hardest
be-
flex ever.
Yeah.
That would be.
Because everybody would I just don't get why you would move it to X.
That's
because like
so
It doesn't even
I'm-
sound good,
It does
dude.
not.
It's
It
literally
does
like
not.
the
Honestly,
See, I'm
he
shitty-
just
should
gonna go
have
on
just
X.
removed the platform entirely, and it would probably
He's
have made the internet a
killing
better
it.
place.
killing it.
He really
Good.
is.
Twitter needs to die.
Twitter is awful, but also like I like being like, oh, I'm on Twitter now because I just joined Twitter like 2 years ago.
It
Well,
is
you're
a
not on
great-
Twitter anymore,
It is a
you're on
great
X.
source for like
X.
news when it just happens. It really is.
But that's it.
I keep up
That,
with
yeah,
drama
that's it.
on there.
But there's so much bullshit that people talk about there, and like the people who are on Twitter, a good majority of them are so fucking like up their own ass.
Yeah.
Terminally online Twitter.
Yeah, they're like really bad.
Twitter heads.
Yeah, now X heads.
We're thread heads.
Or,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're-
I'm a threader.
I
I
maybe
hate
get on
Threads,
Threads. I
actually,
maybe
now.
get on once a week.
Threads?
Yeah.
I
Me
can't tell
too.
you the last time I got on
I know.
Threads.
I browsed, I think, 2 days ago. It's
It's not as easily accessible as Twitter, I feel. It's still
Yeah, it just
early.
it does feel a little like
bulky.
Well, it's
and-
closed
new.
off.
yeah, it is new.
I mean, it's new still.
yeah.
Like, if you're going to compare anything new to something old, then that's not really fair to it. It's just.
Cry about it,
Like if
bitch.
all the
Sorry,
VTubers
jackass.
if all the VTubers got on Threads, then I'd have more of a reason to get on. Because on my Twitter feed is literally just VTubers.
Yeah.
Like,
Mine-
that's it.
It's like mostly like Twitch stuff, and so like my Threads is a lot of Twitch stuff.
Yeah,
my
mine's like a
Threads
mix.
is like
Mine turned to like just women. I don't know what the fuck happened. I've never interacted with anything. I've
On
only ever
Threads?
interacted on Twitter. I've
On
only
Twitter?
ever interacted with like VTuber
get
shit and
those-
everything, and
yeah.
now I get like naked girls. I'm like, why
I
the
get the
fuck
like
did
the
this
things
happen?
that are like, oh, drop like a pretty picture of you, and then it's just sex, and then it's just girls with their boobs
I
out,
hated
and,
the
like,
trend where people would be like, "Oh gosh, I sure would hate if you dropped a picture of like anal beads." Mm-hmm. You using anal beads.
that was a thread.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean that
Or
wasn't
like a
it.
trend,
But
a
people would
trend.
say like, "Oh, I sure hate like this. I would really hate if people put pictures of this in the replies, implying that they want to see that." I was like,
I kind of
keep
want
seeing
to just
those.
want to do that.
Fucking
Be like,
stop.
man, I sure would hate to see your credit card and have the,
Social
all the
security
information on the
number.
back. That would
"Please
that would
don't
make me
put
angry.
please don't reply to this with your credit card information."
I sure do hate people with daddy issues. Please don't post your daddy issues. And
I hated that trend because I still get those. I don't even interact with them.
let's see.
I don't
Yeah.
either. I just skip over them, but I kept
Yeah.
They
seeing them.
just show up.
Yeah, I mean it's
Like,
stupid.
I don't know how the fuck this happened. I only ever
It's all
interacted.
cosplay.
Horny.
Most of it.
All of it's horny.
Send him to jail,
Yeah,
boy.
But,
my
like-
Instagram is just like mostly. horny.
That's my Instagram too, but like I don't know how this happened. I only interacted with VTubers, and then it just turned into like all this shit. I'm like, I don't.
I mean, I guess like look at the top. A lot of the things on Twitter that I see are like, this person that you follow liked this post, so it's showing up
it
on your
is.
feed.
It is.
Not even like it doesn't even do it with retweets. It's likes.
It shows me just shit without that because
That's
I've
me
checked
too.
to see. I've checked to see. It just shows me it. It just gives it to me.
That's
and
just
I've
weird.
Does
only
Twitter still
interact-
have the thing of like recommended and following?
The phone.
Maybe you're on the recommended tab and not the follow.
I didn't even know they had that.
I didn't know they had
Yeah.
that either.
Yeah.
I
Before,
don't
it was
know if
only
they still
VTubers.
do.
I never did anything. It was only VTubers on
Is
the
it-
recommended.
is it like a
whatever.
swipe
Yeah, so like
function?
see up here for you and following. So like for you,
Check it real quick. I
and then
wonder if,
there's
like, you
following.
accidentally swiped.
I mean, I don't think it sets every time.
Go all the way up, all the
So
way up.
did
He is all the
somebody-
way up.
Yes.
Go back to your now.
There
swipe.
we go.
Yeah, swipe back over.
There she is.
Is that one of the new follow line? Who
No.
is that?
I don't. Oh, it's Lane Patterson from.
So you were on recommended then.
I was on For You. Okay, that makes more sense. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
how the fuck
I
my For
didn't-
You turned to that though.
I feel if
might
you're
have been
just
like an
swiping, it
accidental.
might be a quick slide over.
But I mean,
and
even then, what I'm saying is, I've always been on For You, and it's always been VTubers. Why did my For You change to that?
That's
I don't
must.
know.
Why'd he change it to X, dude?
X
X.
videos.
What's his kid's name? His kid's name's like X something.
That's like Goof and Schmerz or some shit.
You like if you name
Little
your kid
piss
anything
baby
like that,
McGee.
you're setting your kid up for fucking bullying for the rest
Yeah,
of their
but
life.
his dude, he's a Musk. Like the kid is set for his children's.
People are gonna
grandparents'
hate that
lives.
kid for no reason
I
other
wouldn't
than
care.
his name.
I'd be fucking blazing rich. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Right, the kid's gonna be rich as fuck. Who
Kid has
cares?
fuck you money to say, like, he has fuck you money.
Fuck
Yeah.
you, fuck you.
Yeah, like, fuck you money's big, but fuck you
Yeah.
money's bigger.
Fuck you, money.
Like,
Yeah.
he has more than wipe my ass with $100 bill money.
He has more than wipe my ass with $1 million check
But why
money.
would you
Yeah.
ever set your kid up to do that? It's like, now you take your kid to school. Hey, spell your name.
I feel like
The kid doesn't even know how to spell his
Yeah,
own
I know.
fucking
I feel
name.
he's gonna fucking like homeschool him.
How's he gonna Scantron?
What?
Scantron.
Oh,
Scantron?
you don't know what screen? What?
You not take the OGTs or anything like
I took
that?
the OGT.
Yeah.
The little circle dot?
The
Yeah.
circle dot
Oh
Scantrons.
yeah, yeah, that's right. Those suck.
God, you guys.
I hated.
Holy
You had
shit.
to-
We've had to
No,
edit you like
used
5
them.
times.
I used them.
Yeah, I said, how's he gonna do it?
I didn't know it was called a Scantron.
Yeah.
Scantron sheet, and you had to use a number 2 pencil.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a number 2 pencil, no
It's
mechanical.
a Scantron sheet because then they put it in the Scantron.
Huh.
To double check
Fucking
if you're
hated those
correct.
I'm gonna Xerox your balls.
Speaking of names, I always found we'll go back in the Oshinoko real quick. I thought Aqua's name was cool as fuck.
Aqua is
Aquamarine.
sick. That is fucking
If
awesome.
my name was Aquamarine, I'm like, that's fucking hard.
Yeah.
I
That's a
love.
hard name.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was like pissed at my parents when I heard. I'm like, why
That's
the
a
fuck
dope name.
didn't you name me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm close with an A, but like
Ruby's.
Ruby's sweet.
I like the name Ruby,
I think
but
Ruby's
also
cool.
like
Like,
I know too many.
You have
I
Ruby.
know too many Rubies.
there's
and,
no
like,
other
I don't-
Ruby.
I don't know a real IRL Ruby.
The only ones I met are terrible people,
Oh.
so I don't like
Aqua's
them.
a sick name.
Uh,
Though.
But Aqua and
Aquamarine is
Ruby
cool as fuck.
together,
Yeah,
like
that's
name
cool.
wise,
That's
that's fucking
cool.
sick.
But I feel like so these are obviously the name of like gems or something like Aquamarine.
That's what she did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I feel like some like Sapphire's kind of weird.
Sapphire's not weird. Oh well, no, actually, it reminds me of a stripper name.
It
so.
reminds me of
Yeah.
Star. Crystal's a stripper name.
Crystal's
Crystal is-
also.
I
I knew a Crystal.
Diamond.
I knew a Crystal.
Obsidian would be a sick name.
Obsidian would
Yeah,
be-
that'd be awesome.
I'm just kind of thinking about what's that show with all the rock people? You know what
Land
I'm
of
talking
Dwayne
about?
Lustrous.
Yeah, Land of the Lustrous.
Yeah, big sale on diamonds.
Yeah, huge sale on
What's
diamonds.
what's the show with the rock people?
They are. They're all like fucking gems. and stuff.
Pokemans.
Pokemon.
Pokemans.
Yeah, Land of Lustrous.
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
have cool names.
Big sale on diamonds, which is still there. That was the last.
Big sale on diamonds.
There it is. Big
Yeah.
sale on diamonds.
That's before we got the whiteboard.
That was before we
I don't see no whiteboard.
It's in the other.
to the other. It's still on the wall.
Yeah.
And then
It
you
actually
left the room.
It has Adam's message on it when we
Yeah,
had
it
him
does.
on. It is Adam's
That
message.
board is history.
Yeah, it
I
is.
never got to write a message. You know that? I've been on 3 times.
Well, there's
You
no
might
one to,
have.
There's no one to write a message now.
Well,
she never
before.
wrote a message
Nope,
on there.
no one ever
Really?
let me.
Did we have the whiteboard?
Yep. I was not allowed to write on it.
Wow.
It's because I'm a woman. I knew it. You
Probably.
guys are misogynistic.
Probably.
So I get a lot of like these. Here's shows of the season that are going on, whatever, and those people on like my recommended.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes they'll like describe shows I haven't seen, so I'm like, oh, I'll see what this is about. The one thing that pisses me off is it's Oshinoko. They pronounce it Oshinoko, like all
Oshinoko.
one word, and I don't know why. It pisses me off.
Oshinoko.
Oshinoko.
Shinoko. It doesn't
Oshinoko.
sound right.
No,
It does sound
Because you
weird.
don't read it that way.
they're like Oshinoko, and it's like that's not how it's even read. Like
No,
it's
'cause there's-
obviously not read that way.
There's a space in
They're- yeah,
between.
I feel like
They're
that's like a
separate.
TikTok video
Oshinoko.
you'd stumble upon. Here's a show that will blow your mind. Number 1, Oshinoko.
Oshinoko. It's like I would understand if it was like maybe if it was in like katakana or something
Mm-hmm.
and you couldn't or hiragana or something and it's like all looks like one word.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Romanji
Yeah, it is spaced in Romanji.
with spaces. Do you say your sentences in all one word? You fucking ignoramus.
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 It's a funny word.
It's been driving me up a wall because I've seen like several different people saying Oshinoko.
That
It's
would
like,
bother me.
please stop.
It's like Nokia.
Like
It reminds
stop.
me of Nokia.
Stop
Nokia.
talking.
Nokia
Nokia.
phone.
I think I say Nokia.
What?
Do I?
Nokia.
I'm wondering. You have me
Nokia?
questioning myself.
Nokia.
No, what? You guys
Nokia.
are saying it weird.
No, I think I say
What
Nokia.
do you mean?
Nokia.
Nokia.
No, what?
Nokia?
I think
No,
I
I
say
said
Nokia.
Nokia.
How do you say it?
Oh,
Nokia?
it sounds like I'm
Nokia?
saying like, dude, you have no Kia. God, it sounds fucking weird now.
Nokia.
No Kia, no car. Yeah.
All right, but like, what motherfucker's really gonna go? Yeah, that green Kia Soul. That's what I want. Not a single motherfucker.
That's hamster car.
hamster
Don't
car.
diss hamster car.
I
Those are
want
gross.
this hamster car. You and I would definitely both agree we don't like hamster
yeah,
car.
fuck hamster,
Hamster
car.
cars suck.
No, fuck-
You like
fuck
hamster
Kias.
car, don't
no,
you?
no, I hate
Fuck
it.
Kias in general. I
I
hate
hate
Kias.
Kias.
Sucks ass.
Yeah, Kia is, I think, the worst foreign car brand ever.
Which
Kia
where's that one
sucks.
from?
South Korea.
South Korea.
Korean.
South Korean.
South. You gotta.
Well, we
go
can't
south.
get a car from North Korea.
We should. I'm sure their cars are sweet.
I'm sure they're not.
I do wonder what they drive. Like, I
They
mean,
run
they
off
have
of coal.
they have to import.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Their cars run off of coal.
Well, they probably
like
lied to
different.
about what they're fucking.
I think they're
called,
little
too.
Italian cars.
Fiats. They're all driving
All
Fiats.
But like old Italian cars.
You think they are probably old
Yeah.
cars?
I'm
Most
thinking
likely.
they're probably, like,
Or home brand.
or they could be like Russian cars as well,
Yeah, they're probably little shitty Russian
or Chinese
cars.
cars.
Hondas.
Honda's a good brand.
Honda's
very
a great
curious.
brand, man. I drive a Honda.
Cause like that one documentary that we watched,
I
I don't
love
think they
watching
had. They're
documentaries on North
fascinating.
Korea.
We watched it.
I
together.
always watch it.
Yeah, it was that most famous one where that dude snuck in like
We watched that together.
yes.
Really? Were
Well,
the
I guess we
Russian
didn't
guys?
watch it together.
Were the Russian guys snuck in?
Alex watched it. He just didn't associate you with it.
I guess not. I watched it twice in my life.
Okay, we're
Once
talking
at
too
school,
much shit.
once-
Look at this
With
fucking.
you.
That's hard as fuck.
That's hard as
I
fuck.
want that.
Do
That's
we all
hard
drive
as
those?
fuck.
I
Like,
want
They don't all drive it, but that is a truck that
Everyone
they have.
drives the same truck.
The Sun
well, I
Green
mean, I
motor
wouldn't
plant.
doubt it.
Oh man, that car's cool.
They probably drive like. I'm just curious to know genuinely what they drive, because they're just so.
It just looks like a ripoff of a
Looks like a-
Chevy.
So
looks
they
like a
do
Mercury
drive
and
a
The
lot.
top looks
BMW.
like a Chevy.
That looks like a BMW.
Yeah, like a
kind of
BMW van.
Yeah.
These just all
Interesting.
look like they're knockoffs.
bus.
Oh, that's the Pyongyang.
They probably take off the
Trolleybus.
tags and everything too.
I'm
That thing's
curious.
kind of sick.
That's a pretty cool looking bus.
Yeah.
Cool bus.
Pyongyang.
Huge.
Pyongyang.
You know what's as
Okay.
big as that bus?
What?
You should-
My PP.
Okay,
What?
that's not true because then Luke would not be able to fit in this
Hmm.
room.
Anthony's on my side on this. Never mind.
What is it?
That dinosaur. Thing.
Oh my
What
god. Here
dinosaur
we
thing?
fucking
Oh
go
yeah,
again.
the size of the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Luke, okay, let me just pose this question
Let's
to you.
get Luke on our driver's
So, okay, a blue whale is currently the biggest animal on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big animal, right?
Whoa, hold on.
Shut up.
No,
Living.
no, this is important. This
Living.
is very important context. Not just living. A blue whale is the largest mammal known to have ever existed in the history of the Earth.
Okay.
It is 3 school buses long.
Mm-hmm.
Is that big?
3 school buses?
Long.
For the
Yeah.
biggest
Interjection?
animal to ever exist.
We are
in the
not saying
history
that
of
it
the
is
Earth.
small. We are not saying 3 buses is not big. He is wording it saying that
He
we
is.
don't
He is
think
wording
that
it weird.
he did this on my stream. He said he's like, "Oh, acting like I think that's small." No. I never said it's small. It's huge. It's massive. But I don't think it's the biggest thing ever.
I really think you guys are grossly underestimating the length of school bus from bumper to bumper.
I rode a bus, buddy.
That's great. You can also, dude, it takes like literally 10 seconds to walk from one end to another.
10
Imagine
seconds is not very slow.
Alex.
walking at a
Fast.
pace
10,
of like
10
2
seconds
miles
is,
an hour.
10 seconds is a long
Some people
time.
would love that.
It's a long time. For some people, it's
No,
good enough.
this is what I said. So it says and the average blue whale is 90 meters, right?
Yes.
You've run the 100-meter dash in track. That is the shortest race in track,
Anthony,
right?
that is a fucking huge animal.
I'm not like
It
Amanda
takes
said.
a full sprint for you and me, probably about 12 seconds to sprint at the most we can ever sprint, and that is the length of a whale.
Listen, we're not saying that's small. We are saying for the largest animal in all of the Earth's history, the 4 billion years that the Earth has been around, that where we are living right now in our time frame is the largest animal to have ever existed. I'm mad about that. I'm very angry about that.
That is huge.
It's big, but when I imagine, like, you've seen Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
You've seen them big, long neck motherfuckers.
Now here's the
Big
thing:
long
are
neck
the long necks longer than the blue whale?
I don't know.
So, like,
like
That's what I
those
was
things,
saying, is I
those
think-
things look
Bigger.
enormous. They look ginormous. Now I don't know how
That's
big.
why I think dinosaurs are they have to be bigger than this whale.
I'm thinking that there had to have been something in the ocean that just made the blue whale seem like a fucking
I mean,
pebble.
dude, it literally says far bigger than any dinosaur. The blue whale is the largest known animal to have ever
It
lived.
makes me angry.
I don't believe it. I think it's
The
wrong.
Brachiosaurus's length was 30 meters.
This is 90.
That makes the brachiosaur seem
Look
small.
at this size
Alex, it just makes dinosaurs seem so disappointing.
Look at that motherfucker.
Yeah, it
I
does.
know he's big.
But why would he live during our time too?
That's
like it doesn't make sense.
that's what makes me angry about it.
like our time versus why is he still alive? If the dinosaurs died out, we should have the dinosaurs still. I'd take the dinosaurs over that
We should
stupid
not have the
fucking
dinosaurs
whale.
still. The dinosaurs didn't die because they were too big. They died from a meteor.
Yeah, well, fuck the meteor. I want the dinosaurs and not that blue
I
whale.
don't want to fuck them either.
I'm just saying,
What
like,
do you guys have? Like, why can't
it's
you?
nothing against the blue whale.
Yeah, but like,
blue whales are
I mean,
cool.
I think it is.
You think I have a vendetta against blue whales?
Yeah.
I don't. I like whales.
Why
Whales
can't you
are
just
awesome.
be happy for it? Like
I'm-
that,
I'm
Anthony.
happy- no, look,
Anthony.
look.
Think about this accolade to carry. You are the largest animal to ever exist.
I know, and I'm
And it's a
angry
whale.
that it happens.
Who cares?
It's
a
like
whale.
when you think of like a plesiosaur, a leopleurodon, like those are some badass animals. You expect those Johns to just fucking be huge, right?
Why?
And then young whale shows up and goes, "I'm bigger than you."
What's unbadass about a blue whale?
Nothing is unbadass about it. I'm just angry that, like, you know, there's a cool video that shows a megalodon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, this is what a megalodon would look like attacking a boat. It's this 3D rendered thing. And it's bigger than this military boat.
I just looked up size of megalodons. They were about 20 meters.
I know.
they're
And that's
smaller than-
that's disappointing
By
to
a
me.
lot.
That's disappointing. Now I look at the megalodon.
What, 60 feet?
I know. And I'm like, you're small.
That is
the
small.
blue whale is bigger than you. What are you
Bro,
gonna do?
that's 3 times the length of a gray white.
What does the blue whale eat?
I know.
Krill.
Dude, I'm
The
just like,
fucking biggest thing of the entire
the
world.
smallest
You're telling me it eats fucking krill. It doesn't even do anything badass like kill animals. It eats fucking krill.
no, he's like L plus ratio. Fuck Luke's a krill.
That is, I hate that even more.
I kind of think
Well,
that's a power
I
move
mean-
in a way.
Blue whales also do absolutely fucking nothing.
That's why they're huge. They do nothing.
They just eat.
They don't do
Eat
shit
krill.
because they can't.
He goes,
You have to
Yeah.
remember the limitations of just evolution in general. Do you know why spiders don't get bigger? Because their exoskeletons would literally crush them. You can't make certain things bigger because their bodies cannot work at a larger
I
scale.
think someone did this with Godzilla. They said, like, if Godzilla actually existed, he would
Yeah.
get crushed under his own weight.
Yeah. And a blue whale doesn't get crushed under its own weight, and it's 90 meters
Because
long.
it's in the ocean.
You know what we watched the other night? Was that the sunfish?
Sunfish
Oh, yeah,
are
the
big.
sunfish.
Was
Yeah.
fascinating.
Sunfish is
Big humans.
awesome.
Dude's weird.
Big
Dude should not
homie.
be alive.
Yeah, he really should. He's weird.
He's fucking weird compared to other
All tuna
creatures.
should be dead.
So you know what's
dude.
interesting about the sunfish? So
big.
like, so fishes have a natural buoyancy thing. These are 2 facts. Minstrels have a buoyancy. They have a swim bladder. So if they go too deep, they'll sink and not come up. And if they go too high, they have too much gas in their swim bladder. They either have to fart it out to sink, or they'll go to the top and like stay there forever. The sunfish doesn't have that.
He just goes.
It's got some thick motherfucking bones.
He's
So this homie, typically fish will stay in a certain area, right? So the sunfish is like, he will dive down to the deep depths, like the midnight zone, eat food, and then swim back up.
well, no, because
And what's interesting about that is there's a temperature regulation for these animals, for fish, where it's like, if you get below this temperature, you will die. Sunfish says, nah, fam, I'm built different. Goes down to a very chilly 56-degree body temperature, swims up, and then basks in the sun.
well, it did mention how with the eating, because they would. What would they do? So basically, during daytime, the other sea creatures are coming down because they don't want to be up at the top.
It's really hot.
Yeah. But what they do is very smart, where they start at the bottom, and then during the day, they start swimming up. So as these are coming down, they're eating them as they come down, and then they go and sit in the sun and
Yeah.
Just
bask.
play in the sun.
They're very smart.
It's crazy, the biology of the sunfish.
All right, I just want to go on a side note. We're going to talk as much as we can about the fucking blue whale, But you're telling me this stupid-looking motherfucker is cool?
Isn't that
He's
weird?
Cool.
He's fat. I never said he's cool. I said he's fascinating.
Motherfucker has rudders.
God, he looks.
Hey, because both his fins are the exact
the
same
back.
size.
Yeah, they're
They're the exact same size,
Like,
and he's
look at how
parallel.
fucking stupid he looks.
Is that what he looks like?
Yes.
He's so weird.
He is a dumb looking.
He looks. Well,
He
'cause
is the Freddy Fazbear of fish.
Yeah.
his tail too. They mentioned his tail. Something about his tail.
It
they
like-
keep folding in on
it
each
folds
other.
in on itself.
So that's why he doesn't have like a tail. He has just like a rounded thing because they keep folding in until they die. But they don't like use their tail to swim. They use only their
Their flaps.
Front
little
footers.
wings.
Rudders.
The rudders.
Their little wings go
Their
like
left
this,
and right
and they go like
ailerons.
this.
Yeah, their left and right ailerons.
And they-
They're always like sideways.
Isn't that weird? They swim like this.
They're fucking
But also,
stupid.
other animals won't eat them because they're so thick. Because they're
Yeah, if you see that stupid fucking thing coming at you, that doesn't look very appetizing to me.
Great White pulls up. He's like, "Dog, you're just too much. See ya."
I could eat
Cute.
that, or I could go and attack a whale. Like,
dead
those are your
whale.
two options. I'm taking the whale every
Yeah.
time.
You know what's another disappointing sea animal that I hate?
What?
Cookie cutter sharks.
Why?
Fucking hate them.
Do you
Why?
know the story of the cookie cutter shark in the submarine?
Yeah, they like to bite them.
You actually? This motherfucking shark sent a submarine back to repairs because it bit it.
Yeah, well, they're stupid and they look ugly.
I like
Yeah, they're
cookie
ugly,
cutters.
but,
They're
like-
cool.
Don't like them. You know
What
what's cute,
other
though?
shark has fought against a naval vessel and won?
You know what's a cute shark? Is the
One
goblin
small
shark.
boy.
A goblin shark's
Cute. Have you seen them attack?
they get a bad rap,
Goblins are fucking sick.
and they get a bad rap because people say they're really ugly because they only see the pictures of them eating, but they don't actually look like that most of the time. That's
They're
just
really-
them eating.
Like watching them eat is fat. It's like it
Their
reminded
jaw,
me of
like-
that.
Their
His
jaw
jaw
and
and
Their
his
jaw
like a
like
snake.
goes, like it's
Yeah, they're crazy.
Luke, you
I
reading
like
the story of the
goblins.
cookie cutter?
No, it's the
No.
goblin.
Oh.
The what? The goblin shark?
Yeah, that's all the pictures people see.
He's so funny
His mouth, it's like he's
looking.
brushing his teeth all the time.
I love him. He was ranked in my S tier for my shark ranking.
Sharks, goblin sharks are cool.
But she ranked the great white in A tier.
Okay, no,
Great
here's
white- great white is
no.
S tier.
My issue. Well, I don't know where I personally ranked it. Everybody in my chat, I had a poll up, and I said I don't know where to put him. I know he's gonna be S or A, and so they all voted A, and I was like, okay. I'll
Sorry,
They
your,
say
your chat's
why.
just genuinely
Like,
wrong.
why did they
Just
say
typical. He's your typical shark.
It is
He's the
the
E-shark.
apex shark.
He's the E-shark.
He's a shark.
He's the face of sharks.
My favorite was which one got my top? I think it was
A lemon.
I like
no. I hated the
Hammerheads are
lemon.
base.
Lemon shark's
I
cute.
love-
Hammerheads are cool as
Lemon's
fuck.
mid.
Lemon
Hammerheads
sharks are cute.
Yeah,
I like
they're
lemons.
cute.
Young little lemon.
Hammerheads are some of my favorites. The great
I love-
hammerhead.
Hammerhead
love-
was cool.
yeah.
That
Those
was in
things
my
get
S
huge.
tier,
Those
and
S tier,
then
yeah.
Hammerheads
my-
get massive.
Some of them can.
How are you gonna talk shit about him?
Oh.
He's so cute.
Right.
Look
Mako.
at him. He's got a little mouth open.
I love basking shark was in my S
Basking
tier
shark.
too.
Did you rate the Greenland shark?
No, but the Greenland shark's interesting. I think he
Those
would probably
monks
be
can
A.
live to
Greenland
be like
sharks-
700 years
It'd
old.
be.
About
Lemon
700
sharks
years
are
old.
near threatened.
Are they?
What?
I feel like most
Yeah.
sharks are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Overhunting.
Did you rate the thresher shark?
Threshers
No,
are
but
cool.
those ones have the
Threshers are
massive
cool.
tails. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
think. Oh wait, did I?
That's an S tier shark. I love the thresher
I know
shark.
he wasn't in my
Thresher
S
shark.
tier.
Yeah, they got
Okay, we
sick
got that
tails.
long ass
It's
Got
like
that
tail.
long
his little
boy.
body and then his tail.
Oh,
goes-
Yeah.
And
Greenland
his
got a
tail's
C
like,
tier.
Greenland got C. That's fucking sweet,
I
man.
love
That's a
him,
cool
dude.
shark.
Lemon shark got a B tier.
Why? Can I ask why you
Ooh,
put the?
oh wait, I
Why did you put the bull shark in S?
bull shark?
Yeah,
They eat everything.
Oh, he was huge.
they're not that big.
Doesn't matter. He looked very clean. He was very sleek. He was very typical shark and how I like
That's
sharks. to
ironic.
I think it's bull shark that he's in S tier,
Right,
and you put
right.
great white in A.
Spit. Cook.
Also, lemon
shark
shark is
should've
higher
been-
than a B. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
be.
lemon
Nurse was
shark's
in
higher.
S tier or
Nurse?
A tier.
I love the nurse shark. That's
A
cutie.
tier.
Nurse,
What about-
nurse shark is the cutest.
I
Let's
love
be real.
nurse sharks.
But I'm just saying, lemon shark should be in A. Great white should be in S.
Right.
Yes.
My other one in
Just
D
fact.
tier was frilled shark.
Frilled.
It looks like a little eel.
Frills are weird.
I don't like them.
What about, did you rate, so you said you rated the Mako?
Yeah, Mako was top of S in front of every single
Mako
one.
was like
Mako's
a shark.
Is
Yeah.
it nurse sharks that you always see divers going down and they like pet them?
Yeah.
And they just
Yeah.
they just kind of hang out and
Yeah.
they just like pet them.
I like blacktip reef sharks
Black
too.
tip.
No,
Those are
that I
cool.
ranked those. I think that
Did you
one.
Did you guys see the story of the? It was a diver that would always go down in the Gulf of Mexico, I believe, and he always had a shark that would come over and like play with him.
Oh,
and
yeah,
knew
greet him.
and would greet him. And then when COVID hit, he couldn't go out. So for the 3 years COVID was there, he couldn't go over. And then when he came back after COVID, the shark found him and came over and swam next to him and
shark.
hung out with him.
Really?
Sharks are
And it
based.
like showed that it was excited to see him again.
That's
he was like
fucking
playing with the shark
awesome.
and petting it and all this shit.
Sharks are awesome.
They're like
dude.
sea puppies.
They are
They
sea
really
puppies.
Even though like
Sea lions.
seals more so are, but
Yeah.
You know what that reminded me of was my coworker was telling me a story today about some zoo had like, I think it was a monkey or a chimp or something, had a baby recently, and they thought the baby was stillborn. So the workers took this baby and like fixed it all up and it was fine. And so they put the baby back in the habitat with the mother, but the mother thought the baby was dead this entire time that they were fixing it up. She comes over and she like touches the baby's face, thinking it's dead. This baby reaches up and grabs it, and it was the cutest thing ever.
Was the
They accepted
other
it.
animal happy?
The mom was crying,
Oh, that's cute.
basically crying because she was so happy. She scoops this baby up and like goes wherever. But I thought that since the workers grabbed this baby, that it wasn't gonna accept her.
I
accept
don't think like it was a chimp or like some sort of primate.
Yeah.
I don't think they kind of do the same thing as like birds. I think
Yeah,
birds do that.
mammals usually don't care too much.
You showed me the video of the zoo in where was it, the Philippines or like Thailand or something, or like Malaysia. This cat.
Oh yeah, the
that
cat that's
lives
friend with the
them.
capybaras.
Yeah. the
Yeah, the
capybara
capybara.
cat.
He's also a capybara.
Yeah, he just hangs out and he like
Yeah.
picked up mannerisms from
That's
the
so
capybaras,
awesome.
and he's just kind of like another capybara,
Yeah.
but he's a cat. Now he has his own little sign on the
Yeah.
display.
This
They have
is-
to feed him
He
differently,
hangs with the
obviously.
capybaras. It's
That's
cool.
hilarious.
It's
It's
really
cool.
cute.
They give him different food, but he just kind of vibes about.
Yeah.
They accepted him.
Yeah,
it
they
was
did.
awesome.
I don't think capybaras put much of a fight into anything. They just hang out.
They're just guinea pigs, but overgrown.
They're
the,
just
they're
big.
big
San
guinea pigs.
Diego Zoo the capybaras at San Diego Zoo just had babies.
Really.
New capybara gang.
New
You know what's
capybaras.
weird is like guinea pigs, and I think I don't know. I'm not. Well, I know guinea pigs are from capybaras. They're kind of, cousins. Guinea pigs like come out full, like baby, just mini little baby guinea pigs, which is whack to me. I'm like, they look like a guinea pig, just extremely small. So
They have fur and everything.
yeah, they look exactly just like your normal guinea pig, and they're just there vibing. It's fucking crazy.
They just show up and they're just kind of like, "Hey, what's
I
up?"
had
I'm here.
nightmares that I would like when I first got my guinea pigs. I had nightmares that I would wake up with babies in my cage, like when I first got them, and I was like, I don't want any babies, but they were both males, so
Can I use the restroom real quick?
Yeah.
no.
Call me a boomer.
I was gonna bring up. Did you guys see that
Boomer.
when like the whole TikTok thing was going on, like the whole debate, like
Yeah.
the one thing I caught was like this dude was like, "Is TikTok using my Wi-Fi?" I was like, "Are you fucking stupid?"
That's so dumb.
And then the guy was like, "Oh, what do you mean?" He's like, "Is it into my Wi-Fi?" And he's like, "Yes, because it's your
You
Wi-Fi."
need it.
See, this
Yeah,
is what I use
it was
TikTok
dumb.
I like the cat.
because it's
Kitties.
He's
he has an emergency.
He's fat. Can I show one TikTok of
Yeah.
the cat?
Look like it.
Yeah, you had to like it.
See, this is
That
my
cat's
this is my
awesome.
TikTok.
This is
dude.
mine. And FNAF. Oh no.
Spicy. Hey, spicy?
I love cats so much. I have so many. Oh, like this one. He ate.
Why would you do this?
This dude ate paint.
I'm about to
Bro, I'd be afraid you'd get sick. I'd take him to the vet.
Yeah.
She probably took him to the vet after this.
do this.
My cat was screaming at me last night. Every time I picked him up, he was just like.
I have all sorts of like. Here's just a cat eating, just a kitten. Give him a nice little egg.
Can I eat eggs like that?
Yeah,
He's about to.
it's a sterile egg, so it's,
Oh, okay.
it's all good.
He's so cute.
And this is also just videos I have of just animals eating.
I can't stand listening to cats eat though.
It's like you go from that, and then here's a wiener dog eating a pizza.
He doesn't know what to
He's
do.
so
Deserves it.
polite.
Imagine if Finn got that.
Like this is just shit I get. I swear.
You ready to get back to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
So, while we're on the topic of animals, I have a funny animal story. Anthony knows this one.
Animal House.
No, not Animal House.
I don't think. I don't know. Maybe I do.
You'll
Maybe
know
I
it,
don't.
yeah. So, to preface this, there's a guy we just listened to who's on a podcast named Paul Rosalie. He basically said fuck life and went to live in the Amazon. And he was telling the story about an elephant named Dharma. So what this elephant was notorious for was when people were driving down the road and they had like bananas, the elephant would come out of the woodwork, block the car, and rob them for their bananas. He would mug people. So he was driving down the. So Paul Rosalie was like driving down the road one day, and Dharma comes out, and he's like, "Oh shit, it's Dharma." So Dharma stops his car. They're like, "Hey," and what this elephant did was put his fucking foot on the car and start tipping it. On 2 wheels, this car is. He's like, "You can give me those bananas," and he's like, "No, Dharma." Dharma just slowly pushes it more. So he gives him the bananas, and this went on for like so long that the police got involved. They arrested Dharma and put her in elephant jail.
What is elephant jail?
I don't know, but Dharma's in jail. She would mob these jeeps,
For their nanners.
and it's like he was like, "I can't do anything. Like, there's nothing I can do.
No.
I have to give Dharma these bananas."
Just buy 2 bundles of nanners and give her
Every
both.
time you
Take
drive, bring the
both.
bananas.
Also, another cool elephant fact. You know they rumble?
How so?
They vibrate.
That's like rumble strutting for guinea pigs.
Yeah, but this is like so low you can't really hear it really well with your ears, and it goes through the ground and the vibrations, and it alerts other like elephants about what's going on in the areas, and it's like miles long.
Interesting.
I love
fucking
elephants.
crazy.
Elephants,
They're
fucking
elephants are
awesome.
so cool.
They're so fucking smart, man.
Don't they pick up their like young too with their trunk and carry them around?
Probably.
Am I wrong?
Those mugs can paint.
They can. They're
Yeah.
smart as fuck.
I love elephants. They're so cool.
They're really
Elephants
cool.
are smart.
And like I think
Dharma.
is it elephants I want to say? Because we look at like baby elephants being like, oh, they're so cute and like so tiny. That's how they view us. They think that we're really
I think
cute.
it is. I think it is elephants.
They're like,
tiny
oh,
little
they're so
person.
Look
small.
at the tiny human being.
I could crush you.
I'm gonna wrap you up in my trunk and mug you for banana.
Give me your nanners.
I'll flip your car.
Haha, I'll do it.
Dharma, don't. Okay, I want the bananas.
Give me them.
Dharma.
Give me the
I'm
bananas.
gonna keep doing it.
Give them.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Like, imagining that scenario in my head, if I got mugged by an elephant, I would do whatever it said.
Yeah,
You
what
have
are
no
you gonna do?
choice.
Yeah. It's
What are
like-
you gonna do to an elephant?
Yeah. It's like, all right, get on the ground,
Have
put
you
your
ever-
hands above your head, and I'm taking the car.
I've ridden an elephant before.
Really?
I've told you this. I've been on an elephant.
Was this like a circus? Because I don't like circuses.
It wasn't like a circus. It was like it was up far, but it
Was it
was
like a zoo?
No.
Sometimes zoos do that.
it was like a fair that they just had an elephant at.
Was it an African elephant or an Asian elephant?
Oh, it was huge.
Small
Did he have,
ears
did
or
he have
big
big
ears?
floppy
Big
ears?
ears.
That's an
Big,
African
big
elephant.
ears.
Yeah, and I got to ride it, and it was really cool because like you're just like whoa, whoa. You just go wherever he goes.
Elephants are sweet.
I
It was
love
really
elephants
cool.
are so cool.
Their ears are heat sinks.
Are they
Really?
really?
Yeah.
What are they like? Keep the heat in for them.
They're all
dis-
flappy
dispel
so
the heat.
they can expel heat.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So they're like Dumbo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why their ears are all big and floppy. It's that the blood from like their internal body temperature goes out, and then it can expel because it's so thin in their ears.
You know
crazy.
what's so weird? I'm just learning all this cool stuff about animals now, like that I didn't learn as a kid. Like I learned is it cows that have 4 stomachs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew that as a kid. I just learned that like last month.
Yeah.
I was
Cows got
fascinated.
4 stomachs.
I wonder-
That you cud.
Well,
Koalas are the worst fucking
Yeah.
animal.
I
Koalas
love
suck.
koalas. Stop shitting on
Fuck
koalas.
Koalas.
It's
like,
funny you mentioned shit about a koala because that's what they eat.
They eat shit and
They're
get
young,
chlamydia.
eat
Yeah, and they're
shit.
awesome.
And they eat the worst known
You speak
substance
shit,
known to man.
so what's the difference?
I don't speak shit. I speak facts and logic.
They're so fucking stupid that they eat the worst substance known to man that gives
But
them
they
no
sleep a
nutritional.
lot. You know what's funny?
They sleep a lot because they don't get any nutritional value out of the shit they eat.
I was gonna say, sloths. Have you guys seen sloths when they
sloths
try to
are
climb
cool.
up?
Sloths are dumb as fuck too.
Sloths are
climb up.
dumb, but they're at least cool.
But
Koalas.
then they mess up and they're climbing up the tree really slowly and they think their arms
They think their arm's a branch and they grab their
and they
arms.
fall down really fast,
Mm-hmm.
which is hilarious.
You know, sloths, everyone makes fun of the humble sloth nowadays, but if you man into a giant ground,
Ground
sloth,
What's that? Oh, those
Big
freaky
sloth.
Them
fucking.
big
Back in,
motherfuckers.
Mm-mm.
Back in like the Pleistocene era,
yeah.
Yeah, ground sloths. They were out there.
Big mugs, and they were fearsome.
Also, another fact about koalas, if you gave them eucalyptus not on a branch, they wouldn't eat it because they don't know it's eucalyptus.
Well, they're trying.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
They're
are.
quite literally
Just
not
dumb.
trying.
If they're not trying, they wouldn't be surviving right now.
They're not.
We don't talk about it. That was my favorite thing at the zoo when I saw that. It was a koala. He was sleeping.
My favorite is how many people died of hippopotamuses a year.
Hippos are fucking mean.
Have you watched
They
them
are
eat,
mean as
like-
fuck.
Watching them eat like watermelons and
I
shit.
watched a dude feed him a watermelon.
It's insane.
Here's what's
It's
The
kind of
bite
cute.
force.
I like it.
I like hippos.
terrify me.
I don't want to see one.
But
Nope.
people, like, when they go on, like, the river, whatever,
Safari.
safari adventures and shit, people don't realize that when hippos yawn, that's actually a sign of aggression. To
Really?
get away from. Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the video. These people are in a boat on like a safari, and this hippo's going whoosh, whoosh in the water, keeping up with the boat.
They swim like that?
Yeah, they swim
Yeah,
fast.
they're fast.
Wow. I thought they just like swam underwater and kind of lurked, like kind of like an alligator. How they?
This,
like
this mug was
manatees do that.
like
But-
dolphin. He was going dolphin mode.
But hippo yawns are a sign of aggression, and people will go, "Oh, it's so cute," and then they'll get closer to it, and then it'll attack them and kill them.
Their bite.
'Cause
I
it's
want
a
to know what their
fucking
bite
hippo.
force is. I'm curious.
Too much.
Way
Very
too much.
high.
Too much.
Doesn't matter when a tooth this big, like, impales you through
It's
the
like
back.
a blunt tooth too.
Yeah, that's what's
Oh
weird.
yeah, it's crushing. It's not piercing shit.
Yeah.
Because they don't eat meat typically, right?
No, they're
or do
herbivores.
they? They're mostly that's what I thought.
They're just
Animals with
aggressive.
blunt teeth are all herbivores.
That's how I knew. That's how I assumed. Because I'm really smart and I'll remember that.
So
Really?
hippos like veggie tables, but they will bite and
If
eat
you
the
need-
fuck out of a human. If they
Then why are
fuck
we?
around.
Because are we?
We're omnivores.
Yeah, omnivores.
We both.
People try to say that we're herbivores. We're not. We're omnivores.
People are stupid.
Well, we
That's
have
let's say that.
both
I'm
It's
like-
teeth.
like justification
canines
for
in
like
canines in.
vegetarian and.
I'm gonna eat a
veganism.
carnivore diet in front of them.
Why are you triggered?
Well, you really wouldn't get your nutritional value.
I don't care.
That's good to have veggies.
That's why I think they take vitamins and
Just
stuff.
make the people
I
with
tried to
soft
be
hands mad.
You
a
tried to
vegan.
be-
once.
Why?
How long did you do it?
Not even a day. Well, because veganism's really hard.
It's
Like-
also very unhealthy.
It's if you take vitamins and stuff, it isn't.
No.
The fact that I have to take vitamins just to do what I can
But-
eat and
Supplement
get.
what I could normally eat.
Veganism's I think really hard too because you have to monitor, like, as for me, like makeup and stuff, hair products, clothing, shoes, everything has to be vegan. Everything, which, I mean, it's getting more normalized now, but it's still kind of hard and it's
should.
expensive.
I think when it comes to vegan stuff, when it comes to products like hair care and makeup, that's good.
I think that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Not
I don't
necessarily,
want
not
shit tested on
necessarily stuff that's
animals.
made out of stuff. Like if you make hair product, you can say it contains eggs. I don't know. It's just an example. Or like some sort of
Like,
animal byproduct. It's fine, but don't test it on the animal.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to like stuff that contains like I don't know, like some sort of
Like
product.
wool, you can say like Uggs.
Right, like wool.
Wool.
Yeah, like wool. Like
Sheep
just wear fucking wool. It
Sheep
doesn't
need
hurt.
sheared.
Oh, yeah.
They
They
will die if
need
they
sheared.
don't get
They
sheared.
will die.
Watching
if
them
you don't.
get sheared is fucking
It's
awesome.
awesome.
Though. I
Yeah.
just think of I'm like, oh, that looks so like
That
nice
has
for
to be
them.
so liberating. To
That's
be
like so
walking
much
around.
weight getting
Oh,
lifted off
yeah.
of you. That's got to be awesome.
Oh yeah, like
Shit ton.
as a sheep, that has to be the best day of your life. Is the
Yeah.
shear day.
fuck yeah, boys.
Fuck
But
yeah!
it's sad because I don't know how they. I know like obviously they have chickens and different animals that like overproduce obviously like eggs and stuff because of civilization. I wonder if they do that with sheep where they can make them overproduce wool,
Like they breed the sheep. That's like, hey, this one's good at producing wool, and this one is. Let's get.
or just like
some of them.
GMO product. I don't know how they do that.
They're probably is the like animal industry's kind of fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sad. That's why I wouldn't become vegan. I watched like a video
I know,
and I was like,
a majority
sad.
of sheep, like sheep tenders, are very nice to their sheep.
Yeah, it seems like shepherds are like
Shepherds are
stand-up guys.
very nice to their sheep and animals because it's their
care- yeah,
livelihood.
they care
You
about 'em.
can't not just do that. Like most farmers are kind to their animals. It's the big name product people
Yeah.
that are shitters.
But,
And that's
like,
what people
huge-
don't understand.
Huge commercial farms.
That's what people don't understand is that like local dairy farms or shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
they love their animals. They treat their animals very kindly. I've seen videos of this dude and like people try to shit on him because like you just forced the cows to go in to get milk. He's like, no, this one just walked in on her own to get milk because she just needed it gone. Like they've learned that we want the milk. It hurts them to have excess milk. They go over there, they get better, we get something out of it, and it's a mutual relationship. Like they're not afraid of anything.
Yeah, farmers rule, dude.
Yeah, farmers are dope.
Farmers
like,
are
cool
sick.
farmers.
Cool,
Cool,
yeah,
farmers
cool
are
farmers.
based.
It made
It's
me think
it's
of
like the
something.
big named, big brand people that suck.
Like
Yeah.
fucking like Tyson chicken.
Tyson.
They treat
The
their
ones that
animals
they
like
don't even
dog
let
shit.
like reporters in to see
Oh,
what
that's
they do.
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, they like cut
fucked.
them off bad.
Yeah.
You said you thought of something?
Well, I was thinking of something. It's kind of like off topic, but it was on the product of milk. I don't know how like okay it is. I don't know. I was on
Alex
like
hates milk.
I don't hate milk.
He hates milk.
I just don't go for a usual cup of milk.
Ooh.
sometimes I
Milk.
wake up in the middle of the
Fucking
night and I'm like, cold glass
Yeah.
of milk.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
it's 3-1 now,
Yeah.
buddy.
Milk.
I think
Like a
you're
good
crazy.
glass of milk just hits
Or just, water.
milk.
Milk.
You're
milk.
talking to the guy that only drinks water.
Yeah, Luke does drink a lot.
My
of water.
cup has water. What's yours have?
This is coffee. You know what's in coffee? Water.
Sometimes
What is your
milk.
next question?
Yeah, this has water. This is like water. This is sugar free though, so I'm gaming.
This is also sugar free.
The sugar-free green is good as fuck.
It's
Oh,
it
it's
tastes
fucking-
exactly
It's
the
so
It tastes the
same.
good.
exact same, and I don't feel like dog shit.
I
after
know.
I drink it.
What
That's
made me
awesome.
so mad is it took him so long to fucking make this.
Yeah.
I know. Like, what the
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
is up with them? I don't know.
I was gonna
What
bring
was
up.
it about cows and milk?
Well, it wasn't about cows. It was about this woman. This was months ago. I saw on my TikTok. I don't know. I was on like pregnancy TikTok. I don't know why. Don't ask. I don't know. I just ended up on pregnancy TikTok. And so this one lady, like, pregnancy is fucking whack. All the stuff I learned from TikTok, I was like, that's fucking.
I don't even know if I want to hear this, man. Pregnancy creeps me
Well,
out.
this one wasn't bad. It was just basically like, you know how women
it's
produce
just-
milk.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
Like-
find it kind of weird.
I'm not trying to like sexualize her, but her boobs were massive because she didn't like milk.
Get rid of the milk.
Yeah. And then like she showed her video of her like basically milking like cuz for her baby, like doing that whatever pump. And like afterwards they just, deflate or whatnot because you got the milk out. The first thing I thought was like, "Oh my god, you must feel so much fucking better cuz it looks like painful to have like your boobs filled up
To have
with
that
milk."
big a milker.
Like, and I'm not trying to sexualize her, but genuinely it looked painful to just have that just there
I
on you.
didn't even know that was like a thing.
What?
That like boobs grew because they had.
You
milk.
didn't know that?
No.
No, they fill.
It's not like I knew that, but I'm pretty sure
It's,
I
like,
could
kinda
have guessed
obvious,
that
yeah.
that's what would
I
happen.
don't know.
It just, like-
I just haven't really thought it. I wasn't like.
For
It
guys,
was just
it
like the
forms
puzzle
in
piece just
gold.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
It looked, because I've never seen it like that, but it was just like, because like it looked like just awful. And the first thing I thought when she did that, I was like, oh, you must feel so much better now because of that.
That would be like what's a really satisfying thing to do?
When you go backpacking and take off your boots at camp.
Yeah.
a long day, taking off your like shoes
Or like
something.
you're wearing something really restricting, and then you get into something kind of cozy.
or
and
like
you're oh,
clean
that's nice.
sheets.
Standing on
Clean
metal
sheets.
grates all day and then sitting down on a couch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah.
It's just like, it just was that. And that's what that reminded me of. It was like the cow probably felt that same way. Was like, not like, that sounds weird to compare, but the cow, let me fucking compare
God
it.
took his
It's like,
nice-
Because no, the cows feel stuff. So it probably felt like so much pressure built up in the, it's the udder, right? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? The udder, that is like, I need to have this like pressure released.
this is the same topic. There was this video I saw of this alligator who had like a broken tooth,
I've
which
seen
was
this.
preventing other teeth from coming in, but they were still growing.
Yeah.
So they pulled like 15 teeth out of this fucking alligator's mouth, and just like the relief that you would have felt, like a tooth pain, once it's gone, you're like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, once
Yeah,
it's
that
done.
Like
relief.
when they break off shoe horses on horses.
Have
that
you seen them
they're-
pulling
Yeah.
those? Those are
those-
fascinating
When
to
they're
watch.
like way too long and they cut them all off because horse hooves are like toenails.
Yeah.
That's really all they are. And that's why you put the horseshoes on because you cut off the entirety of the shoe or the toenail, I guess, and then you just shove that on to have them have protection.
What happens like wild horses?
They-
Do the nails just kind of? No, it's like a cat claw thing. Like their
Yeah.
walking
Yeah.
kind of keeps the nails from going too
Right.
much.
I just saw somebody on TikTok recently who claimed that their horse ran away or something. People were like, "Your horse didn't look like it ran away because its hooves were massively long, like the nails were overgrown to the max, and he had to clean them." People were like, "That just looks like neglect."
Yeah.
Like he did not care to fix his horse at all because
Probably.
I think they normally do just scratch.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Well, I mean, like, and the problem that I have is that people talk so much shit about us domesticating animals.
Mm-hmm.
These animals have now formed symbiotic relationships. Like, it's not like they're sitting there hating every day of their life that they're not out and have to fend for themselves.
Right.
And, like, hope they don't die. They get to go home, have a nice little stable they can sleep in, eat all the food they want without having to do shit for it.
Yeah.
Clean
They
water.
They get cleaned. Like,
Yeah.
Like, does it really sound like these animals are suffering, dude?
My cat would rather be with me than outside.
It sounds
Yeah.
like I would rather be an animal than a human.
Dude, my cat gets treated like a fucking king. He had pull him and I make sure to cuddle with him all the time, and he loves it. He's a little attention whore. He would be so sad
Back
without
to
me.
sheep. Imagine a wild sheep. You have to worry about getting crushed on the way to your own wool.
Yeah.
That's
Meanwhile, you just
sad.
get to vibe and you're just like, oh, it's wool cutting time.
Have you seen? There's a popular video going around of this coyote in a hole, and this dude walks up and he's trying to start petting it, and then like nip out, and he keeps trying to pet the coyote.
Pet the coyote.
He's like, found this doggy. You're gonna go pet this wild free doggy.
Hey, how you doing, dog? Oh, whoa, yeah, oh, you
And
know.
he's just like scratching his butt. He's like, good. I'm gonna
Yeah,
pet
you
the
got it.
coyote.
Whoa.
Coyotes are cute.
They're very cute.
I like wolves.
I love wolves.
Wolves are cool.
Those are big mugs. Holy shit.
Timber wolves are big. I love wolves.
I love wolves too.
You ever
I
think
have like
about
a
how-
soft spot for wolves.
Thousands of years ago, we were just like, haha, doggy, let's just hang out now. And it was like, yeah, all right, I
And
guess.
now, like,
Yeah.
my dog goes on the x-axis on my bed. I'm like,
And he drools everywhere.
God, he drools
He
everywhere.
leaves a pool of drool.
Yeah.
We reached this point because we were just like, hey, you guys want to just vibe out? And the dogs were like, yeah,
Fuck yeah,
I
let's
guess,
go.
why not?
Hey, what are you cooking? Oh, you want some? Yeah, I'll take. Yeah, sure.
Hey, we could eat more of that if you go and kill that thing for me. Yeah, you know, that sounds like a good deal.
Cool. Hey, I'll be back tomorrow. Like, you want to hang out?
Yeah.
I was watching this video. It was
Can I
called,
pet
like,
you?
the worst jobs in the world.
Yeah, I
And
know.
it was just, like, this long, of just a bunch of people in different countries doing really shitty jobs. Like,
Yeah.
horrid jobs. And this one guy in Africa would go out every night and feed a pack of hyenas. Like, he would roll up to his same spot. He said, my dad did it. I'm doing it. Because it keeps the hyenas at bay a little bit. So he just goes out at dark with, like, a headlamp, gets raw meat, and just feeds the hyenas.
That'd be fucking scary.
He's like, he's like, I'm not scared of hyenas. He's like, they're pretty cool.
Well, it's not really scary because you got to think they're
Getting
borderline
food out, like,
domesticated
yeah.
at that point. They've learned that this guy is good. He brings us food.
We don't want to hurt
We
him.
don't want to hurt him because then we don't
Yeah.
get food.
Hyenas are smart too.
Hyenas
Yeah.
are
really
smart.
smart.
There's no reason to be afraid of those hyenas. You've taught them that you are good guy. You are bring food man.
I bring you meal.
It'd still be intimidating.
Yeah.
Hyenas are.
They can turn.
I picture them being kind of small, but they're pretty big.
Yeah,
They're
they're pretty fucking
big.
meaty.
They're pretty big
Yeah.
for what you imagine a hyena
Yeah.
being. Like, Lion King does not do
No,
hyena
it does
size
not.
justice.
I've never seen Lion
I
King.
don't like how they
You've never seen
portray
the Lion King?
the hyenas.
It's all right.
Never. I've seen the musical like 5 times.
Have you not seen the movie though?
Yeah.
I grew up on different movies. I didn't really watch
Like
it.
Yeah,
What?
I'm a bit cooler than you. I watched intellectual movies.
I watched a lot of like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, but like when you were like 6.
Yeah.
That's
My dad introduced me to those movies.
Yeah, I watched intellectual movies like The Martian and Interstellar. You wouldn't understand with
The
your
Martian's a
small
good
brains.
movie.
You know what?
Martian's awesome.
I love
I
that
started
movie.
watching on my flight over to Japan. I was watching 2001: A Space Odyssey because I really wanted to see it. I
I've never
heard like
seen it.
Never seen
Kubrick
it.
was supposed
It's a
to be like
good
an amazing
movie.
actor, and I didn't finish it. But what I saw, I was like, I really want to finish this movie. It's long as fuck though.
Mm-hmm.
But like what I got was there were the monkeys, and then there was this giant fucking stone like metal thing, and then they prayed. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
You're explaining this very well. Want to clarify that?
just explaining what happened.
It's kind of a mess.
It's weird.
Is
Like
it?
But,
watching it, but it's a good movie.
It looked. I didn't get like crazy far into it, but I really, really want to finish it because I was very interested.
Your
Yeah.
flight was like 3 months ago. You've had 3 months to finish it.
That's true, and I've thought
Yeah.
about it like maybe 3 times since then.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about this dude would just go in places that like normally people don't go.
Steven Santarello, or
It's like Peter.
oh yeah, Peter Santanello. I think.
Awesome
Amazing
YouTube channel.
videos.
He like the other one he watched, he was in Detroit, like the hoods. He went into like backwoods West Virginia, like the small coal mining towns. Everyone was so fucking nice, like really nice.
I've been watching his Amish ones lately too.
Amish. I've yet to see the Amish ones. I know he went to Compton. I want to see,
He was in Compton.
and then I want to see the U.S. Mexico border one.
I watched some of those. Another one I watched was L.A. The
Skid Row.
Chicanos. He was with the Chicanos.
Skid Row would be cool too. Like all these, it's so fascinating. I love when people make videos of going into like really bad places.
And they hang out with the people who actually live there.
Yeah, it's fucking sweet.
I learned
Everyone's
there's
so nice. Like this one, he was in Detroit. This one guy was showing him around. He's like, all right, these are the hoods we're gonna go because I don't know the other hoods.
He's like, I don't go into the hoods I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's street. That's some fucking street smart right here.
That's just how it would work.
Yeah, but like usually people are like, oh, I want to explore. You know, I want to go around the town.
So yeah, we'll go into this place. I don't know it too well, but we'll go. He's like, nah.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know it. I'm not gonna go. It's fucking crazy. Like the rules that people abide by, they're just different.
He hung out with the Amish. He hung out with like a Mennonite first. It's like the Mennonites use electricity, and this was in Ohio, like Holmes County and Wayne County, Ohio.
Yeah,
So
been
like
out
not
there.
Yeah, I think everyone's been to Amish country.
Yep.
So he was out there with one guy. First, he was with the Mennonite. He had a truck, and he just had like Amish beliefs pretty much. And then he was with there's like 3 tiers of Amish, I think. There's Mennonite. There's another one, and then there's like the hardcore Amish, like Schwarzengruber, I think. Schwarzentruber. I think that's like the hardcore Amish. No electricity, nothing.
Reminds me of
The name, yeah, it's like crazy.
No, it reminds me of the anime. Yuri is my job.
The like, I don't even know what the fuck they said. Like the Schwartz and sister.
Schmeister,
I don't know.
Something like that.
Then he hung out with one of those
Duluth
Amish.
The Kriegsmarine.
I think because they speak it's like a dialect of Dutch.
It's like Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yeah, Pennsylvania Dutch. And he said like at home, we don't speak English. We speak Pennsylvania Dutch. And their kids only go to school until 8th grade, and then that's where they learn English.
And
And
then
then-
the fields.
Yeah, then they just work. One thing that was funny, because we were talking about like animals, he said, yeah, these are all my cows, and we call these happy lines on the cows. He's like, if they got these lines, that means they're happy. I'm like, they got some happy ass cows out here in the field.
You know, Amish man, you got some happy ass cows.
He seemed like such a nice guy. Like, I mean,
I'm sure they're fine.
he seemed
Another
like,
thing is when Amish kids come to age, I don't remember what it's called, but they actually send them out like into the world
yeah.
to experience what the actual world is, not Amish world. And they like go out and they get all their partying done and everything. And if they want to, they can come back. If not, they separate from the Amish and just
they're like
integrate into society.
excommunicated.
yeah, they get like shunned.
Yeah, you get excommunicated if you choose to not come back.
That's crazy.
You know what I learned is I don't know where I learned this. I could be wrong. But supposedly like when the Amish go out and stuff, you know how like the women dress and the guys dress typically. If they see I feel like I would be a good example. What I wear, they have like a code word that they say to the men. The women say it to the men. It's a code word to basically like hide your eyes and don't look at this person. In
I'm
public.
curious what that code word is.
They have there's probably
Like if they
multiple
just see
I
someone.
know.
who is dressing like
Yo, cheeseburger.
more, not provocatively, because I don't dress provocatively, but like
To them, like that's
this is
provocative.
it's a lot of skin showing. It's a lot of like undecent.
Aren't they supposed to be like exploring though?
It's not like well, like
No, it's
you-
like if a normal family
Yeah,
went
normal.
out.
like you've seen
Oh.
people just out and about in the city and stuff.
Sometimes I'm like, I wonder if the girls think I'm cool.
It's their code word. Nacho fries are back at Taco Bell.
Hey, over there left, nacho fries back at Taco Bell.
Every time I see them, I'm like, I'm like waiting. I'm like, are they gonna say it? They gonna say
Did
the
you
code
guys-
word?
I think they're like, they seem very polite. They're very
They're very
and
nice.
That's
polite.
why they have a
wouldn't say
code word,
anything.
so no one feels bad, basically.
Did you guys see the I think it's it's that Frito burrito from Taco Bell's coming back. What's it called? The
Cheesy
crunchy
5-layer, cheesy 5-layer.
Not the cheesy 5-layer. That's like the crunchy something burritos coming back.
Oh, you're actually talking about the menu.
I'm being dead serious. Like it's
Oh, I thought you were
There's
talking
actually
about
something
Amish
that was
shit.
on the menu.
yes,
that
it
they
was
took
on the
off.
menu. It was the burrito that had fucking Fritos
Oh,
on
the
it.
beefy Frito
The beefy
burrito.
Frito burrito's coming back.
Is it going to be on the dollar menu?
I don't fucking know.
Probably not. Inflation sucks.
Inflation is probably like the $1.50 menu.
I think the only thing on like the real dollar menu now is the cinnamon twist.
Cheesy.
Cinnamon twister?
Cinnamon twist, sorry.
Cheesy roll.
Oh, those have
And
always
like a
been.
cheesy roll up. Just it used to be
cheese?
like just
Cheese
cheese.
in a fucking tortilla.
The fucking chicken
can
Chipotle
make that
wraps
at
used to be
home.
on
Yeah.
the dollar
I have
menu.
that.
Those
Now they're
did.
on like $3 or something.
Beefy Frito burritos, I think, used to be
$1 at
on-
happy hour.
and like loaded potato grillers.
$1 at happy
They don't even
hour.
have loaded potato
Man,
grillers.
those
now.
were
Those
so
were
good.
You know
good.
Those were good.
I will always hold this above Taco Bell is how much their fucking cinnamon delights are. It's like $1, I think, per, or it's 50 cents per.
That's too much.
It's way
That's
too much.
Yeah, it's like $1 per thing.
Yeah, bullshit.
entirely too
Absolute
much.
bullshit. It's Garbo.
It is shitty.
I love them, but not love them enough to pay $1.
Yeah.
My biggest complaint about Taco Bell, they never give me enough fucking sauce. I ask for sauce, and they just don't give enough.
Bro, they always give me like an abundance.
They're stingy as fuck about it.
They don't give me enough
It depends.
The ones
cheese.
down in Virginia?
No,
Anymore.
it's always 50-50. If you get the good guy, he gives you a shit ton of sauce.
All
You
the
get
sauce.
the bad guy, you gonna get shit for sauce. You get 2 packets, and they give you a fine
depends
pat on
it
the back.
depends who's working.
How generous they are.
No, Virginia Taco Bell, infinitely better than Ohio Taco Bell.
I don't think I've had Virginia Taco Bell. Like I don't
It's
think.
good as
Well,
fuck.
because we go down there, we eat like at restaurants and shit at the Almas.
You eat where you can't eat up here.
Yeah,
Jack Brown.
Shout out
And
to
we
Brown's.
the
Shouts.
milkshake place.
but when we're down there
Milkshake
for
place.
Superstar, I think I want to get some Taco Bell.
Low key.
We had to go to the milkshake place as well.
Yeah,
I
she
You
told
wants-
guys, you guys love that place, but I was like,
No, she
there's
just
too
wants
much
to have the
bullshit in there.
milkshake again because I finished it.
No, you ate my cheesecake.
There was too much in it.
It was so good.
Yeah, they were like
It
I
was-
didn't
it was
get
kinda-
one
it was
because it was
overkill.
just so much all over it.
It was actually.
It was like, let's shove everything into this.
It was
fucking. I
so
was like,
good.
you know,
It's
just, no.
different.
How about I bash my skull in instead?
The thing with like sugars, I love it, but like there is a point where it's just too much.
Yeah.
That's not enough for me.
It's like you take this good thing, you try to make it better, but you overdo it too much.
Yeah, like you take the moon and you
Take
take
the
the
sun.
sun.
We were just talking about that recently, weren't
We
we?
were just talking about chowder.
I love. Oh, it's the chowder when he was like shika shika shika.
I think the best character in Chowder is either Mungdal or Schnitzel.
Schnitzel's my favorite.
Ladies.
Ladies, I love Mungdal.
Ladies.
I like the annoying wife.
Truffles?
Truffles.
Truffles.
Yeah,
I like
Truffles, dude.
who's the
Screams.
one girl who has a crush on Chowder?
Oh God, what
Started
is her
with a P,
name?
I think.
Panini.
Panini.
Is it Panini?
Yeah, it's
I like
Panini.
Panini's funny.
She's
Panini is
so-
funny.
She's like crazy.
She is
Candlehead
crazy.
is
She's a simp.
Gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola. Who's the elephant guy?
I was just thinking of him.
It's
I don't know.
Gazpacho.
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 Yeah, it was
I like
gazpacho.
Gazpacho.
Gazpacho. He's a real man.
I like Endive too.
Who's that?
Yeah, like Mungdal's enemy.
Panini's master.
Her instructor. or
Oh my
whatever.
God, she's a bitch.
I think she's
I
kind
hate
of
her.
funny.
She is funny though.
Yeah.
She's
I
weird.
just-
Mungdal might be the best though.
I just like when Gorgonzola is just like, or not Gorgonzola, when Gazpacho is like, you kissed her, that means you have to take responsibility. That's what mother always said, which is why I'm not allowed to kiss girls.
Gazpacho was base.
He was awesome.
He was a sheltered young lad.
He was
I
something.
love that show, man.
I rewatched it like a few years ago. I rewatched it just
I've
because
watched a few episodes here and there,
Yeah.
very like
I love 'em.
within the year. I love that
it's
show.
comforting. It's funny. It's just stupid. I don't know. And
That
just
show and like
chowders.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
I love.
Oh, I was
Foster's
just thinking
Home.
of that cheese.
You've been watching a lot of cheese.
Cheese.
Cheese moments are good.
I have scurvy.
Say that.
Wait, what else did he say?
I
He's
have
like,
scurvy.
He's,
And then
he's,
I
on,
have
he's being
mange.
interviewed. He's just saying all these diseases.
I have mange.
I have mange.
It's fucking base.
I have lies.
Really funny.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
And the reporter's just smiling. She's like,
She's encouraging him.
he's just going.
She's supportive. She's a supportive woman. We
Yeah.
love her.
Cheese was he was a good character.
He was a good
Cheese was
character.
good.
Cheese.
I like when they were doing they built the cart to go down that big hill.
I was just thinking of that.
and every time they let it go, he'd scream because it went too fast and he was scared.
I love cheese.
Oh man.
She
dude.
showed me a video today, like the good SpongeBob clips.
Oh
The
yeah.
old ones.
Oh, the good ones.
There was my favorite one was during the SpongeBob movie, where King Neptune's wife or
No, daughter.
daughter, she comes down. Like SpongeBob has the bag of air, he opens it, and like they're talking about, she's like, "That's the magical bag of air," and it just pans to Patrick. He's like, "You're hot."
The one that I'll always remember is the one where SpongeBob's wearing the sock over his head and he has the bag. He's like, "Put the money in the bag. In the bag. Put it in."
Sir, you're facing the other way.
that-
Sorry.
Would this be credit or this is from your savings or checking?
Checking your savings.
Savings, savings.
Savings, please.
Can I see some form of ID? Yeah. Here you go.
You have to be assertive. Beep, beep, boop. That's insertive.
I was we were watching this video yesterday. It was this channel called like the Outdoor Boys, and this guy lives in Alaska and he just does like camping shit. And he was the fuck was he? He was trying to dig his car out of a ton of snow, and this is not what I expect from this channel. This guy is like pretty cut and dry dude. He's like backpacking, camping.
He was a lawyer.
But in between like his digging out, he would put in clips of SpongeBob. You know the scene where he has like a military helmet on and he's shooting a cannon. He's like, maximum power.
Yeah, because they were trying to clean the special.
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
cutting that in with him trying to scoop his car. I'm like, that
No,
was
of driving the car.
Yeah.
He would hit the throttle and the wheel would spin. So, like, next clip, he would hit it more, and then he would put a SpongeBob clip, like, more power! It was so off
was
cuff
out
for
of
this
the
guy to
blue.
do. It was so weird.
It was appreciated though.
Yeah,
Dude,
it
it
was funny.
sucks because like everyone that I work with is close enough to my age to remember a lot of cartoons, but they're too old to like SpongeBob. Like they all hate SpongeBob, and I have to say like I liked SpongeBob,
love
but I can't
SpongeBob.
say that because I'd get attacked.
Newer SpongeBob sucks.
Yeah,
New
New
SpongeBob
SpongeBob's
sucks.
terrible.
You're hot.
You're hot.
When we're done with this, you have to show that clip. There's
That's
like
really
I
funny.
15.
love that.
There's like 15 A+ SpongeBob clips.
They're
in
all
that.
good.
I like
It's
that.
fucking
And
hilarious.
I like when she comes down. He's like, "Did you see my underwear?
Did
Did you want to?"
No, Patrick. Do you want to?
I like the sea bear.
That's one of the best
The sea
episodes.
bear.
Water tracks a sea rhinoceros. The sound of a sea bear attack.
What attracts a sea bear? Really bad clarinet playing.
Squidward just gets fucking roasted, dude.
All the time. That's all he gets is roasted.
Yeah, he does get roasted.
He
Are you
deserves it.
Squidward? It's okay. Take your time.
Take your time.
Are you, oh wait, what was it? He's like, oh, I'm not Squidward, and then it's like, are you Squidward yet?
Are you Squidward now?
Oh, it's a great show.
It's the old version's really, really good. I think that's the best version we got of SpongeBob was like our generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now new SpongeBob, all the new shows are fucking garbage. Like for
I
kids,
think the newest one that I liked was Gravity Falls.
that one was decent.
I
I
love
wasn't
Gravity
obsessed with
Falls.
it.
I still stand that I think Gravity Falls is not a kid's show.
No.
It's weird because it was on Disney. I loved Grunkle Stan.
I
Yeah.
He
love.
was so funny.
Dude, I love the scene where they're blindfolds the kids and he's driving real crazy. They're like, Grunkle Stan, are you blindfolded? He goes, nah, but with these cataracts, I might as well be.
What is that? A woodpecker?
Grunkle Stan was the best.
That is A+ writing right there. I don't care what anyone says.
Grunkle Stan was one of the greatest like characters in cartoons.
No, with these cataracts, I might as well be.
Who
What
else?
is that, a woodpecker?
Because the voice actor for Mabel, she did a bunch of shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, all cartoon voice actors are
have it.
a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what she
You don't
did.
get many unique voice actors in cartoons.
Not really. SpongeBob was unique.
Yeah, but that was like all Tom Kenny doing
Yeah.
90% of the voices.
Did he?
I think
He's SpongeBob. He's not Patrick, but I think he's Plankton.
Oh, I think he might.
Plankton's funny. Plankton's a good character.
Plankton's
He's a great
he-
character.
I think he's underrated.
It took me so fucking long to realize the joke with the holographic meatloaf.
Oh yeah, that
Because he's
is.
a plankton and they eat light. And the holographic meatloaf is nothing but light. He's
Yeah.
literally just eating light in the shape of a meatloaf.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah, I just
It took
got
me.
that.
It took me
thanks.
so long. I was so pissed when I found out. I was like, "How did I not like put two and two together?"
Mhm. Yeah, I like just got that.
Photosynthesis.
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 I was just thinking of barnacles, and then I pinned it. I don't know if you guys know this. I've probably talked about it a lot. It's my favorite fact that I've ever known. Barnacles have the largest. Can I say the word
Yeah.
penis to body size ratio?
Barnacles, like the things that go on ships.
Mhm.
Are they fucking the boat?
No, they just have large penises. They have 7 times. Their penis is 7 times their body size.
So if you see a barnacle, most of it's dick.
Yes. Well, mind you, the dick is like it's like a string. I think it's very skinny. They have a noodle
So
penis.
that's pencil dicks.
They're not doing much with
Rip
them,
barnacles.
but they are the largest penis to body size ratio out of all animals. So, get fucked, humans.
Mwah. Isn't it like blue whales who like come like 300 gallons?
Yeah.
That's why it's salty in
They,
the
they
ocean.
come 300 gallons, but only like 10 gallons or something like that get into the female they're pregnant. It's like
It's like a fire hose just shooting all over the place.
it's like 290 gallons of whale semen just in the ocean everywhere.
That makes me feel gross because I just remembered when we went to Virginia and I swallowed all that water.
Imagine
Disgusting.
the mess that makes in person.
Why Why don't we?
Imagine the dude finding that fact out.
Holy
Does
shit.
it sink? Or is it buoyant? And so
Probably
it goes
it honestly probably gets eaten.
by other animals, you think?
Yeah.
No, there's
Most
no
likely,
fish
yeah.
and
But that's a
plankton and
lot
krill.
of semen, actually, to eat.
I'm saying,
the fish.
imagine the scientists that found that out.
Yeah.
Why don't we take them out of the
shit.
ocean and watch them breed?
We should go scuba diving and see if we can catch whales breed. What the fuck?
This
is fucking
Oh my god, that looks like that's gotta be at least 300 gallons.
I
How do
swear.
they measure that?
That's probably a guesstimate.
Buckets.
Lowe's 5-gallon buckets.
No, they're using Home Depot ones. They're using Home Depot buckets.
This is 65-gallon Home Depot buckets worth of whale gum. Huge sale on buckets, guys.
2 words. Big set on buckets at Home Depot.
Even if somebody got that, they'd eat some of it.
Now, Johnny, I know you got excited. You didn't have to dump all the whale semen in the boat. It could have gone back in the ocean. It's meant to be there. It can go back
He
there.
starts bathing.
It's just like the whole main deck is just covered in whale semen. It's like a slip and slide.
This is like, it's not on the topic of whales, but this one dude,
On semen.
yeah, it's about it. This one dude had like arthritis pain in his joints, so he would come, put it into a syringe, and inject the cum into his joints, and eventually, like, just a big pus ball of cum ended up in his like elbows and shit.
There's no way it helped.
No,
No.
he had to get it fucking removed. It was like a big cyst.
What the guy's probably like, yo, these are like stem cells.
He's like, it's from me. It can go back in.
Have you, like, that just reminds me of those dudes who do, like, there's this one dude who wants to be like Ken, the doll. So he, like, purposely injects, like, I don't know, some kind of liquid into all his.
Synthol.
Probably.
Synthol is what a lot of people inject, like an oil.
Yeah. And it's just so. It's like, it looks bad.
Is it like the Russian guy?
I think so.
Yeah, the Russian guy with the big fucking
Yeah,
arms.
And they're just
a
like-
volleyball. on
They
his
look like
arms.
swollen and red.
Yeah,
and
they're
really
red
gross.
and irritate. Oh,
Yeah.
God. It's just disgusting.
The most severe body dysmorphia like ever.
I saw one of this girl who wants to have the biggest butt ever. She was on my Snapchat last night.
Isn't that dangerous?
Yeah,
I
that's
heard like
dangerous.
the Brazilian butt lift is like really dangerous.
She's had like 6 of them. She's going in for another one, she said. It was so, and like also like, just, I don't know. If it makes you feel better, I guess.
Imagine
But-
having to shit with that ass.
You can't.
Custom toilet.
Yeah.
How would you drive, too? Like, do
I don't
anything,
know. You'd
sit
be
down?
like sitting up like this.
It's probably like a waterbed.
I feel like it has to be uncomfy.
That's gotta be horrible.
It has to be.
Imagine hitting a bump. You're just like,
Because that's not muscle. That's just extra weight. Mm-hmm. Like, you gotta carry that around.
yo, you hauling that dump truck around.
Yeah.
What if it's like when Stan had ball cancer and he just wheelbarrow?
Well, that was his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
Randy.
dad. Randy.
Getting a bit
Randy
of
did.
cancer.
Tell your mom it's okay. I'm just getting a little bit of cancer.
Shoving all their balls in microwaves.
Didn't everybody get ball cancer?
Yes.
Yeah.
How
so
did
they
they?
could,
Because they
They
wanted
put their
medical
balls in the
marijuana.
microwave.
Oh, yes.
so they could get marijuana.
They had huge fucking balls.
God, I haven't watched that show in so long.
The worst scene though was when like everything was resolved and the one wife made a coat out of it. I was like, what the fuck,
The
dude?
scrote coat.
Yeah, that was like, dude.
That
was-
shows something.
Oh,
I,
fucked up.
that show is. I think that's
Shows.
like my favorite animated show ever.
I'm
yeah,
surprised
It's so funny.
it's good the way they do things. Like, they hit topics. Like,
I know.
Like, actual, like, good. I mean, obviously, they play jokes on them, but, like, they do it pretty well most of the time. Sometimes
They do
you know.
relevant jokes, whereas
Yeah.
Family Guy does relevant jokes if you were born in the
I
1940s.
don't like Family Guy.
It's not.
Family Guy
funny.
gets tiring. Like, it's funny, like, the first few episodes, and then you watch it more, and you're just like, oh, it's the same joke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Man, I
Oh,
think
everybody hates
nowadays-
Meg. Okay.
Nowadays, if I saw Family Guy, I'd be worn out after like a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Like the theme song, I'd be like, okay, I'm done.
It's just, it doesn't keep up. But the thing is, because South Park's old, they're keeping up with relevant times.
Yeah, and they're actually funny. Mm-hmm. Like they're not afraid to offend people.
Well, that's their whole purpose, is they offend. The thing is, they don't offend one specific group. They offend everybody.
Oh, yeah.
They will hit, like, every single kind of group you can think of, they will offend you.
That's
they
the
don't
best
give a
part.
shit.
That's the best part about it.
They're
I'm
including
gonna,
everyone.
I'm gonna quote the funniest show to ever exist.
If
Bazinga.
okay.
God, I hate this show.
I used to unironically love The Big Bang
Yeah, I
Theory.
did.
My family loved it. I hated it.
I was like, oh, it's the Sheldon, the funny guy. Haha.
I honestly, Young Sheldon, I kind of want to watch. I watched
my
a lot
God,
of it
don't.
on.
I want to beat the fuck out of you.
my friend, my mod, I make fun of him. My mod, Garrett. I want him to watch this because I called him Young Sheldon. Dude went to college like super early. He's a chemist now, and he's Young
And he's a
Sheldon.
Discord
He
mod.
is young Sheldon.
He's my Twitch mod and Discord mod. He's funny, but yeah, he's 100% Young Sheldon. He's like, yeah, my friends call me that. I'm like, you 100% are.
He's a Reddit mod now.
He is smart as shit with that. Like, it's insane. I'm like, I didn't think Young Sheldons were real, but
This dude's young Sheldon.
he's Young Sheldon.
Dude's young Sheldon.
Homie's young Sheldon. On the young Sheldor grind.
Young Sheldor grind.
Bazinga.
Kind of roasted your mod a little bit.
If he watches it, I'll send him
Make him watch it. Garrett, watch this.
Yeah.
It's like
come
while
on,
he's
young
watching it,
Sheldon.
I'm telling him to watch it.
Bazinga.
Well, because he insults me pretty bad, so I have to insult him back. It's
Yeah,
kind of a
just
dick
dish
to
out
me.
the roast.
Huh?
Dish out the roast. Let him have it.
Yeah, I just did.
I just noticed your earrings are cinema roll.
You didn't notice that?
Nope.
At least he's
I
honest.
couldn't see them because
Yeah.
they're hidden by hair.
It's kind of hard to see him.
They're both cinnamon
It's
roll.
cinema
I'm a
roll.
Karomi
At least
gang.
he's
Though.
honest.
They
like
don't
Karomi.
have cute
like
Karomi
Karomi.
earrings.
All Karomi's pretty based.
Yeah.
Luke, who's your favorite character?
Sanrio.
Karomi. Which one's
I think I like Cinema Roll the best.
which one's Sam?
I like the penguin too. A
penguin.
lot.
Oh, I don't know him.
I
don't
love
know him.
Pom
know
Pom
who the fuck
Pudding.
is
Pom Pom
Pom
Pudding's
Pudding.
favorite.
He's one. I love
cute.
him.
Pull up some
Love
Pom
him so
Pom Pudding
much.
real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some
You know what I've
Sanrio
been?
character.
That just reminded me of the baby sensory videos.
Oh my god, yeah. Amanda's been on this thing where she watches baby sensory videos. It's just
You know the ones with the dancing? They're like little blueberries, and they just go.
I don't know what you want me to say.
I am
gotta see it,
obsessed
man.
with
They're-
them.
they're
A
so
baby
weird.
sensory video.
They are just baby sensory
not yet.
videos.
We'll do it after the show.
I know, but I'm gonna have it all ready.
That's Maru.
That's
his
Maru's
name.
cool.
I like
That's
him.
Maru.
He's like a
cool.
badass.
You know, he's on my book. I have like.
He looks
a
like he sells
thing in
drugs.
You
here.
have like a notebook.
Yeah, they have him, but they don't have cinnamon roll, which is kind of not based, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
I like the
Kinda
Sanrio characters. They're
Bad
funny.
Bats Maru.
You know what I like the, because all the Sanrio characters they have like subgroups. So like Cinema Roll, I have a thing at home that has like there's Cinema Roll, and then there's like Mocha. There's I don't know the other ones, but I know Mocha. Mocha's like the girl version of Cinema Roll, but then there's like 3 other ones.
Is
There's
Cinema Roll a boy?
yes,
Yeah. And a dog.
he's a puppy.
He's a puppy.
He's a puppy.
Is Pom Pom Pudding a puppy?
Pom Pom, yeah, isn't he
He
a puppy?
looks like a damn
He
dog.
looks like a dog.
But they all have
That's a
subgroups. They
dog
have like
for sure. Don't eat a
girlfriends. They have
hamburger.
This
kids.
boy
They have
golden retriever.
everything.
He's golden.
He is
They
a
don't
good
have
boy.
kids. I don't know.
Yeah, you can tell he's a golden.
Yeah, he's.
He's so cute.
I
Yeah,
love
that,
Pom
but
Pom
he's a good-
Pudding
he's a-
so
he's a good
fucking
dog.
much, man.
It's funny when you look at Pom Pom Pudding and then
I
you
like
see the
Karopi.
other ones because he's so like simple.
yeah.
I like Karopi a lot.
Kuropi's funny.
I never
I
really
don't
got
vibe
into
with the frog too
Karopi.
much.
Yeah, I've never been a frog person.
They
I like
have-
I like OG Hello Kitty though.
I like OG
Eh,
Hello
I like
Kitty.
I
Hello
don't. I
Kitty.
thought you said you didn't like Hello Kitty.
I like it. It's definitely not my
Peckle?
favorite.
Peckle's
He's
cool.
funny.
I like Peckle.
He's mid.
Nah,
All right, dude.
He's got drip.
He's
It looks
funny
like a
looking.
college hoodie he'd wear.
I feel like Hello Kitty is just overrated because like the people in the Hello Kitty fandom kind of like wore it out.
I always
Like-
thought Hello Kitty. I didn't know it was a character in this Sanrio.
I had no
thing.
I
clue
didn't
I
either.
thought
Sanrio
Hello
was a
Kitty.
thing.
I thought all these other things were like after Hello. I thought Hello Kitty was like Mount
The
Everest peak.
original. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no clue that like Hello Kitty was part of a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
lore.
like friends and shit.
Yeah, I'd always see. I would see like Karomi stuff, and I'm like, who's this character? I have no idea what they're from.
Yeah, it's like the world. But now like a lot of because obviously it was a lot of Japan like this stuff was like normalized like Sanrio and Hello Kitty and stuff. I feel like America is now finally like hopping on the trend. Like Hot Topic is getting
Yeah,
into
like
it.
right now. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
for years it was just,
Just
Hello Kitty.
Yeah, we just had Hello Kitty, which I'm very happy to see because like I buy a lot of stuff like from overseas because you can't get it here. But I know Hot Topic has like that's where I got my earrings, and they have like books. They have like a Karomi specific place, My Melody, Cinema Roll. They only have like Hello Kitty and then Karopi and maybe Pom Pom Pudding,
Is
but I don't know.
Sanrio like? Is there like a cartoon of it or something, or is it just?
It's Hello Kitty and Friends. You can watch it. I don't know where, but Hello Kitty and Friends.
All right, I have a question, and it's going to depend on if you know what I'm talking about. Is it like Maisie Mouse?
I don't know. Amazing.
You don't know Maisie Mouse?
I feel like
None
I've
of
heard.
you do?
I feel like I've heard.
My
Maisie
sister and I
Mouse.
used to watch it all the time, and I gotta.
Pull up some
It
Maisie.
reminds me
Yeah.
of like
Jamie, pull that up.
it's silent.
Jamie, just look up like Maisie Mouse.
So this is Maisie.
Oh, I know
I've
Maisie.
seen that before.
Oh.
Is that one a silent show or no?
Yeah, this
That's
is
like
my
her-
favorate
Yeah.
character in the whole show.
That's her crew that she rolls with.
Yeah, that's her cool. She's rolling
That's
deep
their
with
Sanrio.
squirrel,
That's an alligator.
crocodile. Or alligator. I can't remember what his name is. He's my favorite character in the show. Charlie. That's his name.
Charlie the
He has to
Alligator.
be a croc then.
And I like him because when he talks, he goes.
He's
like,
I've seen,
and I
seen that
love
mouse
him so
before.
much.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
the
it's,
mouse.
I think it's like that. It's silent, but that just reminded me of Wonder Pets.
Wonder Pets.
We were just
Wonder
talking
Pets.
about their
We-
names.
Yeah, we were just talking about Wonder
They
Pets
have
the
weird
other day.
names. Do you know that?
What are they?
Linny.
Linny,
Tuck.
Tuck,
Ming Ming.
and
Ming
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 Ming.
too.
Yeah.
That's so. They're just. I never like as a kid. I was like, oh, but
I always
now
thought it was Lenny.
Is Lenny the guinea pig?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tuck is the turtle, and Ming Ming is the duck.
Yeah.
And the voice actor for Tuck, I want to say, it's Tila Dunn. I don't know if you know who she is. She's like pretty famous, but I didn't know it was her. She's online famous, pretty much. You know what's funny? Garrett just messaged me.
Lenny,
That's funny.
Tuck, and Ming Ming
Until
too,
we're making
dude.
fun of him.
Wonder Pets and
That'd be
We'll Help
funny.
You.
I'll be like, you have to watch.
I
this
forgot about
now.
Ollie the bunny.
Reviews.
We all forgot about
What,
Ollie the bunny.
The
Who?
fuck's the bunny?
Ollie the bunny.
The bunny was like irrelevant though. He
It
wasn't.
doesn't
on it very
matter if he's
much.
irrelevant.
He's not
vibed.
in the theme song.
He's a hard-hitting, hard-working American man.
Those
I
liberal
like
hands on
guinea
the
pigs
bunny.
because of Linny. Linny made me love guinea pigs.
You guys
Really?
remember Wow Wow Wubsy?
Wow.
I know it. I
Wubsy, Wubsy,
wow,
wow,
wow.
don't know much of.
Did you
it.
play the games?
They were fucking games.
For Wow Wow Wubsy? Yes, they were the best.
Was it a rabbit?
What?
What is Wubsy? That sounds like a rabbit name.
I
Yeah,
feel
what is-
disrespected and I'm younger than you.
Did you guys
and
watch
Luke's
Miss
older.
Spider's Sunny Patch Kids?
Yes, I loved that show. I
I've
forgot that
seen
one.
it,
I
didn't
watched that.
watch it.
Yeah, they look so familiar.
I grew up on that. That was my favorite. Like, if I was sick at home,
It was the.
my go-to.
We
Spider.
should go back and watch Team Umizoomi.
I taught Alex what Team Umizoomi was.
You
he had
didn't
no
know
idea.
what Team Umizoomi was?
Team
Bruh.
Umizoomi.
There's a few here that I actually have absolutely.
I'm trying
no
to
clue
think what the fuck I watched.
Teletubbies.
Yeah,
Teletubbies
but
was
like
good.
after
Teletubbies
that.
was
It was like SpongeBob.
Did you guys
It
watch?
was.
Oh, you guys didn't watch Bubble Guppies? Because
No.
that was like after you.
Bubble Guppies.
I was too
after
old to
us.
watch it, but I still watched it on my sick days. It made me very happy.
No.
My
I did, however, watch Backyardigans.
I know the whole theme song and I can sing it in key.
I think the only times I ever watched Backyardigans was like if I don't know why it would be playing in school, but was when it was in school.
You guys watched
Or
it?
like at a doctor's office.
the Octopus?
Yes.
I did not watch Oswald.
You didn't watch
Did you-
Oswald?
Did you play the game with Oswald?
I don't
Why
think
the-
I played the
I
game.
played
That's
with
what I'm
Oswald,
saying.
But,
Like Anthony, there's a span where it's like we went from Teletubbies when we were 2 and 3 to like being 8, and I don't know what happened.
Dragon Tales was my shit.
That was my shit too.
Maybe
We
that was
hardly
when I was a
watched it.
kid.
Like I'm kind of familiar with it, but like I don't remember anything from Dragon Tales other than the colors of the dragons.
And they
two
had like
kids.
a diamond, like a crystal egg or some shit.
Yeah, they had. I think it was an egg.
It was a
Or
skull.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It was the
like,
Power of the Dragons.
yeah, I don't remember watching
Right.
like any of these shows ever.
You know what's because Luke's older, right?
Actually,
No,
no,
no.
Oh,
it's not.
never mind.
But like,
It's by
I'm-
months,
it's not even
though,
by a
so it's
year.
not like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys should be
It's like
accustomed.
5
I'm just trying to
months.
think like, what did I do in that
That's what
time
I'm
frame?
saying.
You guys
there's
might have
a-
been outside more. Look at everyone.
Probably touching grass.
I didn't touch grass. Well, I did touch grass as a kid. I don't touch it much as an adult.
I like to take walks.
Yeah.
Take walks in the
I do
porch.
like to take a
Cyber
walk
Chase,
every
I
day.
watched.
Really
things.
good for walk.
Cyber. I feel like
Great.
Cyber Chase sounds familiar.
Cyber Chase, you should know because it's Gilbert
Oh, yeah.
Gottfried is Digit.
No shit.
He's the bird, the goofy
Oh,
bird.
you know what?
I've-
I've heard his voice.
I kind of remember Cyber Chase.
And Franklin and Friends.
Did you grow up?
I know. Like I know all
Can
these
we
shows.
all agree? Fuck Caillou though.
I hated Caillou.
Kid's a
Caillou.
shithead.
Yeah.
The
I don't
most
like
I would
Caillou.
ever watch Caillou was in my friend Kyle's car when we would drive with his little brother would be there, and they had a TV in the minivan, and Caillou would always be on.
Yeah.
We'd go to get like Polar Pops. It was Caillou.
Did
I
you guys
liked
ever
watching
watch?
Little Bill.
Oh, Little Bill was good. I loved that one.
I remember Little Bill.
That
I
one was
remember
with the
Little Bill.
little hamster and the ball. I loved that.
I don't remember that. I just remember
was
it was
in
made
there.
out of like construction.
Yeah,
paper.
it looked. It was like weird animation.
Did you guys watch Brandy and Mr. Whiskers?
Yes.
I loved
Brandy
that
and Mr.
show.
Whiskers.
That was one of my
I don't know
faves.
about
Here,
that one.
I'll pull it up, Jamie.
Brandy and Mr. Whiskers was
Pull that up,
very
just Google,
weird.
It
Brandy
is
and
really weird.
It was a weird kind of late night show to watch.
I remember
it is
that.
like such a weird show.
It was
Oh my
really
god.
weird.
Yeah, what the
This was
fuck?
a Disney show.
I haven't thought about that in a long
It
That
time.
was one of
Yeah.
my faves.
It was just so strange. It made no sense.
My Life as a Teenage Robot.
I love
liked-
that.
I
that
loved
was
that
a good
show.
one.
That
I have a sword,
Danny
but I can't
Phantom.
say
I
it.
liked Danny Phantom.
What?
I liked.
I'll tell you later.
I liked Generator Rex. Did you guys watch
I don't
Generator
think I
Rex?
watched Generator Rex. I liked
Generator-
the OG Teen Titans too.
The
Yeah.
new Teen Titans sucks.
Yeah, I
I
like the
went
old
into a
one.
rant
It's
about
bad.
this. It's
old
awful.
one was
The
good.
OG's the best.
I never watched Generator
You
Rex.
never watched Generator Rex?
No.
This show is fucking awesome. So like everybody is this weird cyborg type thing, and his power is that he can just like make his body mechanical and huge and shit like that, and he like gets other powers as it goes on. You know, like kids shows do.
There was a show where the main character was like this teenager, and he was like the Green Lantern, but he was a kid. He was like a teenager.
I don't know.
He was green.
He was green.
I mean, his skin.
I
wasn't-
know what you mean. I have no idea.
It was really good.
You're.
It was either the Green Lantern or he was like electric.
I think we talked
I mean,
about this.
Static Shock's
Static
the
I think
Shock.
that was
I've
it.
got.
Yeah, I think it was Static Shock.
Static Shock is fucking awesome.
That show fucking ruled.
Static Shock?
Yeah. I
Static
don't know why I
Shock.
thought Green Lantern. Maybe his dad was the Green Lantern or something. I don't know.
No, his dad is definitely not the Green Lantern.
Yeah, that was. I
I
love
remember
that show.
Static Shock.
Static Shock was awesome.
Oh, I feel like there were more. There was one more I was trying to think
I liked
of.
Total Drama Island.
That was.
Fucking love
I
Total
love
Drama
Total
Island.
Drama.
That's
Island.
yep.
I liked Mucho Lucho.
Lucho.
Well, I think I
remember
hated
El
that
Tigre.
show.
I watched
I
El
remember.
Tigre.
Oh my god, I forgot about it. El Tigre.
I think I hated that
I
one.
remember
Yep,
that.
I hated that
Holy
show.
shit.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I liked The Flea.
I fucking.
Flea was
Jesus.
awesome.
Show El Tigre.
Because
God,
he
dude, I
was-
haven't thought of those in a while.
Is it? Yeah, Flea is awesome because he's voiced by Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. Hold on, I gotta find it.
The Wild Thornberries.
Wild
I liked the
Thornberry.
Wild
I
Thornberries.
loved the sister, the redhead with the curly
Oh yeah,
hair.
yeah. She was like the.
Oh
kinda
no,
like-
she was blonde.
Yeah, she was blonde.
And she was like just so like.
She just didn't care.
Yeah.
I loved her. She was my favorite
I liked
character.
Nigel.
Nigel was funny. They didn't all have accents
Smashing.
though, but Nigel did.
He was just based.
Maybe he was a foreigner or something.
No, it wasn't. There was a show that fucking Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers voiced, and I cannot remember what it is.
I'm trying to think of more. This
There's
one's
one
not.
Rocket Power.
I liked Rocket Power a lot.
Dude, I had a game for that on
Fucking
my
loved Rocket
PS2.
Power.
I loved
Ed,
Rocket
and
Power.
Eddie.
loved
That
Ed,
was
and
good.
Eddie was awesome.
I liked Plank.
Dragons.
I liked what was he had blue hair, yellow shirt. He was like
Rolf.
Ralph.
Rolf.
Yeah,
Rolf.
Rolf.
Oh, from Power.
ROLF.
Or
from
Teen-
Rolf.
Yeah,
Rocket
from
Power.
from Ed, Ed and Eddie. He was
Oh,
like,
that.
the Ed Boys.
The element of discipline. Do you live in a cave?
Because they're all
I love
boys,
Rolf.
aren't they? In that
There's
show?
Naz,
Oh wait, no, there were some girls. Never
There's
mind.
the
It was the
Kanker
Kanker
sisters.
sisters.
the Kanker sisters, Naz.
I don't remember Naz.
There was a little sister girl, wasn't there?
It was Ed's little sister.
But you never saw her. She was just really mean to Ed.
Yeah, what the fuck? What does she look like?
Oh my god.
I feel like she wore pink.
You don't see her.
No, I swear to God, you see her.
You see her all the time.
Same thing with like Powerpuff Girls, where they, because I thought that the green one was a boy for the longest time.
Buttercup?
No, Buttercup.
Buttercup's my
Sarah.
fave.
Yeah, you see.
You see
Sarah
her
a
all
lot.
the fucking time.
That's the sister.
That's Ed's sister.
Yeah, that's
Why
Ed's
are my
sister.
boobs drawn that way?
I don't know what. I don't
Who's
think
Naz?
that's.
Naz
forget
was
Naz.
like the cool-headed cool girl that Kevin
Yeah,
liked.
yeah. The
She had
blonde.
blonde.
Here, hold on. This
You know
one.
Naz.
Oh, yeah.
That art style is so horrible. Holy shit.
It's so weird looking back.
I
on it.
haven't seen it in so long. Look up the Kanker sisters.
They're raunchy.
They're
They're
nasty looking.
ranchy.
Yeah, like
That's their purpose, though.
they are gross.
Which Kanker sister are you going with?
Blue.
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 That's
100%.
the only one.
That's the only one that I could.
The
even
rest of them are
slightly
so
understand.
fucking ugly.
Jeez. That art, God, that is a sickening art style.
But that's what it was like back in the day. That was like what passed. Because now,
Yeah.
like, look at the stuff we got. I don't know. The stuff we got's shit.
Dude, I think it all went downhill after Invader Zim.
Invaders. I never watched
I
it, but
loved
I loved
Invaders.
Invaders.
I
Zim.
love
haven't seen
Invader Zim,
clips.
and that is like one of the grossest looking shows
It is,
ever.
man.
It's weird.
Consistently.
It is like
And it's not even that like it looks bad. Like it looks amazing
Mm-hmm.
even now.
it's just everything they do is fucking gross.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you the other day. Like, it is just a weird show.
It's a weird show. Like they show them eating food, and it is like the most disgusting thing you've ever seen.
Like, I remember watching that show. When we would go to Jonathan's a lot, it would be on, and it was like, it was dark out. We had school the next day, and it just always gave me this feeling of fucking dread every time I watched it.
Did you ever watch the movie, the final movie that came out like a year ago or 2 years ago?
I don't
My
think so.
sister and I watched it together.
Invader Zim?
Mm-hmm. They finally made a movie to finish off the season.
That's nice, though, to finish it off.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember? There's 2 shows I want to bring up: The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
I loved Mandy.
And
it was like Jamaican.
and there was I think it was called Teenagers or 16.
No,
16.
16.
They just hung
Yeah,
out
it
in
was
the
just
mall.
16.
That's my favorite show ever. That's
Got
one
a
I can
new job,
rewatch.
gonna start at the mall today. Thank God I'm on my own for the first time.
My favorite,
Jesus.
they have a zombie episode that has stuck in my brain forever that is phenomenal.
16 is the worst
Life is
show.
sweet.
You just said it's a bad
When
show.
you're
I
growing
fucking
up
hate
so
16
fast.
right now.
Why? That's my favorite show.
Dude, it's so...
I feel
so
disrespected. I feel
cringy
so.
now.
It's so good, and the zombie episode is so good.
If you look back, it's cringy.
No, it's not. I've
I
rewatched it.
remember, I'm trying to remember the character. There was like the blonde-haired dude who was kind of like the
look up the
stoner.
character.
Jesus Christ.
He was
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
he was like
stoner
the
guy.
stoner.
There was like a
Blue-haired.
tan girl.
I don't remember what
With
it
the
Yeah,
is.
there
ditzy
it is.
blonde girl.
Yeah,
You
because
have-
this is the fucking era of
I wanna be her.
Canadian animation.
That's
coming to
Canadian?
Mer- Yes, this is Canadian.
I wanted
yeah,
to be,
you have
purple.
your token goth girl, your stoner.
The token goth girl came around because of Total Drama
I
Island. We
wanted to
can
be
all
her
agree.
so
yeah,
bad.
because of
Gwen.
that.
Which is also Canadian.
Gwen was awesome.
That's
Gwen
Canadian, too.
and Duncan were my favorite.
Yeah, I liked Gwen and Duncan.
They were the coolest characters. Everyone else kind of just sucked.
You look like
of
you
them.
got your jock dude.
Your stoner.
You're like
dumb blonde.
your
Cheerleader.
yeah, preppy cheerleader,
Rich girl.
and then
Orlando.
Orlando Bloom.
He was your typical, just like
He looks the
Basic
most like
guy.
normal. out
He's
of
like
he
the
the
guys.
was the
normal.
most
He's the only
normal
one
guy.
that doesn't have like some like astounding weird thing.
Yeah, he was the guy that
He's
just kind
just
of
there.
hung out. He was
Yeah.
just there to vibe. Bald, dirty.
Yeah, dude. Got a new job. Gonna start all today. Thank God I'm on my own for the first time.
why are you making? It's such a good show. I love that
It's
show.
16 and our life is sweet
I love that show.
when you're growing up so fast.
No, I just
Dude,
gotta
I
thank
was
God
watching- I
I'm
was
on my own
watching-
for the first time.
I was watching episodes of Shaolin Showdown.
I
And
kind of remember
that show is still fucking awesome.
I
It's
don't
like,
remember that.
I don't know.
hold on, let me.
I remember it like just a hair. the
What's
name.
it called?
Shaolin Showdown.
I don't remember.
I don't
at all.
know it. I never watched
If you
that.
didn't watch
I remember
Alright.
the yellow homie.
Did you watch Jackie Chan Adventures?
No.
Was that the younger version of him?
What, Jackie Chan Adventures?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was him, and he had like the medallions that gave him superpowers and stuff. This was
Might be
kind of the
him.
same thing, except they had magic items that gave them powers.
Just like
My
copied.
favorite item was the monkey staff, because if you hold it, you just become a
You
monkey.
just turn into a monkey.
I liked Puka.
Puka was awesome.
Puka was fucking
fucking
awesome.
loved Puka.
Sweet. She loved Gadu.
Puka loved Gary.
But
Yeah.
I was watching an episode, and I forgot, like, the comedy in that show is so fucking, like, meta and funny. There's an episode where, like, the girl's having, she's like, going through something, you know, she's like, your tools aren't working and shit. And little yellow homie's reading this old-ass book. He's like, it's because you're a woman, and that's why you're
Jesus.
not happy.
That's on the nose.
And I laughed so fucking hard, because he's just saying, like, the most misogynistic shit ever.
They could get away
It
with
was
a lot.
Puka.
Oh, I've seen Puka.
The
I
before.
love-
best
love
scene in
Puka.
Puka ever. I don't know what was happening, but like they were hiding in a cave and there's this big cat that's hunting him, and this one guy walks out and he's like, "It's safe," and then the cat paws come down and crush him.
It was like the noodle shop owner, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Yeah, we watched that like 10 times on repeat at Jonathan's.
I could never find the clip though.
That was on
It's safe.
Jetix, which also had Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
JetX had some weird fucking shows.
Yeah.
I never watched
They always
that.
had crazy
it was
shows.
insane.
Dude, Super Robot
Puka,
Monkey Team
I love
Hyperforce Go was basically, it was just a normal kid, and there were robot monkeys, and they formed together to make like a giant robot. It was like Voltron, but with robo monkeys.
I think I've seen.
That reminds
bits
me
of
of my gym partner's a monkey.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
a good show.
I liked that show.
What about?
Did you guys watch Yin Yang Yo?
No.
Can you show a picture? Because it sounds really familiar.
Yeah, fuck
it's not really like doing too well. But there was the blue
I've
bunny,
seen
the pink bunny, and
Yeah,
then there was
slightly.
the panda that was like a drunk.
Yeah, I slightly remember it.
God, some of
I
these
was
shows
thinking
I
of
haven't thought about
a
in so
show.
long.
They're fever dreams.
Grossology.
I don't remember it. Oh shoot! I just had it. A show.
Laszlo or Camp
Camp
Laszlo.
Laszlo. I love
I
Camp
love
Laszlo.
Camp
Camp
Laszlo.
Laszlo.
That was fucking
Attention
awesome.
campers.
What was the
Love
moose?
Camp Laszlo.
It was in the same
instructor was a
genre as
moose.
that, damn.
There was Raj, the elephant.
Yeah.
There was the one. Yeah, what was his name on the end?
I don't
the fuck
remember.
Man,
is
that
it?
looks so much unclean that I
I know.
remember.
Clam.
Clam, and he just like said things.
It looks pretty good if you ask me.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, like
that-
they got
that
some
looks-
zoomed in ones,
that
but like
looks
it
better.
looks good.
I love Camp Laszlo.
It was like in Scoutmaster Lumpus.
Yeah, Scout
Yeah, that
Master
was it.
Lumpus.
Can you look him up? What's that whole
He's a
movie?
moose.
We're gonna shoot the moon.
Scoutmaster. That's like the worst fucking MS.
Okay. He had like a nasally kind of voice, didn't he?
See, that one looks pretty clean.
Scoutmaster Lumpus.
Ooh,
was-
he had like a sidekick.
It's Slinkman.
Slinkman the Slug. That show was awesome.
Dude,
That was a
these
good
are.
show.
This is an era of cartoons that if you look up out of context clips, it's the funniest shit in
Yeah.
the goddamn world.
Like, it was when, I don't know, it just felt like cartoons were more funny.
Mm-hmm.
it might,
don't know.
just be rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, it probably is.
Like that's what you grew up with.
Yeah.
I don't know, cause you had fucking hoo ha.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys ever know the little, I don't know what they're called, Oobies?
Orbeez?
No, they were like little eyeballs that were like on the fingers, and they were like this, and they would talk like this. They had like little eyeballs.
I do know what you're talking
were, like-
about.
I have no idea what those
It was
are.
basically hand puppets.
Yeah, I
Was it
think
it was a show?
yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember
It
if it's
was
called
really weird.
Oobies or not, but I do remember
I
that.
had the eyeballs, and I would like put them here, and then be.
Fanboy and Chum Chum.
I was
Dude,
like,
hated
I was
I
like,
loved that show.
yeah, I was like just out of cartoons for that.
Yeah,
I
we like
remember.
just
I
got
was
out
like,
of
that's
them.
the dumbest shit in the world.
It was like 5th, 6th grade when that came out.
See, I was like, I don't know. I watched cartoons for quite a bit because I don't know. It's just like
We like,
cartoons.
once we started playing Call of Duty, like cartoons just died.
It was just Xbox.
Bless you.
Yeah, that's all
I
it
had
was.
an era where I watched cartoons for a long time, and then I just stopped watching TV in general because I thought TV just sucked, and it still sucks if you ask me. But
Facts.
dude, fucking American Dragon Jake Long though,
That's the one I was thinking of.
I never really watched.
I
it.
loved that one.
Yeah, I
You didn't want it?
sort of did.
that one was good.
I remember seeing
you know,
like
it might
previews
be.
for it, and they'd be like, on Tuesday at 6. I'd be like,
I saw a
Yeah,
show that I was going
fucking
to bring
that-
up, and I cannot
That
remember.
is one of my favorite cartoons.
yeah, that
ever.
is one of
Like,
the
it's
greatest
gotta be.
shows ever. That and Courage.
Courage was
Billy
awesome.
is like
Courage
one
was-
of the funniest written
Billy,
characters
yeah.
ever.
I love
Grim is
Grim.
fucking awesome.
He is cool.
Fred Burger, numero
Which
uno.
one?
Fred Burger.
Fred
He's this
Fredberger.
green, stupid ass elephant thing.
F
And
And
what?
he loves
E
in Grim
D
Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh, yes, yes.
R
He loves
E
frozen
D.
yogurt.
You are.
And then I remember. Do you remember? It was when Fred Burger he was in court for some reason, and the judge would get so pissed off at
He
him.
was there
for, like,
because it
doing
was
things.
the separation settlement for who gets custody of Grim after Billy and Mandy break up and are no longer friends. Judge, can I see your hammer for his your hammer thingy? I'm building a table.
Yeah, Fred Burger was like the most off-cuff, amazing character to ever be written.
He came out of nowhere.
I have to go poo poo.
He was introduced in that like series of episodes or that
was.
one long episode, and he's just out of nowhere, and he's the funniest fucking character ever.
I'm gonna watch some clips after this of Fred Burger.
I
Yeah.
want to watch Fred Burger clips. Judge, can I see your hammer thingy?
Is there a hammer thingy?
This is
I-
a mallet.
I loved the like noises that they made, like the like the monkey whenever someone was missing or something,
Fuck.
or
that was a
Billy's
good
son,
show.
the spider.
Oh yeah, I remember like the whole spider thing.
Because Billy hates
kind of remember
spiders
the
and
spider.
clowns,
Oh, yeah.
and clowns are afraid of Tangelos.
And Jellos.
Tangelos.
I forget the whole, like, thing of Billy and Mandy. I just know I loved them. What about, oh,
Remember
God.
Grim always got fucked.
Always.
This one's, I don't know if it's a cartoon. It was that burger joint. where it was like those two guys like meet.
Goodberg.
Oh, no,
meat. Fuck, what was it called?
I know. It's like a
It was
weird
the
claymation looking
weirdest.
thing.
It was like
Weird.
puppets almost.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they
what
were
the
like
fuck was that
the
called?
weirdest.
Mr. Meat.
Yeah, I think it's
Mr.
Mr.
Meaty?
Meaty. Yes, Mr. Meaty.
That was
Mr.
a
Meaty's
weird
Burgers.
show.
I
something?
remember when that came
was
out. I was
weird.
like,
I
Yeah,
loved
Mr.
that
Meaty. There it
show.
is. Oh,
That's a fever dream right
That's
there.
weird.
That's a fucking
That is
fever
so
dream.
strange.
I remember there was one episode of the show I watched. I cannot tell you anything because it's like blocked in my memory. I know that's why I will never watch that show again. There is
Which
one
one?
I cannot tell you.
That's
It's
kind of how I
like,
feel.
I just know there is an episode of Mr. Meaty I watched that makes me never want to watch it again, and I
I
cannot
love
tell
that
you
show.
which one it is because
Thinking about that show makes me feel really weird.
I know.
It's
It-
so
it
just weird and
makes
creepy.
me think of being in like
It's this
my
one!
old house.
Where they had the fucking parasite from eating
Oh, I
raw meat.
hated
That's
That's
fucking
what.
weird.
Oh my god.
That was a
that's
kid's show.
what-
That's fucking strange.
Was it really a kid show
Yeah.
necessarily?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, I
it
don't
was.
think it.
What about Robot Chicken? Not really a kid
I love
show.
Robot Chicken.
Fucking love
I
Cheeky
used to love
Robot.
Robot Chicken.
I
Mr.
hated the
Meaty,
beginning
children's television series.
Yeah, Cheeky Robot was awesome.
of it. What is it?
We just called it Cheeky Robot.
Oh, Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hated the beginning scene. I had to mute it every time it came on.
Really?
But I
I
loved,
loved
the show.
it.
It was. I watched it on stream recently, and I still hate it. It gives me trauma.
That's
Like
weird.
a weird.
It's like the vibe.
Tick-
All right,
type
this
thing.
might have been past your time. Did you watch Fish Hooks at
I
all?
did.
I don't think I did a lot, but they look familiar.
I remember.
I didn't watch it. I seen them.
Yeah.
The only I can remember two characters. One was Joctopus, which anytime he came on screen, he just screamed Joctopus before doing anything. And the other one was Clemantha.
I
yeah.
know Clemantha.
Those are like the only two characters I really
I
cared
think
about.
I think the only reason I know them because when I was in 6th grade, 2 girls in our class, Brian and Samantha, would talk about that show, and they mentioned Clemantha
They would
because her
talk
name
about
was
that
Samantha.
and Bubble Guppies.
Yeah, they
Oh,
Oh, I
Bubble
love
Guppies,
Bubble
too.
Guppies.
Bubble Guppies was past my time for sure.
I didn't watch Bubble
I
Guppies.
shouldn't have watched it, but
Dude,
I did.
it looked like a 4-year-old show.
Okay, well, I like baby sensory videos, so
yeah,
what's
that's,
your point?
that's true. Dude, that's... What's that?
This was the Problem Solvers.
What? That looks fucking weird.
Never
That was
seen.
a show that's like completely blanked in my brain.
I was thinking of Dreams. This one was a person, like actual human guys.
Yeah, Dream put the mask back on.
What?
I got Dream put the mask back on.
I don't know why
Guys.
he did. I forget why he
He's a
did.
Probably
He's a
because he got
fucking
bullied
idiot,
so
that's
much.
why.
But
Yeah,
it
but why
was-
would you put it on? Like, there's a video of him at Walmart with the mask on.
There it is. I found it. It's Ubi.
Ubi.
Oobies.
Ubi.
I don't remember.
Oh, that's the hand thing.
Yeah, it's the hand things, and they paint and do
Yeah,
shit.
I didn't know anything about Ubies.
No.
But there was like Imagination Dreamers or something. Like it was on Disney Channel in the morning.
Imagination.
And it was like or Imagination Movers? No, I don't know. Oh, that's besides the point. It was just about these guys. But then does anybody Yes,
Imagination
Imagination
Movers.
Movers.
Imagination Movers.
It looks
Love
like
that.
The Wiggles.
Yeah.
the
No.
Wiggles. It's like the Wiggles, but
I did watch
A
it,
reboot.
and I do remember it being.
Wiggles,
What about
fairly,
Bob the Builder?
Shouts.
Did anyone
Bob.
else think the food he ate looked smack as fuck?
I don't remember what he ate. There's a show.
Spud.
There's-
Like Spud ate like the I don't know what Spud ate one day, but I was like, man, it looks fucking good.
Did you guys ever watch? I know Alex did. There was Sporticus.
Oh,
What was
Lazy
that?
Town.
Lazy Town.
I
I cosplayed. That was my very
loved
first cosplay.
Lazy Town.
Lazy
Ever.
Town
The
fucking
pink-haired
ruled.
girl.
Yep.
Do you guys know that's still like the kids show with the highest budget ever in history?
Really?
Really?
It has the highest budget out of any children's show, or I think out of almost any TV show ever. It has the highest budget.
I loved
Wow.
Lazy Town.
That one was good. It was good. I love
Well, it
that
had
show.
the one guy
There
who
was-
everyone loved.
There was Sporticus, the evil villain guy.
Yeah, the evil villain
passed
guy
away.
everyone loved. Yeah, he
he
died.
was
recently.
like the lazy guy.
Yeah, and he had that song.
We are number one.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
one.
That
Yeah.
was like a bit for a while.
yeah,
And then there was the girl, and then all the other characters were like puppets, or
Puppets.
something.
yeah, they were weird.
There's only
looking,
3 of
man.
them.
Icelandic TV show.
It's Icelandic.
What about
Robbie Rotten.
Sporticus was awesome though, man. I was
Sporticus
like, dude,
was
he's
cool.
fucking
I'm like,
awesome.
Sporticus is fucking
Sporticus.
cool.
Yeah,
He had like a pencil mustache.
yeah,
I'm trying to think.
like it
There's
was a
something with
swim-
that actor.
Yeah, he's fucking based.
yeah. Look at him.
I don't think he did most of his own stunts or something.
You guys
Something
remember-
weird.
What
People-
fucking stunts are they doing in?
He's like jumping and shit. He
He's
does
like
like
spinning.
They
and
do
flipping.
like he does like triple flips in the air and shit
Yeah.
like
That's
that.
fucking nutty.
They do insane
Yeah,
ass
it's crazy.
shit
Yeah,
all
he did a
over.
lot.
I don't
of
think he
stuff,
did his
man.
own.
You guys remember the Rudy to Booty?
No.
From Chalk Zone?
Chalk.
Oh my
shit.
god, that was one of my
Chalk Zone
favorite
was cool.
shows.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, it's Rudy to Booty from Chalk Zone.
It's like
Yeah.
a fucking loser,
loved-
but I love Chalk Zone.
I
Chalk Zone
forgot
was
about that
awesome.
show.
I did too.
Wasn't there a
was good.
sidekick
Yeah,
That
it
was
was
always
Snap.
of the Blue Man?
Yeah. Why is it a 3D render of what?
Oh, that looks terrible.
Here he is. I loved this
Chalk Zone
style.
was
That was
like,
a-
Chalk Zone
ev-
was awesome.
It was cool
Really
because
rough.
everything looked like chalk. It was cool. I
It was
loved
so fun.
Chalk Zone.
Because he would just go into another universe and
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah, Rudy to Booty.
Yeah. God, that was a good ass show.
I like Chalk Zone.
Chalk Zone ruled.
Did you guys watch? Luke might know the name of it. Do you guys know the pink? There's a pink girl, blue guy, green guy, and they were like singers and played guitar and stuff, and they were humans, but I don't remember the name.
Not ringing a bell.
It's ringing a bell for me.
You know what I'm thinking
oh
of?
Oh my god.
Pink girl, green and blue guys, and they were singers.
I don't know
real
what else to
life.
look up.
Here,
Is
oh
it a
god,
cartoon?
no, real people. The Doodle Bops.
I know. the
Oh,
he
name.
wasn't green,
They were
sorry.
fucking weird, man. I did not
You
like
didn't
them.
like the Doodle
no.
Bops?
No, they creep me the fuck out. I
Yeah, they're
hated them.
strange.
Dude, I had a
makes
crush
me-
on this
makes me
dude.
feel
Fuck.
uncomfortable.
I hated them. Like, I don't like looking at that blue-headed fuck even now.
I didn't like the blue-headed guy, and the girl annoyed me, but I
They're
liked
weird.
him. He was
They're
funny.
weird. That's someone who took DMT and then made a cartoon out of it.
That was a good one.
No, Powerpuff Girls though.
Powerpuff Girls are awesome.
One of the best ones ever.
I like Mojo Jojo.
Do you know that
Mojo,
Powerpuff Girls are like
Jojo.
absurdly popular in Japan?
What is?
Yeah.
The Powerpuff
Powerpuff
Girls.
Girls.
Still?
Yeah, like
Wow.
they're making their own animated series of the Powerpuff Girls. There's
Yeah,
a-
they're making. I think it's a Powerpuff Girl anime.
yeah, it's a
It's gonna be
Powerpuff Girl
fucking awesome.
anime that's coming
I'd
out
love to
I'll
see
watch
that.
it.
because they
actually.
just love the Powerpuff Girls. Over
Who was
there.
your favorite?
Blossom.
Bubbles.
As a kid,
Buttercup.
I was Buttercup as a kid.
Fucking love
Oh,
Bubbles.
I was Bubbles as a kid.
I love
Now I'm
Bubbles.
Buttercup. So
I gravitate towards the red-haired main character.
You do.
We've
typically.
noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Bubbles.
Blossom.
But
Bubbles
I
is my
think as a
favorite.
kid I was Buttercup. I'm more Bubbles now. I would say.
I
Yeah.
like. I don't know. I liked Bubbles as a kid, but now I'm like Buttercup because I feel like she doesn't get enough love.
She
from
doesn't
everybody. So
at all. But I don't think any of them get as much
I-
love as Blossom.
I
so-
honestly feel like
Mm.
Buttercup and Blossom get the most.
I think Bubbles gets the most, especially after TikTok blew up a sound for her. Absolutely.
I feel like I always thought Buttercup got a
Yeah,
lot.
I just have this hunch that Buttercup gets the most. Everyone's like, oh, I identify as Buttercup.
like the badass.
I
Yeah.
like the rowdy rough boys.
What about when they dressed up like the Powerpuff Girls?
When those three weird
The dudes. Yeah.
grown ass men
Yeah.
put on big ass goofy heads.
I loved when they would go to bed, their bed sheets like matched what
It was
color?
lines
Color?
and it was
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that. How you
Fucking,
like.
that was a great show.
I liked the
good.
movie with all the different monkeys trying to take over the world with different methods.
I don't
Like all
remember
the different
It was
Mojo
like the
Jojos.
very when like it's like the origin movie of everything, and they find out they have powers, and Mojo Jojo's born or whatever, and then he like infects all the other monkeys, and they all have different ideas of what they want to do.
Basically just Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Except then they all go off on their own thing because they want to rule the world.
Did you guys watch the Pride Family?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love Proud
Proud
Family.
Family was good.
Or Proud,
Family.
sorry. Proud,
Proud
Family.
That's where it's at.
That was a
But-
good one.
The movie was really good because that reminded me of the movie. There's something with like, oh, it was like those peanut-headed people in the movie. On
I
the
fucking
island?
remember that.
The
yeah, on the
peanut-headed people
island.
were weird
Yeah.
as shit.
On the okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of remember that, like a vacation.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Now-
a good
they
show.
weirded me out.
Samurai Jack has the single greatest ending of any show.
Samurai Jack. Fuck.
It's-
He was cool.
Did you watch the final season?
I don't think so.
It is insane how much character development they just threw in.
They said, "Fuck it, we're ending." Let's
Samurai
just
Jack's
make
one of
it
those
off
shows
the
that you
bang.
could like watch at any time.
It was
at any
insane.
age.
It's a cartoon. It has an unhappy ending. The ending is not happy by any means. And the character development that Jack goes through just from the last 12 episodes of it is insane.
Isn't like the main enemy like a dragon that has?
It's Aku,
Yeah,
Aku,
he's
yeah.
like.
and he's a shadow demon.
Yeah,
lord.
He's
he looks
huge.
cool.
Yeah.
He's a shadow demon.
Got like horns and shit.
I love Samurai Jack. That is a cartoon that I think I hold super high in my mind. because they just do so many things that are so weird and different and like creative.
Yeah, I remember that show having a lot of red.
I want to watch Primal, which is I can't think of the guy's name that did Samurai Jack, but that's his like latest cartoon,
Mm-hmm.
and I've heard it's very, very good. And I want to sit down and watch it.
A lot of cartoons tonight. I forgot about like fucking half.
I
of
know
those.
most of these I didn't even think about at all.
Yeah,
I wish I remembered like the premise of like even some of the episodes. I just remember the look of them.
One
Yeah.
thing that always like throws me off whenever we get on this topic, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I rewatched this show." To me, all of these shows have like hundreds of episodes.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's like, oh, this had like 2 seasons of 12 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's not a lot.
And they
think-
repeat them.
I think like Samurai Jack's only like 48 episodes.
Yeah,
something
and
like that.
yeah, they just repeat them. So like in my mind, growing up watching these, I was like, this is a never-ending show. There's always
like Avatar
always
was
shows.
one of those.
Yeah, that was the one.
I think
I
there's
think
1,000
Jonathan said
episodes.
he's like, no, there's like 30 episodes.
Yeah, it's super short.
I was like, are you fucking kidding
That's
me?
like nothing.
I
Yeah.
need to rewatch Avatar.
I
so
love
bad.
Avatar.
I love Avatar.
It's seriously one of the greatest shows ever made.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
agree.
Absolutely love it.
I think that is Nick's magnum opus is Avatar. Cartoon Network's magnum opus is definitely Samurai Jack.
Oh yeah,
And there's
yeah.
no doubt in
like
my
those
mind
two
about
just
that.
they're so high on the
Like
scale.
those are the two shows that they just did right,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
with a story.
Yeah,
And
like they were the greatest. Like that's what cartoons should have been. Because like they like taught lessons and shit.
And there was a point to them.
Yeah, it wasn't just I'm a bubble guppy fish merman.
Like I want to say this, but it's gonna sound like I'm just one of those cringe dudes. Anime does more thought-provoking stuff than cartoons anymore.
Well,
Bro,
yeah,
100%.
like, there's
It
actually,
always
like,
has. It
lots.
always has.
And that's what it is like these shows that like Avatar and Samurai Jack, those are thought-provoking shows. They make you watch and have an entertainment value, but there's something more to them. Like what the fuck do we have now?
I don't even know like what's popular
Uncle
nowadays.
Grandpa.
I don't keep updated with the new cartoons. I just know
I-
they're
I
Can you
garbage.
look it up real quick? Like, what are cartoons in 2023?
I've seen some on TikTok and they're extremely cringe. Like I cannot.
I don't even remember the last time I was on like the Cartoon Network channel.
I don't
or
even
anything like
watch
that.
any
can't
TV
remember.
I don't
anymore.
know what this like. What is? God, fucking, I don't know what the hell I'm looking up. Current cartoons.
current cartoons.
I think SpongeBob is still, but
Well, Adventure
They're-
Time's
it
over,
looks
so that doesn't
weird.
even count. Amazing World of Gumball, which is really funny.
That was a good
actually.
show.
That's,
I love
that's
Gumball.
it. That
That was a
ended a
good
while
one.
ago.
I don't know.
I never watched that one.
I
That
like
was
Gumball.
that was fun.
We Bear Bears is a fun show.
We Bear
Never heard
Bears.
It's about 3 bears.
Three bears.
The
They just
Bernstein
like do
Bears.
things. Like it's not. It's like kids show for sure, but yeah, it's. I'm getting like a bunch of different bullshit like BoJack Horseman and Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I'm just
Not
curious
the
like
cartoons we're
what
looking
what
for.
kids are watching nowadays. I have
Yeah.
no idea.
I'm curious.
You could probably just look up like
I think-
Cartoon Network or
Like Craig of the Creek or something like that
What
is
the
another
fuck that
one.
is.
I wouldn't know the names anyway. There's no way I
Yeah,
would
no.
even know the names.
Right.
So I have no idea. Yeah, welcome to the Boomer Podcast.
The boomer cartoons aren't as good as they used to be.
used to be when I was a kid.
Yeah.
They should make misogynistic jokes.
Back when I had to walk uphill to school both ways.
Well, you never heard anybody say that? You used to walk to school uphill both ways in the snow?
No.
You've never
Never
had
heard that?
anyone say
No.
that to you in your life.
No.
Well,
Is that supposed to be a literal meaning?
no, it's
No,
like
it's-
it was tough back then.
I work hard every day of my life. I work so hard that I had to walk uphill both ways to school.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even gonna front. Walking downhill is kind of hard.
You're damn right it is. It seriously is.
It's hard to not fall over your own
Like
feet.
no, not like that. Like your body wants to go down, but you can't go at that speed
Yeah,
because
like,
you'll end up running.
try running
If you
down a
trip,
hill.
You'll start falling.
I've played down a hill before.
It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
You have to like stomp your feet.
Yeah,
down.
it's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
So these guys saying they gotta walk uphill both ways.
I'd rather walk uphill.
Yep.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'd
You'd rather walk
uphill.
downhill?
Fuck yeah. Bro, it's uphill.
3-1 again.
Would you rather walk upstairs or downstairs?
That's different.
How?
Stairs aren't a hill.
They're
It's
level.
still an incline.
But
They're
you're
level.
Yeah,
not.
but like your
but-
feet aren't angled.
So you're trying to tell me that if you had the choice between a hill and stairs,
You're gonna choose the stairs.
No, it's
over
not
a
what I'm
hill?
saying at all. I'm just saying
But they're
compare
not.
the two.
But you're comparing apples to oranges right now.
Yeah, stairs are flat.
I'd still rather walk down an incline.
You can walk up and you don't move your feet up as much as stairs where you're literally lifting a leg, putting it down, and then lifting your entire body with your other leg up.
I'd still rather walk down.
I feel
is
like
it, like
if your
7
legs are
inches?
tired and you're going downhill, that's a lot more work.
It's just as much work to go uphill.
No, because you have to use your toes and then you're using your entire calf to keep yourself
Yeah,
balanced.
it's
whereas
tough
you
going downhill.
using your whole leg and thighs to go up.
You're still using your entire leg.
Not really. When you're going downhill, it's mostly like your calves. Your legs don't have to go up. You
You're
don't have to
mostly
use.
pressure
You don't have to use those
tiptoes.
leg muscles.
I'd still
to really
rather go
lift your leg.
downhill. I don't know why you guys would rather.
I'd
go
rather
uphill.
go uphill.
No way.
All right, let's find a hill. We're gonna walk it until one of us
No,
collapse.
we're gonna make him walk down the hill a few times and then tell us how easy it is.
Yeah, let's go find the steepest hill we can.
90 degrees or bust.
I'd rather go down a hill. Yeah, you've been out in the woods before. Would you rather go down a hill in the
Yes,
woods or
downhill.
up a hill?
100% downhill. 100%. If you rather climb a mountain or descend one.
Climbing's cool.
It's a lot fucking easier to go down it, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but you typically don't have 40 pounds of gear on your back.
Yeah, typically you do.
Like when you're walking to school, like you just got your textbook. You'd rather go uphill both ways.
No, I'm saying I'd rather go downhill both ways.
This kid.
I feel like it just depends on the angle of and how steep the hill is.
I
If I
think
want
his
to go down
hands
it,
are just a little uncalloused.
His hands are a little
they do look
soft.
pretty soft.
Soft,
Wow, I
furry,
can't believe what's
sissy,
happening
liberal
right now.
hands.
I cannot believe it.
Your soft, sensual, sissy, furry, liberal hands.
I'm going to X. and
yeah.
oust you guys on X.
I'm the only one with X on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine still says Twitter.
Mine's
I got X. I'm gonna
You
make
got
an
X'd.
I just remembered
You
a
You just
tweet.
got X'd.
What?
He didn't know who Ryan Reynolds was.
You don't know who Ryan Reynolds
It just
fucking
didn't ring a
know.
bell at first.
He's
No,
Green
he saw a
Lantern.
picture of him and I said, "Oh my God, it's Ryan Reynolds. We love him." And he's like, "Who's that?"
He owns Mint Mobile.
He's
Yeah.
Green Lantern.
You've never seen the Mint Mobile ads?
That's the
That's
one we
what
saw,
Lou
I
was on.
think.
Yeah, he's on the Mint
Telly.
Mobile ads.
And then
he brings the
he's
first customer
Deadpool.
on, and
Yeah, and I was like, he's like, "I don't know who that is." I said, "Take a guess." He's like, "Oh, he looks like the Deadpool guy."
yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah. I knew.
No, you didn't.
Mr.
You did
Reynolds.
not know.
Mr. Ryan.
Mr. Reynolds.
Mr. Mint Mobile.
We're on a first name basis. I call
Yeah,
him
me and
Ryan.
Ryan.
You know, Jacksepticeye knows him personally.
I'm like, really?
Jacksepticeye, yep. They were on a movie together.
You know, I met the Fonz. We say we're pretty close.
I did meet
Who's
the
that?
Fonz, yeah.
She said, "Who's the Fonz?"
Hey.
Oh, him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they-
We met Bobby
Hey.
Brady.
You actually meet
yeah,
them?
we did meet
We met
Bobby.
Bobby.
Oh,
Brady.
like at conventions?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I met the
Brady.
Fonz. Well, we went to go see Billy the Exterminator. I think I was love him. I must have been in like 5th or 6th grade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We went to go see Billy the Exterminator. And then when we were leaving, we saw the Fonz and we went, "Ay," and he did it right back.
Yeah, he was like, hey.
That's actually pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
pretty close.
You guys want a really cool, interesting fact?
What?
So, when the telephone was invented, we all know who the inventor of the telephone was. Alexander Graham Bell.
Yeah.
Did you know? This one's a known fact. Did you know that when you were supposed to answer the phone, he wanted everyone to shout "ahoy" when you answered the phone?
Really?
Ahoy!
Yes, and then I think it was. I want to say it was Thomas Edison or someone.
Fuck
Fucking
Thomas
asshole.
Edison.
You
He
don't like him?
suggested that we say hello to answer the phone. So, you know, in Tom and Jerry, the frog that sings "Hello, my baby, hello, my honey."
Yeah.
That song is making fun of people saying hello because it was a new slang term that nobody thought was going to catch on.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
it was making fun of everyone saying hello
That's so weird.
That's
Hello,
cool.
my baby. Hello, my honey.
because it was just a new word that was just invented.
Hello, my right
That-
down.
That's
There's
weird to
there's
think.
a lot of words that are invented way more recently than you think.
That is interesting. I never really thought about that.
Like
not even
high
thought about it, I
five
just-
wasn't added to the dictionary until like the 80s.
That's nutty. What did you say? Back in like.
You didn't give high fives. High fives weren't the first high five wasn't even given until like 78 or
What, I
something
wonder
like that.
I wonder what people did. Like, say you're a track runner in the
Probably
'60s.
smack your ass.
And
Yeah,
maybe, yeah.
Like, good
probably
one.
an ass smack.
Nice run.
Well, you know what's weird is watching like old videos of like people waving too. People, how would they wave? Because we wave like this now, and now no, they would. I think they went like this. Like this was their waving, something like that.
Coochie coochie.
It's just weird to see how that stuff changes over time.
I saw this video. It's popped up on Reddit a few times. I think it was filmed in like 1908 or something, and the footage looks amazing. So someone redid it really well. These people are just in the street having a snowball fight, and this guy on his bike just comes through, and they just start pounding the
I've seen
shit
that.
out of this guy
Yeah.
with snowballs, and he bites it so hard. I'm like, this dude's probably not, never crossed his mind. It's like over 100 years from now, a bunch of random people are gonna see me bite the fucking dirt on this.
Yeah,
I think I just thought that was really cool.
that is cool.
Or I
love
love seeing
watching
like
old footage.
super old footage like that.
It's
Of
really
just,
just
like everyday
cool.
life.
I don't know. I like the idea of what it used to be like. Like just
I do too. I really
obviously politics and stuff aside from like what it used to be like and everything, just like taking like a girl out on a date, like you had to go and show up to her house and this and that. Like there were certain gestures that
You had
we
to
just
like plan it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, I'm gonna pick you up at 8. Or
You
like,
didn't
hey,
text.
let's meet at 3.
like
Can
texting.
you imagine like the anxiety some people must have felt? Like you ask this girl out on a date, and you go, say you can't drive. You're like, we're gonna show up at the movies at 7 p.m. You're waiting. She just doesn't
Aw.
show, or maybe like something came up and you have no idea.
Well, it was also a different time. I'm sure it wasn't very often that people got dipped like that.
Not
Yeah.
as common as now.
Yeah, now it's very common to ghost people, but like back in the day, you kind of. Back in the day, stop. But like back in that time, it was more of you said you were going to do something, you do
And you
it.
did it.
Yeah,
You
that's
do
true.
what you say. You don't
And
back
just-
out on your word without telling anybody.
Like the outfits too. Just like I think the gestures and the outfits and everything, it's very nice.
I do wish, at least for like the male side, I wish males typically dressed in like tailcoats and shit. That was fucking cool.
I would hate to get all dressed up like that just to go to like the fucking supermarket.
That would suck.
That would
though.
suck ass.
It would.
I
But
like
it-
dressing up just
it's
to go to
they,
Walmart.
I don't know. They looked so cool.
Yeah, they looked like badasses. But
So it's ambiguous as to whether high fives originated in 1960 or 1970, but as a noun, it wasn't added to the Oxford Dictionary until 1980, and as a verb in 1981.
so they weren't even like
Jesus.
even 1950s and 60s. Like,
They weren't high fiving.
yeah,
Nope.
I wonder what you were doing. You weren't fist bumping either.
You probably
For
just
sure.
didn't touch people. That was probably the commonality.
Hey, good job, buddy.
Yeah, you'd give them a thumbs up.
They like did cool poses.
Yeah.
Cool poses.
That's rad.
Radical, dude.
That's
Radical.
radical.
Red didn't come out until like what?
That was an 80s term.
Yeah, 80s.
That's why it sucks.
80s slang.
For sure.
Well,
Bop hopping.
should we wrap it
Sancho
up? It's
marrying me.
11 o'clock.
Yeah, we've
We've
been.
been going for 3 hours.
Jesus
Yeah.
I
Christ.
think this is like our longest episode.
I'm hungry.
Easily. I am also hungry.
Some
All the places are
IHOP.
closed now. Ooh,
IHOPs.
Taco
so.
Bell.
Taco
I
Bell.
kind of want to sit down, have a nice meal.
Yeah.
You know.
I was
And
expecting
IHOP?
that.
Nice meal with the family. It's either that or Waffle House, really.
Who's the
Ew,
kid?
houses.
I'm the dog, so who's the kid?
Me.
Well, you guys are mom and dad.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
We're brother and sister.
Yeah, we're brother and sister actually.
This
Anthony's-
is not Roll Tide. Okay?
Anthony's the
This is a
single
thing.
mom.
Anthony's the single mom.
I
need-
convinced
the dog.
everybody.
I
We're
like,
siblings.
Me and Amanda are Ruby and Aqua.
Oh, don't make that comparison.
I watched
we
a video.
talked about that not too long ago.
Chapter 124.
I
is gonna
hate
get a
that, I
little
hate
weird.
Did
it.
you see the video of like how reincarnation works in the show? So some
No.
dude is like, so reincarnation works in the show, and we know the 3 facts of how it works. 1, you have to die with unfinished business. 2, you have to have someone that you like wildly support, and you have someone that like is you're a super big fan of. And 3, you have to have some sort of connection with them. So because I is Ruby and Aqua's mom, she was a big fan of her kids. Her kids are really close. So they have to fucking have a kid so
Yeah,
their
it's
eyes
just
mix
I.
together and they birth I again.
And then she's like, wait a second.
Well, does it have to correlate to the time of death as well as the baby
no.
was
I
born?
don't think so because the one,
Cancer girl
yeah,
died,
she died like
years before.
early, and then
Oh,
he
okay.
died randomly, and she I
Like
think
right
she-
before she gave birth.
Yeah, so I don't think it matters.
Okay, I didn't know when the girl died.
You know, I've also, I don't want to dwell on it too much, but I've also thought about like if say reincarnation is the thing, like I was like, do you die and then you're immediately born again, or do you die and then you just kind of dwell around for a little bit as a soul floating around?
That's what I was
Like
thinking.
when do you get reborn? Or
Well,
I
that's like the case with the girl. She was probably just hanging around.
think
I like to
I-
think time has no meaning.
Yeah, it doesn't unless someone gives it.
If you have
Yeah.
no consciousness, there is no meaning to time, so you have no clue that time passed.
I thought
Facts.
like maybe this was, I don't know if you think this is accurate, maybe, that there is like a finite number of souls, including everything living, like plants, animals, bugs, whatever. And there are more humans because things that were like bugs and animals that went extinct and plants that are gone have now become humans instead of what they were. Because like as time, like we are
Are
like
you suggesting some weird
Like an ant
enthalpy?
becomes-
like
I think they stay on the same
no.
plane.
No,
Like
like
some
there's
entropy
say there's
thing?
like 50 billion souls, and they could be like trees. And then with like people are clearing out the Amazon rainforest, and those tree souls are now being born into people because the trees are gone now, and like the population is rising, and like things like bugs and
I get
think
where you're
animals and
coming
trees.
from.
I think
are
they have
going
to
away.
stay like as what they are. So like a human's a human.
Not
doesn't
according
make
to some
sense.
religions.
I don't see. I
Really?
feel like sometimes when I come across an animal, I'm like, I feel like you were a human once. It just has tendencies
I
to be
believe
like
it's-
you're just different. Like whatever you were is just different.
Is it Hinduism? I think it's Hinduism is one of the ones that believe in reincarnation, and it's based off of karma. So if you have negative karma when you die, you're reborn as something lesser than a human.
Ah.
Yeah, there's like karma and dharma and stuff like that.
I wonder how
which
you
is
like
weird.
get better karma to be human again.
I don't know. Check
I
Reddit.
mean, well, no, I mean it probably coincides with the
I don't
religion. Like
Karma.com.
what is good in the religion? Say you're a good human. You say you pray and say you, I don't know, treat people
You
well.
just
Then you
don't
probably
suck.
get better karma.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do bad, you probably get.
But
low
like, is
karma.
there a way to redeem that? Like you turn into a tree and you're like, I want to turn my life around. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, how do you do that as a tree?
You're a
Maybe
tree.
that's.
Stuck as a tree.
Yeah, I guess you just like suck as a tree.
But you could be like the giving tree. You could give everything to that.
That story
kid.
makes me sad.
I cry every time. I'm
that story
still.
makes me really
it makes
sad.
me
Tree
really
gets chopped
sad.
down.
The tree lets the kid chop him down so that he can have wood for a house.
Yeah, I think it was his house with his wife and everything. Oh,
But
it's
then
so
he goes
sad.
back and realizes that the tree is no longer there, that he grew up, and he's really sad because the tree's gone
The
now.
tree gave him
We cut the tree
everything.
down.
That's a miserable story.
It's really sad. It makes me cry.
What's the point of it? Is it like
It's just about giving.
It's about giving instead of taking.
how like the
It's-
tree gave up his life so the person can
Mm-hmm.
have?
Yeah, but the kid never gave anything back to the tree, and he was filled with regret for not.
What are
doing
you supposed to
anything.
give to a tree, though?
Well, I mean, yeah, but
Water.
Cut down his neighbor.
Yeah.
There was none. It was just him. He didn't have a neighbor.
Just one tree in a field.
That's
Yeah.
a miserable story.
He was. There's a picture of him.
it's a very sad story.
It's miserable.
I like it.
I like it. I like crying sometimes.
I'm glad we're ending on a deathly
The
tree.
giving tree and
Yeah.
reincarnation and
One more fun fact. Did you know that there's a theory that all electrons are just one electron traveling so fast it goes forward and backward in time?
I hate that. That makes me angry.
I don't like it.
Makes me very angry.
It's too confusing for me.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a can of worms for like an hour discussion. We can't open it up. Can't. It's
3
resealed
hours.
Let's
till next
reseal
time.
the open can.
Yeah,
Thanks, Luke.
Sencho, marry me.
there you go.
That's a free podcast. 3 hours of free content. Think
Where can
about
people
that.
find you? What do you like?
What do you do?
Give your shouts. Give your shouts to yourself. Where can people find you?
I'm on
Shameless links.
Twitch, xNuclearShark on Twitch. I stream 4 days a week, Sunday, Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do a lot of just chatting, and I play a lot of horror games and other games.
All right.
What else is there? Nothing.
I don't know.
Check out my other
Instagram,
socials.
Twitter.
Minecraft.
Twitter,
X.
Instagram,
Yeah,
TikTok.
Yeah,
You said
what's your
you
X?
started on
My
Kick.
X. I'm on Kick now. It's
Is it the same days?
yeah.
Only 2
I'm
days
still
a week
figuring it out.
Between quits?
I'm still figuring it out. I don't know how it's gonna work, but
So Twitch.
Twitch
Yeah,
xNuclearShark.
there you go.
I'll throw
The
some
best
links in
shark
the
on
description.
Twitch.
Yeah, we'll throw some links in the description.
I think we nailed it.
Yeah, we did. All right, guys, that's the end of today's episode of the Hello Harem podcast. If you found anything interesting or funny or any sort of that way, leave a comment. Hit that like button. Hit that bell for a new episode every single week. I really fumbled that one. But without further ado, that's the end of today's episode. We hope you guys found something entertaining. We will see you guys next week for more content. Catch you later.
The ribbon. What else?
I don't do it.